Hello, Commander.
Alright, go ahead and hit the record button so that way I can start piecemealing this down, and then...
Looks like Merchant and Terran are in a match.
that could be the case. They might have already started, honestly. Okay, Scene. Okay, so... Yeah, we're gonna be doing the Dylan match, and yeah, it does look like the Merchant gang has already started their party.
So we're doing Dylan.
Yeah, so it's Dylan and Floggle is gonna be our first.
Okay, looking for Floggle. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm not finding their match on Floggle.
Well, I don't think it hasn't started yet.
Oh, duh.
Yeah. Because I think Floggle's still trying to gather the boys.
Gotcha.
Then
It's a fun tournament after all, right? It's not
Huh?
like some serious. It's a fun tournament after all. It's not like a super serious
Right.
scrim or anything. So
Oh, are we doing? Wait, Floggle's Nakaduma?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Do you want to go ahead and let me do the transition? Bop.
Sure.
right. Would you like to give the introduction?
Sure, it's up to you.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Alrighty, well, welcome gamers of all kinds to Ghost Reaper's channel here. This is going to be the main, I think, view for the Due Process New Year's Draft Tournament for today. Unfortunately, our production staff for the DPL was out to lunch for
F in
the
the chat.
day. So, F in
Yep.
the chat, of course. Coming up to me and, of course, Ghost Reaper here, me being Steph Shirk, will be your main voices for this tournament today. Should be a pretty fun one. Looks like a pretty interesting mix-up from the usual same kind of teams playing all together, but now with it being a pickup and draft tournament here, it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be a double elimination tournament here today, so it should be interesting to see how these teams go and if they can bring it back in from the loser's side. But of course, anything is possible. What do you think?
Absolutely. And especially with we have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 separate teams for double elimination. I mean, this is going to be a pretty packed day of some really good matches, and hopefully, with us kind of just getting to absolutely pick and choose any and every map that we want to or match that we want to watch. This is going to be really fun. Let me go ahead and actually bring up the bracket. There we go. Do you have the bracket?
I do not.
Okay, let me go ahead and let me send that bad boy over to you. Let me get that. All right, there you go.
I'm
So
of course prepared as always. Thank you.
oh, it's hey, welcome to the this is the Scuffed Ghost stream.
Oh, it's Scuffed Process, of course.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right.
All right.
Interesting.
So yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Just we know the team captains, we can see those, but the kind of spicy thing about this tournament, and I think this is the one thing that really kind of drew me in for this is we don't know the teams. I mean, it was all draft picked. I think was it like Friday or earlier this week, and so I don't know if you were able to. I wasn't able to really attend. So as we go in, I mean, you've got Merchant, you got Tybor, you got EK, Jet, Dylan, Floggle, Zigalo, and Reptart, all as the team captains, but their entire squad is just. It could be anybody.
Yeah.
You got global breakout guys sprinkled in there. You got Yakuza guys. I mean, there's quite a few. There could be some diamonds in the rough here.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one if we don't know who's exactly playing in the match there.
Mm-hmm.
We have a good idea basically on the captains on what they like to play with, of course, but still, anybody can be playing with anybody else in this kind of tournament. So it could be a total toss-up between a super balanced match where it's like super even, the players all know each other but are super even and consistent.
Right.
It's going to be down to the very last second in a best-of-3 format, or it could be a blowout. We won't really know until we get into the server and see who's playing on either side. And indeed, it will be a bit of a surprise perhaps for the players as well. I'm sure some of them know who's going to be playing up there soon, but for now, it's going to be a mystery to us. So prediction-wise, it's going to be pretty much impossible to guess who's going to win this one on the outset. Though from the team captains, from what I can see here, I would give pretty good odds to Ikazo, maybe Reptar. Tipper's pretty good too.
I was gonna say I think
good names in there.
EK Ikazo is definitely the kind of the favored team captain out of this bunch. I mean, the guy's the like the captain for Global Breakout, the #1 team right now in Due Process. But with that being said, I mean, a captain is just one person. You got at least 4 other players that could easily carry. And like you said, Merchant, very good captain, got a very solid lineup, and you could easily have a very solid team with him as well. So I think this is really going to actually test more of the captain's ability to really flex their gamer brain and work with potentially brand new players that they're not used to. Again, with a team-oriented game such as Due Process, it can be so often that just being able to reflexively trust the guy to your left and right, either to throw an entry flash, either smoke into a location, or just to know, hey, when I wall breach, you're my guy that goes and checks the back corner for the roamer. Not having that kind of that level of trust with your team can be really difficult to monopolize on opportunities.
I gotta agree. It's something that takes time for sure when you have new people coming in, but I think that's something that every player in the Due Process kind of league now has a general idea of how to play every lane, not how to play every spot. Now, are they gonna be at the same level? Of course, no. They'll have some people that are better and worse in some areas, and that's where the captains are gonna have to put their trust and hope they can keep it alive. But I think it's gonna be a good lesson for all of the all the captains and the players too, to make sure they trust each other, play all out against each other, and basically grow as a whole community and everybody who's playing here. So it should be a big learning, I think, experience for everybody involved. It should be a fantastic time here. Excited to see who's going to be playing this one and who's going to win it.
Well,
I'm,
Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was saying I was kind of curious on how Floggle's team's going to do today.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out. Yep, just getting Fumin. Okay, so it looks like Dylan's team is slowly kind of shuffling in here. I keep saying to the teams, hey guys, we're ready to go, and then midship keeps going, all right, we're ready to go, and then Dylan goes, yeah, hang on, what was it, we got oh crap, Daunt's currently finishing up an Apex match, and then
nice,
we got one other guy who's like shambling in here, so we'll get there.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I just noticed your microphone having a unique kind of pop filter there. I appreciate it. It's one of those classic styles. Indeed, it is the sock. It works very, very well.
The cheapest and the cheapest option for the best, the best value. That's the important thing, It's we're min-maxing. We're min-maxing life, man.
Exactly. That way you can pro-announce anything without having any large pops,
Well, that's the problem, is actually announcing and being able to speak without sounding too much like an idiot.
well, that comes with time, right?
Right? I hope so.
Well, me too. But in any case, these teams are indeed taking a while to get in there, kind of shuffling. It is early morning for some, of course, late in the afternoon for others as well. So things are a little bit busy on the weekends when it comes to getting matches together. So it makes sense for it to be a little bit delayed. But let's see some matches starting up too in other sides here. Looks like Jet and his team is battling up against Ikazo currently. And Tippertarian is battling against Photon at the moment with Merchants as the captain.
Very nice, very nice. Hang on, I'm just going to do a quick... Okay, so the chat does appear from there. So what if I...
Yes.
Sorry. I've, after my game decided to... Or my OBS decided to stop streaming/recording, I was like, well, might as well go ahead and pick a new theme, because I always enjoy kind of just shuffling around looking at them. And I was like, well, how can I engage the chat? How can I reach these kids? And looks like it does work. So, gonna just keep tabs on this. You guys gonna watch quick Harry Potter use? Oh, hang on, Floggle US East.
Oh, Floggles is in.
Yep, it's happening. Hype.
I'm not seeing that one.
Well, it hasn't started yet per se. It's more of like the.
They're getting chakras aligned.
Yeah,
they're getting all the planets in position to try.
Right now, Floggle is down 2 players. So
I can see that part. I'm wondering where the other. It's like,
looking pretty good. We're doing pretty good so far. We picked the one game that hasn't started, and the one team's down 2 players.
Oh boy!
It's definitely lower bracket hours. It is definitely lower bracket hours.
They're coming together though. They're only one behind. It's going to take some little bit of time here.
That entry, only one down now.
The one entry into the squad is going to be the big difference today for this team as they come in to play here. They're just getting everything lined up, getting the last players in to battle this out here. So far, no changes on the other matches, though. So perhaps they're getting things lined up. Oh, we do see the first round going from Ikazo's team there. Merchant will actually take, I believe that's Merchant. No, that is Jet's team, excuse me.
No,
in
Jet.
the first round.
Actually, that's kind of a big deal. Jet taking the first map off of EK, especially when he's got Argo. Again, this is what I'm talking about. Like, who's he got? So he's got ADR, Shadow, and Index. So that's a pretty beefy team. But he's also going against Newt, Render, Surfront, and that I'm just gonna say Oda. I mean, that's
Oda, Nobunaga, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, a fairly, again, just like you were talking about earlier, a very mixed bag of teams here. I mean, that kind of robotic, everything works perfectly in timing that EK might be used to when playing with his squad. You just can't have that.
Yeah, you gotta keep your things in mind and keep aware of who you're playing against, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, what a stacked team here. We've got Floggle, Voxel, Midship Walrus, and Shloey.
Is it Shloey or Sholey? I know there's an L there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. See, this is why I'm not allowed to cast, because I always screw up people's names, and it's no good, man. It's no good. It is stacked, but here's the thing: they're down a guy. So if we unironically do a time check here, the first match might go into a forfeit.
I mean, after 15 minutes, we can leave when the teacher doesn't show up, right?
That is true. We do have the legal obligation, and there are other matches which we could easily jump to. I'm just saying. So
well, it looks like my view is bugged because I cannot see the button. So let me go restart my game. Of course.
That's okay. We're still waiting for one more.
Yes. In case you're wondering, the world is flat. There are no production staff on hand for the Due Process League officially, so we cannot use that channel for now.
Foom decided to randomly restart his PC. Poggers.
Oh, nice.
So it looks like the last man we're waiting for is Foom. He might be trying to download more like extra credit homework, if you know what I'm saying. And that might have hosed his computer here, but we should be getting in soon. Hopefully, maybe. I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, hopefully at least. You never know, though.
It is what it is, It is what it is.
Truly. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Well, hopefully that homework helps out because he's going to be facing a heck of a team here.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good point. Let's just kind of talk about this Dylan stack up here. So obviously we got Dylan as the coach or captain, not coach. Gundam Soul, very good player. EU based guy. I mean, absolute gamer. I've been trying to steal him for the NBC for good God, like a couple months now, because he's a gamer. Of course, you've got Gallows. He's pretty good. He's a gamer. He's a gamer. Coop.
He's a gamer.
Coop. Pretty poppin'. And Corp, who these boys change their names more often than I change. I don't know, socks.
That's quite often. Hopefully that should be daily, right? Yeah, they do change their names though quite often. The teams will change up their names. Players will change up their names, and in game they'll usually have something different, which will it always makes it fun to see who's playing and who's doing what and who is even what. Sometimes.
Oh, we got 5. We got midship. Cuckoo.
We have
5.
All 5.
Poggers. Hype is real. The game's starting.
It looks like
double elimination.
Starting.
They haven't yet. I'm spamming the refresh button because that
on a hope and a dream, of course.
That production staff boy in me is just like, all right, if I just hit refresh enough times, eventually they'll start, right?
Yeah, the faster you click on it, the faster they'll get in, right? That's how it works.
Yep,
it's like you're playing a race game. You keep pressing the button to go faster, but you keep tapping it.
Stream it.
Exactly.
Oh, this is the one thing I always enjoy about Due Process. It's just like when you get into a game and you got all your boys or you got all your different like friends that you've connected through the different teams, and you kind of cycle through all the different matches going on. It's so wonderful just to see so many active players in this. Okay, and in the community, ready to go.
Exactly, it's pretty fun because usually it's pretty quiet sometimes on the servers. But it's nice to see everybody coming out and having a good time. So this should be. I'm excited to see it when it starts. So far, we're only a few minutes behind. That's real life. Sometimes people have things to do or have to restart their PCs for some reason. That is just kind of how it's crumbled and how it's going. So, but maybe the other team is just waiting and ready to go here.
Well, we're trying to, but Foom seems to be the the linchpin here because he went to restart his PC and now he's off to. Oh, he said he was gonna go off to snack, but now he's back. So I don't know,
Why is he
man.
going off the snack? We got a match to start here, buddy.
We have an entire tournament. Oh, we in?
Are we in?
Hype.
We are
Hype.
in.
Hype. Hype. Oh, hang on. Click. There we go.
I click
All
on it,
right.
it goes away. What is going on here? There we go.
It happens for me as well.
Scuff due process. That is sometimes how it goes.
Due process.
It'll process eventually.
Oh,
That's all
you
I'm
love
gonna
it.
say.
You love to see it. All right, but let's get into it. We got Team Floggle on the defense and Team Dylan on the attack. You know, break it down for us, Mr. Stuff Shark. What are we gonna be seeing here on the first set?
First set here, I think we're going to see a pretty strong attack show up from Dylan's team. I think on defensive, Floggle is super nasty with unique setups and unique kind of sort of counter plays to the meta. So he's going to be a real tough one to try and battle against. Not impossible by any means, but definitely going to be a big challenge and a big concern for Dylan's team here potentially. But player-wise, because it's kind of a toss-up on teams, it's not exactly the same players. Voxel's pretty strong on a defense, if I remember correctly, and on attack. Coop and Gallows, they can be a surprise factor for sure as Dylan. This is interesting. And, of course, starting on Operation Disdainful Saber, this one's going to be one to definitely rattle your saber for sure as we see a big reception here with the balloon does. This could be a nice spot to attack from for a free entryway. Courtyard as well. Nice open access to cover that sides as well. A lot of interesting cover and positions here in Courtyard with an open side here. But equally, Club, it's going to be a bomb facing an interesting spot here because you have a lot of angles you can shoot at from the bomb here. So a lot of different options they have for attacking and defending as well. With Kuku getting in some typing practice in the same time here. So far, planning-wise, looks like they're expecting to stick heavy pillbox, but it's an open pillbox, which means you cannot have defenders hanging out there.
Right.
I think they've potentially been hit by the UAV, so you got to be very, very careful in those situations. So,
Well,
it looks like attackers are setting up for Brickhouse.
makes sense. I mean, Brickhouse closer to Club, and it'll allow you to kind of deal with and eventually clear out Pillbox with the least, amount of risk. Especially if you're coming in from different angles, you might have to deal with two separate windows. But no, I do like the idea of coming through into Brickhouse, and then I'm curious to see how the Team Floggle is going to handle this Pillbox, because a lot of times the Pillbox is kind of one of those, like, you can't ignore it as the attackers, and so you have to deal with it. And if there's a guy in there, then that kind of slows down, and you might even be able to get a pick if you're lucky with the defenders. So I'm really curious. They already called for the auto shotty, so I don't know if maybe they're planning just to stick one guy in the pillbox just to make noise and then just to babysit it. 2-4, we're missing our fifth, so maybe our fifth is going to be inside that room to play pillbox.
He's going to stick with Shlowy in that side
Shlowy
there.
with the Gruber, so someone was sleeping on the job.
Indeed. We now see the attackers now leaving the truck, making their way downtown over to the brick house here. They're not walking too fast, but the face is past and they are homebound into reception here.
I
As we
appreciate
see
that. Thank you.
Floggle waiting. Indeed, Floggle is waiting there in pillbox. Looks like he will be safe in that position. It's going to be a power position for sure. They take quick control of reception and making a lot of noise though in this break. Midship is waiting there with a Molotov for that break. If they do go for the reception push into brick house, if they do want to go for it. On the other side though, Floggle is going to hold off that spot in kitchen. Shlowy with this spot as well. See if Midship shoots across. Not getting the kill just yet. Good grenade to get rid of any barbed wire. Here comes the throwing from Gallows. First in, and Floggle goes in for the shot and kill there. Does not get the kill, but Coop does get the advantage. In that spray down. Gallows gets the shots as well. They're going to push Floggle quickly to Gundam. First kill of the round.
Ooh,
Floggle,
great Molotov.
They Molotov the door from behind. They're going to force them into pillbox. But Shlowy not going to take advantage of that one. Just going to hold him off in place. And Box comes in with rotate as well. Midship also focused in pillbox here. Not to get shot across. Oh, but Shlowy will take out Coop one. A little too aggressive there in pillbox. As they rotate back behind, they're going to go for the push in brick house. Midship, you should be able to hear this coming. Indeed, he's holding onto the bomb site here. Kuka also rotating up as well. We get the read in position on that flank, and now we see Gallows still hanging out down below, though. They've all focused on the top side. The bottom side is still open for Gallows now. Push through if they want to, but Dylan go for the aggressive peeker against Midship.
Ooh, gets him.
Oh, he gets the pick. Dylan, nice shot across there. Oh, Voxel and the entire defenders here, they are all focused on top of Gallows in a good spot to try and go for it. He's going to bait the smoke on the bottom. Voxel distracted on the bottom side here. Oh, but the Molotov's going to stop that push on the top. They're going to go for the push, but Kuko gets one. McGundam trades just as quickly down to just Shlowy and Voxel alive for the defenders. Well, not for dear life.
Oh, hang on.
Shlowy, nice pick up the Gundam. Gallows last alive now. Gruber v. Gruber. Voxel from behind gets the kill on the Gallows. And it's all down to Corp, who is AFK, or perhaps not in the game here. F in the chat for Corp, of course. Defenders going to take the game. take the first round at least of this game.
That was a great entrance from the from Dylan's team. It seemed like after they tried to get into Pillbox, they kind of didn't know really where to go after that. They didn't try to maybe even look into Club. I mean, they had Pillbox control. So being able to kind of hop up on those little crates and then take a peek in to see where the other team might be. I mean, Pillbox is in such a central location for Killhouse that should have been an easy, like, hey, let's take a look around, let's gather some information before we try and jump in, because after they pushed through that barbed wire, I mean, it literally became a killing door there for them to try and push through. They had 4 guys, ready to peek them if they came through that door.
Yeah, it was kind of strange for them to hold off in that pillbox push, and on the other side as well. It seemed like they were a little bit out of sorts on the timings for that one. They knew that they had enemies in that position where they didn't want to push to just die immediately for somebody having the gun up in position before you even knew where it was going on, right?
Yep.
It makes sense for them to hold off a little bit passively, but at the same time, you do have to eventually kind of go all in if you're going to want to win, and I think they maybe played it a bit too safe on that one. This is the first opening round, so they are kind of figuring out how the teams are going to play, how the compositions are going to be, because, of course, every team is a little bit different on how they like to play things and how they like to position themselves. And in a mix-up like this where you have random people and random teams, there's no predicting anything at this point. So it makes sense to play a little bit passive, but I think it was just a little bit too passive on that first map at least. But now back onto Operation Supremacy Fist, interesting name for a C-Storm map here with a big storefront, also facing the entryway as well, which is interesting, is the bomb on the backside of storage, green door access. That could be, and we do see the charge. It looks like they're predicting a possible breach here on the other sides as well in Teller. This should be very telling on the strats that we see here from the attackers.
No, it's just one thing that, again, I always love to kind of point out is just that these players, even though they aren't even actively talking to each other in game, they're already kind of mind gaming the possibility of these wall charges here. And both teams are setting up for the possibilities like, well, what if they do decide to push storage? Because arguably it is kind of the meta thing to do for this map. And then it gives them kind of total control over basically this portion of the map, which will allow you to kind of peek in. And then, I mean, Freezer, you need to be mindful of, you need to be careful of, but really there isn't much gain that you get from this. And then Storefront, because of, like you said, how open and large it is actually kind of difficult because you can try and open here or even here, and there's still, angles everywhere that you have to account for, where it's just, hey, just wall charge in, deal with it. And then of course the last map is going to be Dome, so you already know for a fact that there's going to be a green door, or that green ramp. So, get creative, and I really like the idea here from the attackers.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I'd actually like to see a breach on Arcade, possibly, instead of going for Storefront, because Storefront is going to be easily predictable and easy kind of counterable. It looks like they are setting up for the go. Wow, look at that amount of utility on the storage there, spot there. Flago trying to push shot across, did not get into Gundam. Definitely going for a good peek, though, across on the side. We do see the setup, and looks like they are set up pretty well for the defenders around the area here. They're going for the green door breach. Good Molotov to hold off the push. A flash in the face there. Looks like that was a bit of a misthrow. Dylan getting ready to throw a flash in there. Flago just by the counter, though. It's going to push out of the way. Kuko! Well, actually, no, Flago gets pushed onto Gundam. Kuko swinging down as well for the support. Flago gets the second kill as well on the Gallows. Dylan taking a lot of shots, but going to be able to escape, but just with a little bit of health.
This is what's known as a read, where Coop was supposed to be open. These shutters were supposed to be open about 30 seconds ago. Oh, Cuckoo got the clacker.
Oh,
They brought the clacker inside.
No. Oh, that's never good. Oh,
that's never good. And Coop
Yeah.
is just AFK here in the car. He needs to rotate,
Yep.
or he
That
might
is
just be
being
saber saving
I
at
think
this
he's
point.
saving it. Yeah, he should not be trying to push with Dylan. Dylan needs to get out of there. They lost the battle there on that fight. They have to get out. Oh, and Kuko will get the kill onto Dylan. They maybe try and go for an outside peek and push there to try and take out somebody, but Corp is still, looks like AFK in the truck there. Looks like they did not make it into the game here. That is unfortunate. But in any case, it's going to be the round. Once again, going to defenders here. In a 4v5 situation, they cannot lose anybody, and losing that storage breach there was unfortunately a good read from the defenders, but it's going to equal an L for the attackers on this round here.
And I think the biggest price that they really had to pay for this was that clacker. Having them
huge.
secure clacker, though, I don't think that it looks like they've dropped it and hid it somewhere. Oh no, Floggle, yeah, they've got it hidden over here in the corner. Something like that, especially on. I mean, it's not the end of the world because the next map is gonna be Kill Dome, so. Again, pushing green is an option, but they can use that clacker and guarantee if there's like an observation or, a castle that they want to try and push, you put that guy there, you set out, you tell them, you click this with your click micro or your click macro, they are never getting into that room without paying a little bit of damage.
Exactly. and that can be so devastating if you're setting up for a nice comp. You have all your people next to the door as soon as you're ready to breach, have your flashbang ready, and all of a sudden, boom, the thing explodes as soon as you put it on there. That is just going to kill your team very, very quickly. And if it doesn't kill everybody, it's going to kill the momentum you had trying to go in with, from 5 to 5 versus now 2 to 5, even 3 to 5. That's still going to be very, very difficult to try and survive that. So it is losing the Clacker is a big, big loss for the next few rounds.
Dangerous.
Have it for the resetups. What's up?
It is dangerous.
It is very, very dangerous. It is very risky for the Biscuit. There's nothing really involved and nothing to gain from doing that. So
no,
keeping
exactly.
your Clacker in there, it's just not. It ain't worth it, Chief.
It ain't worth it, Chief. Don't do it. He ain't done nothing wrong. No, I'm very excited to see how. I mean, it does look like Floggle's team is just having an absolute heyday with this. I mean, they're playing as well as they need to be. They're not doing anything wild and crazy. Which is a weird thing to shun. But in this case, they don't need to. They don't need to sweat their brains out. There's no reason. This is a double elimination. They've got at least another 4 or 5 matches they have to play, which is a lot of due process. There's no reason for them to start sweating on map or set 1. Save it for the big leagues. So I really like that they're playing clean, they're playing consistently, and there's nothing overboard about what they're doing.
Yeah, it's kind of a good warm-up approach and strategy here, which kind of makes sense. It looks like, unfortunately for the attackers, they are playing a 4v5 with Corp, unfortunately. Not going to make it in, which is that's just kind of how sometimes it goes. But despite that, they're still doing a good job. Just trying to play it. They're playing still fully committed to try and win this one, but it's definitely a challenge for sure. Looks like they're going to go for an observation breach. This is Operation Saturn Cresting with a bomb in the pit facing the lava side here. This should be a very spicy one here. You don't end up in that spicy kind of ramen soup lava here. Very, very spicy. You do not want to end up in that kind of hot mix there and it end up being a hot mess. But equally, I see some double breach here in jungle and observation. The problem is Clacker.
Yep. And that's, I think, again, this is exactly what we were talking about last map. They sit, oh, wait, what? Where's Clacker?
Oh, no.
Yo, don't do... Oh, no, okay, Sholi's got it. Or Shlowy. He's going to have it, and I would assume that they're probably going to have him sitting on obs. Yeah, he's going to be sitting obs.
Yep.
Look at that double barb just in case. Oh, my.
With intent. They were really putting down all those curly cues to block him in position here.
Oh, my goodness.
Even Flacco getting the shots early on to block off the windows. Makes sense. Oh, and Coop's going to go for the beat.
They hear it. Here. They hear the clacking. They know that they can't really push us, even if they wanted to.
Yeah, that's going to really throw a wrench in their plans here. They're going to have to rotate down and around.
Gallows has double breach.
Made it in, though. We have a full 5 stack up here. Oh, but this is going to be a challenge to break apart.
It's going to be all on Gallows, or yeah, it's going to be on Gallows. He's trying to figure out how he can place these breaches, but he's struggling.
Yeah, he has nowhere to go here. Now, what Coop could do is actually shoot into observation to try and throw down Shlowy, perhaps? That's an option he could.
We haven't seen Mop.
Yeah, we haven't seen Mop. We haven't seen Saber Rock
as
well. Oh!
Dylan just walks up, no big deal. What a gamer.
Wow. All right.
Now that's epic.
Yeah, we also have the top side as well that we can now reach through. As Shlowy's distracted on the other side here, waiting for the push-up. But so far, they got in the breach on the bottom and survived. But will they go for the top is the question. There they go. Good Molotov to block off the push for now. Good grenade to get rid of the barbed wire. And Voxel will take out Coop on the other side of the map there. Losing their support from the backside. Fog's in rotating position here, ready to go for the push-up. Oh, here comes the auto shot.
Oh, baby!
Gundam gets the trade up, but not for long. Oh, that push just halted immediately by Floggle. Running in, gunning in. Auto shotty doing its best. Pinch ball or something for flank as well. Oh, but gets picked just as quickly by Corp. Oh, it's going to be a good toss-up, though. The tides have turned now for the attackers as Shlowy going to go for the kill. He will get it under 1. Can he get 2 with Corp? Yes, he can. And secures the round for the defenders. 3-0.
Very nice. Good job, Sholi. I mean, his Clacker game was a little bit lackluster, but that double was just absolutely clean. And, hey, they netted a wall charge to, use.
They can't use it, but...
they can't, but, it's...
For sure.
It's the sentimental value,
Of course. It's one of the trials of war, one of the rewards perhaps in the future if they ever decide to save it.
Defender goes home. He just instead of like a prized sword or maybe like the family rifle, he's just got an attacker's wall charge just hanging over the mantelpiece.
Yeah, it's for old sentimental values of back in the day. And now on Operation Disdainful Saber. This was the same one we pushed before, but now it's swapped sides. So now it's going to be Floggle on the attacking side looks like it should be. I'm curious to see how they're going to defend this one and what strats they're going to call here.
Well, I mean, again, it's going to come down to the first real fight is going to come down to this a barbed wire on the office logo. And then you'll probably have either another barb here on club or, yeah, another one there. So usually you'll see 2 or 3. And I think because Floggle pushed from Brickhouse, a lot of times you'll see it with more, mid-level teams where you'll see them kind of like, well, we pushed this way, so we should defend this way. So we're going to make sure that if they try and push from reception into Brickhouse, they can't do that. But the problem is you're playing against, other living, breathing, thinking creatures, which is weird to think about, and they're going to be coming in from office. So they might be caught a little off guard here, depending on how, this southern side of southern team for Floggle, or excuse me, Dylan handles this defense.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to have them focus on reception because that's the way they came from. But any team should be aware that there are, of course, 3 different ways to enter the map. Of course, there is a green door access and 2 red door accesses that they can use. So you got to keep your options and eyes open for any possible play here. It looks like they are indeed focused for it. Possibly top up red, but they also have the barbed wire here, so they are expecting a potential office push here. I'm going to guess they're going to focus maybe heavy club and kitchen, and then rotate as they need to for different positions to access from. That gives them the most flexibility and the most access to guard things. But we'll see where they stack up and decide to actually put themselves all at. Looks like Coop is going to be the one to put on the barbed wire, for office. Dylan holding a good position, though, within the bottom side there. Makes sense. Coop is well stacked up there. So they're keeping their options open.
Well, ironically enough, by playing, expecting this northern push, they're actually kind of stacked up fairly well for a southern as well. Dylan's going to hear the stomps. Yeah, he immediately turns. He knows what's going on. He hears it. There's the molly, and great hold. Here comes the rotates.
Wow. Yeah, that was a fantastic read there. Good aggression from Floggle to stay alive and keep calm and just run through the fire and flames. Low on health, but will force them back out. Coop and Dylan going to have to rotate out of the way here. Of course, this being kill house means a lot of wall banks are going to be the thing on this map, so you got to be very, very careful of where you're positioned at, where your cover is at, relatively speaking. They get rid of the barbed wire there in the front. They're going to flood into the office now. Gallows and Dylan looking to clear things up so far. Dylan shooting across. Getting some good damage into the attackers, but not enough for the kills just yet. The boxes will go for the aggressive push and peek here. Looks like Mitchell will take out Dylan as Coop will take out Floggle. Trading. Oh, but back on the other side, Gallows trying to shoot across, going for the kills here. Will not get it just yet. A good Molotov to block off the quick Bishop. And Coop will just wipe the floor with the attackers. Gallows last alive. Kuko getting flanked on multiple sides at once. He's getting outplayed by Gallows at the moment. Kuko's going to have to rotate out. We'll be able to escape for the moment here, trying to stop that clacker from being dropped there. That is a good call to make. He's going to escape for the moment here. He has to hide.
9 HP and he ran across that door like it was nothing. That is a level of confidence that I don't know if I would be able to mimic.
Yeah, that is very, very risky, but he managed to survive. Gallows, though, could go for the outer peak here and take out Kuko. Kuko's aiming, though, for it, so he's expecting the play here to happen. But this is still very, very, very risky.
Definitely in a situation like this, I mean, it's when you're up, 4 extra players and the last defender's he's probably pretty toasted, He's probably pretty licked. There's no reason not to, but let's just real quick, Coop's on a quad.
Yeah.
Like if they can find this last man, like give the man the ace.
Well, they know where he's at now. Gallows going for the shot. And, UAV will get the zap off instead. A little too long there on the peak, but Coop gonna go for it.
Come on, Coop.
Coop goes rotated out of the way. Now Coop could probably spray across. He's gonna go for it. Oh, nope.
Oh, he knows. 10 seconds. Oh, he's trying to wait for the drone.
Oh, it's all a matter of time. And can he make it in time is the question. 2 seconds remaining. He has to go for the push. He's gonna not go for it. Oh, he's gonna play it safe. That is understandable. Again, they
give the man the ace.
4K. That's still nearly just as good as an ace. Still good enough for the win, at least to start
Absolutely.
up the rounds 4. Now Dylan's team 1 to 3. Floggle, though, that was an interesting kind of stack up there, and ultimately, it wasn't a mess play, I think, from the attackers to try and get stuck in the middle of the doorway there. I think it's just the kind of the back players. They're not really thinking about both options being open on that push and hold there. So it was a very, very tough push to try and survive. Ultimately, it was just defenders having the guns up, being in a good spot to counter it, and ultimately just winning the shots. So
I think, like you said, they kind of all just flowed into that one behind the bars. So it didn't really was like, well, hey, guys, there's a whole extra section of the map that you can try and rotate. Again, pillbox, again, in the middle of the map like that can be absolutely pivotal. So having just like 2 guys go in and just scout out, like if they had checked pillbox, the guy, Coop behind the bomb would have been picked immediately. No questions asked. But because they didn't do that kind of that basic initial scouting, they really paid for it.
Exactly. I think if they had a little bit more of an overall map control versus just like They're almost going for like a fast bomb route, but they didn't play fast. Like they got kind of
Yeah,
stuck with
yeah,
the barbed
yeah,
wire
yes,
there. They wanted
absolutely.
to go speed, but they just kind of like, we're not sure. We got to clear things up first. And then they kind of just hesitated. At that point, it allowed the defenders to rotate around and just ultimately take them out. So if you're going to be committed to a fast play, you got to go all in and don't drop. Don't drop shift W at that point. You got to go all in. It's in. You got to go on that kind of strat. You can always change up too and flex too, but
A lot of discussion going on here. I mean, we have you got Floggle talking about potentially going freezer. Then you also have maybe a 3-2 for storage. But then I saw Midship even potentially talking about arcade. So I'm very curious to see what their game plan is. Maybe there's a little bit of, I don't want to say miscommunication or disalignment here. But one of the key things again. Sometimes as the hustle captain, we'll kind of call them the shuffle captains here.
yeah.
You got to be able to make sure you get all of your guys in alignment. It's like, all right, I am the team captain. I make the final call on this, and you got to be firm. Even if it's the wrong call, you at least go down with your call. You say, hey, it was a bad call. That's on me, but it was my decision. No one else. Don't let them peek. Dylan on C-Store with the MWAP. Do you smell the spice
here? Oh boy.
I'm curious.
This was going to be a spicy meatball for the attackers to deal with.
He is holding a very long angle to the corners of storefront.
Interesting. Perhaps expecting the storefront breach here. Looks like they're going for a bit of a split stack up here. 4 on the freezer side here. A little bit of a surprise for Gundam. They do have a bard in place if they do go for it, but Voxel going for the free storage breach. He's going to see the barbed wire. Slowly take his time. There's the red door breach on the left side there. Dylan rotating in position alongside Gundam to stop this battle here for now. Gallows on the other side looking at Arcade, doing his thing. They're going to get rid of the barbed wire there. Good Molotov from Gundam's going to hold him off for now, but Dylan in a good spot to counter as well. Oh, this is going to be a tough one to stay alive with. Voxel will take the pickup onto Gallows from the other side, though. Stops the lurk play to dent his tracks. Flug will get the kill on the Gundam. Here comes the fast play. Dylan just hanging out for now, trying to survive. Oh, but Coop shooting across here. Trying to get the kill. Kuko will take out Dylan in the meantime as Floggle takes out Coop. What a comeback as Corp will take out Kuko, trying to stay alive as Shloey comes in for the flank. Voxel as well on the other side, though. Voxel, good spot, takes down Corp on the rotation. And what a play from the attackers here. Total domination and total comeback
Hello
as
and
well.
good morning.
Indeed, what a play.
Destruction.
Just wiping the floor and cleaning, quite literally mopping up, if I dare say it, the defenders here on the C-Store map here. It's going to be 4-1.
Yeah,
Wow.
how much ammo did Shirley pick up here for that mop? Would love to know.
I don't think he shot once.
So I mean that means usually most teams bring in like 4. 4. So there's three in the clip and then 1 in the gun. So 4 shots with the saber, or excuse me, the mop. That's kind of nice rolling into Dome here. You're gonna have saber and mop, so might be seeing a bit more of a green push with a split for that obs.
Yeah, that's a rough one. He had 4 shots in that mop that he picked up, which is quite a bit.
Yeah.
Not a whole stack up, but still not bad by any means. Can give you a lot of access for sure. And the double mop, well, the double mop saber split up here is going to be very, very spicy.
Well, and remember, mop only needs 1 shot to kill a defender because of their low health, or lower health, I should say.
Yeah.
So, 4 shots, that's 4 bodies that could get dropped potentially. That is huge power. And even if he doesn't hit all of his shots, just the fact that there's, you could have a mop watching this angle, a saber watching this angle, and now you're in a pretty rough spot being the defenders. That's going to consolidate you into this pit here. And also, mind you, Power's in a pretty free spot. We haven't seen either team really go for this kind of play just because of the clacker dupe for the attacking team last half. But it is definitely a viable option here just because of the control that these attackers are going to have on Kildome here.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of different options. I think the reason they haven't gone for power so much is that they've been focused heavily on bomb. They knew the observation and the jungle kind of access here in the pit is going to be the essential part of the map. Of course, as it usually is in these kind of maps, it's always focused on where the bomb is at. They did have, I believe, Coop on the other side, though, going for the sniper playing the outside here. Could have gone for the flank up and go for power potentially, but unfortunately was dropped by Voxel up on this top side here shooting across. So I could see them going for it on this one, but possibly. But it looks like they're going to be setting up for a maybe green door breach, probably a fast push, maybe. The problem is they're going to have to watch out for double pushes, which is going to be, it's going to be interesting to try and push through.
Absolutely. And then, excuse me, one thing I've actually kind of seen, and I like to do quite a bit is, excuse me, I apologize. When I mean, like what I like to do is like have one guy just sit here, Molotov.
Yeah.
As soon as you hear that door kick, yeah, throw a Molotov, and you can quite literally buy time to back up and run away. And if they just kind of 5-man roll into beach, that is free damage. That is absolutely free damage.
It is completely
free
real estate.
Coop in a rat spot.
Looking catastrophic here in a nice spot there with the knack as well.
Wall charge. Floggle's got a wall charge.
Oh. Is he going to go for the pit breach? He could totally bomb this, I think. I guess maybe not, the angles don't line up quite right. But there is an access point here. Maybe we're near pit where you can bomb into there. Oh. Coop's still hanging out. Dylan is the nearest one in the...
Oh, that flash.
Rotate back.
Do they know?
Ooh.
They don't know.
They don't know. Coop's just hanging out. Waiting for the time to strike here. He's just hanging. He's ready to go. Ready to drop some heads here and drop some attackers.
Oh, they have no idea. They're not checking.
They don't know. They go for the power play. They're going to change it up and go that position. But they don't know yet. Voxel still hanging out the last one in.
Coop's waiting for the Saber to commit.
Yeah. They're going to go. The pit breach. They're going for it. They go for a good Molotov as well. The problem is, it's not going to be an easy one to access on that side. They have to be very careful in their positioning and their movement there in the pit. But they go for a pit bomb. Corp blowing himself
Corp,
up. Oh, no. Self-barbecue. That is going to be a price to pay for sure. They do need to push into the pit here. Oh, and Floggle gets the kill to Gallows and runs in and guns in Gundam Soul. As he comes in the other side, Coop from the other side. Floggle with a 180 kill takes out Coop. As Dylan hanging on the top side should be able to drop midship wallers here. Shoots across, finally gets one, but Kuko gets the trade up as well to Dylan. And it's going to be the round to the attackers here. Ultimately 5-1 at the finish. What a play from Floggle there.
Amazing, I mean, the defense, you can see the idea coming from the Team Dylan here. But yeah, no, that push was clean. They didn't check. I mean, Corp, had he been maybe a bit more greedy, almost, if that's the right word to use here, you know, he waited for Saber, he secured Saber, but his team just started to just crumble. I mean, it sucks to watch because it's like you're in this perfect big brain opportunity, and then it's like, hey guys, they're just breaching, just throw a Molotov, and then you just... Poor Coop, he's like, I got you, Chief. Why is my floor on fire? That's heartbreaking. Yeah. That doesn't help the situation. Going into a 5v4, that doesn't help.
Yeah, that would have been a pretty big play and a pretty big stoppage of, I think, Floggle if Coop didn't barbecue himself there. But, you know, I think that's sometimes from the bomb being a little bit bigger than you often realize for the hitbox. So that kind of stuff just happens. It's something to learn from, of course. But now swapping sides. Going to be on some new maps, I believe.
Yep, it'll be Factory, Bank, Kill House.
Well. Okay, that's going to be interesting for the stack up.
I was going to say, a lot of fairly large, Factory and Bank, fairly large in comparatively to Kill House. And we'll be able to kind of see a bit more, you know, again, that long-range engagements, because a lot of times with the closer matches, it really kind of comes down to that systematic, you flash, I'll push, we kill them, continue on to the next room. There's a bit more gunplay that we'll have to, you know, we'll be seeing from the player. Ooh, attacker's going to be going straight for that power. They found the power button.
Indeed, they stay hungry and they devour. They're going to go for that play up in Toxic here.
Love it.
I'm going to go for the jump on the outside here. It should be very interesting. Also, cargo hold bomb, no man's land of sorts. It should be interesting to see them go for that breach and that pickup in there. On the other side, though, they are pushing for server farm. But this stack up of maps here, going Factory, Bank, and then Kill House, means we're going to see a lot of focused breaches and a lot more, I think, wall breaches, especially on Bank and Factory, to where Kill House should be maybe perhaps more focused on green potentially. It's a map that has a lot of different wall banging potentials, so it means you got to be more careful on positions, angles for breaching. But because it's last up in the set, that could make for some very, very interesting choices of utility on these other two maps here.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to see.
There is a bit of a gamble having, you know, with Factory being first, obviously your first thought is let's go ahead and run Mop and Saber. But if you lose that, I mean, again, the very next map is Bank. So if you know, either team could potentially be losing their most powerful weapon for their side, and that could very easily get used against them.
Oh, very, very easily, especially because it's so big. It's very, very easy to just aim across a little bit wider, reposition yourself, and boom, there you go. Now you're a devastating turret.
Exactly. Looks like it is going to be a 4-1 split here for the attackers. Going to be mostly stacking up on the green here. Gallows ready to go. Hopefully he's not AFK. I do see a Gruber in his hands with that. Oh, no, he's waiting. All right.
Oh, yeah, he's ready to go there. He's going to be in a position to counter that one. They go for the breach up at server farm.
They don't.
Someone say they're going to go for the flash up. Gallows nowhere to go. And man, almost escapes. Oh, but Kuko will take him out as Voxel takes out Coop on the other side. Oh, this is going to be a tough one to push through and break through. Got him in a good rotation. Floggle on the other side, though, waiting for this time to strike. It's going to be a surprise for sure when it takes out power very quickly. The entire team is focused on that server farm breach, so Floggle should be able to get a fast push in here and be a bit of a surprise factor once they get going here. So right now they're waiting for the breach. There goes Floggle with the breach on the other side. Corp and Dylan rotating to stop the push. They're going to go for power.
There it is.
And there is the power play. Floggle rotating as well. Go for the shot against Corp, but Gundam will take out Voxel but push the top side. On the other side, Corp will win against Floggle. Midship wins against Dylan. On the other side, Gundam going for the kills here, facing 2v1. Ultimately, Kuko will take him out. Down to just Corp for after main defenders. Gets the kill to Kuko.
Woo!
Midship through the bomb. It's down to Shlowy in a 1v1. Shlowy versus Corp. Who's winning it? KR versus AP. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. 50 seconds remaining. You have time.
Does he know?
Flash on the outside here. Corp's going to be hit. Oh, but Corp wins the battle. What a 4K from Corp, winning it for his team. Dylan, I'm sure, feeling pretty good about that one. What a comeback and what a return from Corp.
That was heartbreaking. I don't think Shlowy knew where he was. I mean, he kind of rotated, and then you saw the Pangs like, oh, okay, I got it. Okay, there he is. But the way that he threw that flash, I mean, he kind of had the general idea, but he really didn't know where he was, so that flash didn't do anything.
Exactly. That was kind of a wild flash in hopes of hitting something, but that looked like Corp was just hunting him down and ultimately destroying him and showing him that is his map. You don't mess with him on
Corp
factory.
popped
and
off.
You don't mess with that one. Man, what a comeback. Because, I mean, the attackers had a good plan, good strategy. Everything was going in their favor, and Corp just flipped the switch, and it was over.
No, very well done. And again, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Both teams gambled their most powerful weapon. Now, the defenders were able to win that one, albeit barely, and because Corp is an absolute gamer. But now the attacking, Team Floggle gonna have to try and push into hold Jackal here on Bank. And I gotta say it. This is, well, actually, no, they've got a red door that they can try and push through, but that is an easy mop. That is an easy combat, auto shotty. That is a nightmare to try and push into. So, okay, well, what about entrance? Mop, long, miserable angles that you can try and, I mean, like, look at this. You could have a guy sitting in accounting through the teller window and still able to see almost into the red door entrance of lobby. Unless you are a Black Tar god, you're not going to be able to stop that.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to counter. I mean, they could flash it or at least go for a smoke on the breach and then try and push through the smoke kind of aggressively, which I could see Floggle doing, honestly, because it's a little bit counter meta and it would be very, very aggressive, which I think is Floggle's usual approach and strategy here for an attack. Maybe they'll go for a breach in the green door, or sorry, the vent.
Right.
A little bit of a sussy strat here through manager, and maybe pop out that side there to try and count up, or maybe go for a push on the other side there in the manager. They have 2 access points there they could go through. The problem is if they do go for that one, they should be able to rotate pretty quickly, but it depends on where the defenders opt to set up their strats, and looks like they're setting up for a standard entrance breach there.
No, you're right. There is going to be some sus going on here in the manager vents, as I'm thinking we're going to be seeing like a 3-2 split, so that way they can try and come in from one side and the alternative. Yeah, you can see Floggle's talking about it, and I do think that this is great. I mean, you can see they're also planning to utilize the wall charge here on Bank, which I like this. I like this play. This allows them to kind of avoid having to risk dealing with all of basically this part of the map, and then all they have to do is just kind of get around the vault door. But that in itself can be extremely risky, just because as soon as the door opens, the defender's going to just flood into vault, and then as long as there's one barbed wire and then maybe a Molotov or 2, you're pretty much set to go.
This should be a tough one to push through, but let's see what they can do. Corp is in a good spot though in the hall, at least in the teller position. It looks like Coop. They're going to go for, it looks like, that manager spot. They're going to go for the sussy strat here. Let's see what they can do. They're in a good spot. Voxel, Kuko, and looks like Midship are also going for the same approach. They're going to 5-stack this breach here. Coop in a good spot to counter. There goes the breach. At least this quiet one for now. Dylan going to be the first one probably into combat alongside Coop, holding off that angle there. Will Kuko go down is the question. Coop's going to let him go past for now. Coop just waiting for someone to breach that door here. It's going to be very, very spicy if they do. Dylan in a good spot as well. Voxel slowly sneaking through though. Taking pressure control, and Coop will get the first kill there on to slowly dropping him through the side there. Floggle just survived, but will he survive for long? Is the question.
Give us another one.
Oh, he's going.
Oh, that
it.
flash.
Oh, Coop eating a flash in the face. That's definitely going to slow him down for a moment here. Looks like Coop to the left against Gallows to the top side here. Coop
Oh, Gundam with the rotate.
Oh, Coop takes out Floggle as well. Mitchell will take down Dylan at least on that side, pushing a little too aggressively there. And that was 2v1 to push. But Corp is running him down, guns down Voxel, all down to Mitchell while we're trying to battle against Corp. And Corp will get the wallbang kill for the round. Dylan will take the map here.
I gotta say, I think the most heartbreaking thing was when I snapped to Midship's POV and I saw him find a guy out, but he did a brace fire instead of an ADS, and he caught him off, but he didn't kill him fast, or he didn't, body shot him enough to actually kill him. And it was just heartbreaking because I see him die, and I can feel the Midship pain as he's like, I found him, I shot him first, and I couldn't kill him in time, and then I died. Pain. Utter pain. I have been there. I felt that.
Man.
But
Yeah, that's gonna be a tilter for sure.
Foom, yeah, I mean,
Here.
Coop and Foom are just going absolutely nuclear today.
Yeah, they are definitely putting in the hours. And
They're
so
putting
far
the
they're
work and
definitely
taking
gonna
what's
be-
theirs.
Exactly. They devour. And they stay
They
hungry.
devour. They stay hungry. Operation
But now on
Free Bear,
Operation
though, we got a
Free Bear-
breezeway.
Yeah, it should be a breezy one here for the defenders to hold, at least for the beginning here. Indeed, they do have to still breach for the attackers. They still have a fence here, so they're not, and they have a fence as well on the top side, so they're not completely breezing through there, at least on the fast breach. They could go for a double fast breach onto the club here, which could be really, really devastating if they still have a charge, which I do believe they still have. I don't think they used one on the bank there, so they still have at least one access, if not two. Because I believe you get three, you get two.
Well, they were planning to go for the wall
towards
charge, but I think at the last minute they changed because, yeah, we didn't see the breach, so they definitely still have some utility to use here for this this last round on attack. But it looks
Yeah,
like they're
so they
going to
didn't
try and
have
go for more of a reception into just kind of a more casual hallway push, which I like the idea, but at the same time, it's very, there's a lot of opportunities for this to go wrong. And unless you guys are feeling comfortable, they're pushing in, they're getting bread, then I don't know. I think the brick house this is just kind of a more clean. There's no questions like, all right, get in, flash here, flash over here somehow, maybe even smoke, and you're good to go. You don't even have to think too hard about it. You just kind of worry about this, you worry about this, and then as long as you don't worry about anything over here, there's going to be no problems from the brick house side.
Yeah.
But here
This
we
is
go
gonna be a
again.
risky
Coop
one.
on the mop. I mean, this man is just fishing.
Oh. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one here. Let's see what they can do here.
They did. Okay, they did bring the wall charge.
I guess so.
Oh,
actually, that
my.
makes sense though for a fast access point. That's gonna basically break the map here. If they're going for the reception push.
This is gonna get ugly.
Oh, this is not gonna be a pretty one for the attackers. They don't know about that just yet. They may have heard it through the wall there, but look at this setup as well for the barbed wires. Oh no! Oh, this is
Jeez.
devastating. They can see it. They know what's gonna happen here. It is gonna be.
Can we talk real quick? Coop,
Actually,
look at this line of sight for Coop. This is
Wow.
just disgusting. Oh, great smoke.
Is this kill house? This is like factory.
Yeah.
What is this setup here? They're shooting through all the walls. They had this huge bombardment of office here. They just left it open. Now hold off the other side as they push through.
Dylan's not
about to
ready.
Get flanked here by Floggle. Oh, he's not ready. He wasn't ready for that one. He takes out one of Voxel, but he's dropped this as quickly. Gallows though. Uncorporal team kill Gundam for
Don't. The
just
throws.
as a show of force. Oh no. He is a stack up of the world. Just kind of starting to show he snuck through. He's getting close to the green door here. Holding out the push for now, but Floggle trying to wallbang through into Corp and Coop there on the bottom side. Their Gallows still hanging out though.
Coop has been removed from sniping privileges.
Oh. And Gallows will drop Coop on the push. Floggle from the other side. Oh, Coop gets the kill to Floggle. It's
Last
all
man.
down to Schloe. He gets the kill to one. Can he get the kill into two
Slowly
more?
going.
The question gets
Oh.
flanked by Corp with the pistol kill with the GAD-9. Drops him through the wall. That's going to be the round going to the defenders there. Excuse me. Wow.
I just want to point out after Coop murdered Gundam, he actually dropped the mop and then took the KR from Corp, and Corp took the mop. So I think they basically said no more mop privileges for you. But that was, I love the ingenuity from Team Dylan on that one. Just the idea of, we got a breach charge. I mean, why not use it? And that angle, oh my god, that is disgusting. If they were able to hold that line, maybe even having a few guys up there in the that lobby space, just to force them to have to play inside that area with the barbed wire would have been just absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, that would have been the total stop. I think when they lost that side flank, that they knew they had to go back some. And with this map being, well, with it being Kill Dome especially, you have that option to move back a little bit and still be in the fight, per se, because you can just shoot through all the walls. So
Exactly.
it's a little bit risky. They had a small little bit of cover, but they managed to hold on and survive. But now, with swap sides here on Resolute Adventure, this will definitely be a resolute adventure. We'll see if Corp can bring it back in for the possible ace here on attack. But defenders, Flagel on defensive is a surprise for sure. I wonder if he's going to go for the breach or go for the open green door or red door perhaps, because I know he likes to do that sometimes. Go for the very, very aggressive peaks here. It looks like he's going to go for the... Oh, there you go. And we see the breach on the bottom here. He's setting up for the dock push.
They're expecting a dock push, but I think, yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world because all they're going to be really holding on to is a Molotov that they can throw at the blue door for server farm. So not the end of the world, but we'll have to see how this pushes out. Again, with Factory being the first map, both teams are probably may or may not gamble for their most powerful weapon. It looks like so far no MOP has been picked, and actually Floggle on the auto shotty. I wonder if we're going to see him sitting in a rat spot, just trying to. Oh no, both auto shotty and MOP going to be pulled here for the attackers. This is an all or nothing gamble. If they lose this round, very easily they could lose both consecutive rounds and give the Team Dylan here a very solid chance to get 3 on the board, putting them into that wonderful fat W position.
Yeah, they're right in position here to bring it in for a possible at least match point for now. But will they keep it is the question. It's only one round difference between the two teams here, so it is definitely winnable for the attackers here. Defenders, though, aren't in a good spot to counter, but let's see what the strat goes and if they can figure it out.
Oh, well, Floggle's in the rattiest of rat spots because Kuko is going to make some noise to try and bait these attackers, to look right. And as soon as they're in, it's going to be a murder.
Yeah, it's going to be a slaughter on the highest order. But Corp and Gundam are also on the top side here, waiting for the push to go through in server farm. But Kuko and Floggle are there trying to stop it. Oh, good Molotov to hold off the push. That is fantastically timed. Oh, that's going to break the strat right in his face. Slowing Vox are going to rotate out of the way. They're going to give up Pipeworks and give up the option, but that's not going to matter. Corp, though, will take that slowly, trying to recover it. Oh, what a play. And Gundam Gale push to the top side here. Kuko will take a Gallows.
Oh, baby!
Floggle gets the double kill onto Dylan and Coop. Midship, though, still holding on the bomb at least. And Kuko rotates up to try and take down Office. It's still in the fight. Oh, Gundam, though, getting pushed player against Kuko. But Kuko will win the kill against Gundam, as it's all down to Corp low health, just a Black Tar and a Clacker. Should probably take the Clacker outside and don't let the defenders clack him. But it looks like it's not going to be the case. He's going for the push here. Kuko spring across wildly, hoping for a lucky shot there in the dark. But Midship will get the kill. Onto Corp is going to be the defenders taking match points 6-4.
And that is MOP. Ooh, okay, I was about to say MOP and Saber now picked up for Team Floggle. Oh, the man's making it outside just because of that UAV check. So he went out. He did manage to go shopping. It doesn't look like they're going to realize that the Clacker... Oh, I think they just saw it at the last second. Because I was watching the defenders over by Office where, Foom pushed in. And he did have Clacker. And I think at the last microsecond he went... and then the round switched.
That is unfortunate, but probably... Oh, man, that is just unfortunate, honestly. Losing the Clacker there for defenders is going to be a missed opportunity, but still, they can still win it. They are just 2 rounds away from, 1 round away from the win for the defenders, but 2 away to at least tie it. This is still winnable for the defenders on now Whole Jackal, which was a whole thing last time we saw there on the push from Manager, and ultimately it was just a stop push by some amazing plays there by, I believe, was it Dylan on Sniper on this side here?
Yeah, I believe it was Dylan, and, as we're kind of pushing into this is, again, I think Floggle with the Saber are going to be sitting tellers because you got red entrance that you can cover, and then you got accounting that you could easily cover with that Saber. And again, you don't need to reload, with the magazine for Saber. So easy power position. And then of course you got, one guy to sit cover this, you got one guy to sit cover this, and entrance is dealt with, and then your last, your last 2 guys can easily cover Manager, and you're pretty much good to go. And then even if they decide to push security, which is fine, hey, you just back up a little bit, you just sit in accounting. And then you just let them hit the button. There's no risk. You don't lose the game if they hit the button. You just need to make sure that they don't defuse the bomb. So you can let them come towards you in bank, which is a really kind of unique thing, which I enjoy about it.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one to see if they go for it. And it looks like they already need setting up for that charge there in that push. I'm excited to see how they recover for this one for the attackers. But, the push in
AP only 25 in the chamber.
Well, it's going to be certainly something, that is for sure. I mean, the AP is still a devastating weapon to go against. By no means is it weak, but by no means either is it that strong. In this kind of setup here, this could be, and I think it will be, very, very deadly and very dangerous here. Floggle rocking the KR as well as Midship. small and large rifles on hand. And Kuko and Shoei actually both rocking Grubers with Voxel on the snipes.
They're going to open Vault.
To win tonight. Oh.
Oh, they're going to lock 2 in.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
That hurts.
That is a good call to make at this point. They are going all in for the win here. They are just 1 round away, and time is running out for them too. So let's see what they can do here.
I have my opinions. I'll keep them to myself about blocking 2 people in like that. Also, no Saber going to be used here for the defenders. It's just going to be the... Oh goodness, where am I? It's just going to be the Mop.
Yeah, and they're going to go for a bit of a slow, I guess, slowish play. Taking control of Loans for now. They've also taken control of Hall, but looks like Kuko and Midship are going to be countering that one. They're ready to go for the shot into security. They're waiting for the time to strike. They do have a fast rotation if they need to. Coop and Gallows going for the shot there. Midship.
Oh,
gets a nice Molotov throw. Perfect barbecue there. Gallows forced to push back low on health, and Midship coming from behind there. Take down Gallows. Kuko running in aggressively against Coop, but Coop will win the battle against Kuko there. On the other side, though, Dylan going for the shots across towards Vox, but did not get the kill. A bit of damage done, though, for sure. Oh, and here comes the breach. Floggle and Shoei just hanging out for now. They're still focused on the bomb. Coop's going to have to push through into security. He gets the kill on the Midship, running through. Voxel still watching that tower position there. Coop could get the surprise for sure, but no. Voxel with the flick and a half takes down Coop. Oh, but Dylan gets the trade up just as quickly onto Voxel. It's all down to the 2 hiding in the vault. Oh, this is winnable for the attackers here, but a good grenade to get rid of the barbed wire. Corp going to sneak through for now. Gundam hanging out as a surprise as well. Oh, but the Molotov, that's going to give away the position in the vault there. Perhaps a little bit early, but it makes sense. Probably wait for it to participate. A second Molotov.
Nice.
That's good, but will it last long enough is the question. They're going to have a short time push. Oh, but Shoei! Nice shot there to Gundam. Oh, but Floggle takes down Corpse, going to indicate last
one more.
Dylan, and
there
the win from Floggle. Secures it. Nicely done there by Floggle, pushing out there at the last second. What a play for the win there. GG's.
Absolutely. And I mean, I always say it because it's a huge gamble. You put 2 guys inside that vault and, you're going to try and bleed them. That's fine, but you better make sure the guys defending outside of vault get at least 1. If not, it's going to be a 5v3 until they get to that vault door, and then it becomes a 5v2. But hey, it worked out this time, and, well done by Team Floggle. They get the first on the board.
Yep, and this is a best of 3, correct?
Correct.
All right, so for the starting round here, for the first game to go in favor of Floggle, kind of makes sense. But equally, we saw good luck and good work there from Dylan on that matchup there too. Game 2, do you think we're going to see the same thing?
I mean, again, just that power, the power from the Floggle team. I mean, Foom is just going ballistic, to say the least. What we've seen at least 2 or 3 triples. We saw a quad. I mean, the guy's just going ballistic. If only we could get him to do this in, on a competitive tournament setting. Which he does anyways.
Yeah. I mean, Foom is pretty strong there in that regard, but also it's different when you have a team mix up like this where things are kind of out of sorts and you don't know who's playing with who.
Right.
I think it kind of allows for more of a kind of freestyle, run and gun, have fun
freestyle.
Approach, which, yeah, and it's worked out well for Floggle, which is definitely his strong suit, as Yakuza are especially known for the counter meta plays that have worked out very, very well against a lot of teams. Hasn't worked out against Global Breakout yet, or some of the older teams back in the day, but it's definitely one to keep in mind and be aware of if you're playing against them. Game 2, though, I kind of think Floggle's going to take Game 2 and take the win.
At this rate, if they continue to have Foom and the rest of their guys, Floggle goes nuts. Shoei doing very well. I mean, it was kind of like we can sing the praises of Foom because he goes nuts, and Floggle because they go nuts every once in a while. But Shoei and Kuko, you don't need to be an absolute gamer god to have a winning team. Sometimes, again, it's just having players that have really good synergy with each other, being able to kind of work around and have that dynamic ability. Shoei came up and clutched a couple rounds as well. You got Kuko just sitting in the back, just making sure that Molotovs get thrown, barbed wire gets placed. Those really big. It's the unsung hero of the team.
Yeah, it's all about the support and all about those players there in position. It does get the wins in. Of course, it's nice to talk about kills, but it is indeed a team game here, not just all about the individual. And even in these team matchups that are a little bit kind of unique where you don't know what's happening, it's all about the team and about the win overall. So I'm excited to see how this will go. And, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket here because there has been a load of movement.
Oh,
let me pull that up.
Oh, interesting.
Hang on. Don't talk about it just yet. I need to-
Okay, yeah. I got
okay,
you,
we'll
bud.
just do
Don't
the
worry.
intermission. There we go. All right, we're good now.
All right, all right, all right.
All right, so hit him with that analysis. Oh, hang
All
on.
right. Ooh, yo.
Jet
Check
beat
it out.
EK.
Ikazo's
Woo! Woo! Hype?
Yeah. Merchant beat Tibbers team 7-2. Wow. So it looks like Floggle's team, once he wins the thing there, will go to Zigalo. Wow.
That's kind of a big deal.
Well, yeah, potentially. Ooh, okay. Interesting.
Okay. And you know what that means? So
Wow.
it is a best of one double elim. So the losers go into the lower bracket, which is
Yep.
kind of that's kind of fine anyways, because that means we can go and let's go see what's going on with EK's team. Let's go see what's going on over there.
All right. Looks like they're already mid-game, though, from what it looks like,
Uh-oh.
against Tibertaran.
Well, that's kind of
Yeah,
rude.
the
They
first
didn't even
round.
wait for the rest. All right.
Well,
Oh no, it's okay. They are mid round,
Whatever
but there's
it is,
only
yeah.
one round that's actually started. So let's just go ahead and hop into that real
oh,
fast.
sweet.
Yeah.
let's
Let's
go,
hop
let's
into
go.
that. Let's hop into that.
Drive our way over there. And hopefully catch us in time.
It's okay. It's only one round currently in favor of the attacking team, which I didn't catch.
Oh.
That's a big
wonder
deal.
Yeah,
That's actually a pretty big deal. Like that's again, EK team captain of Global Breakout, #1 team here on in the competitive environment, and Jet just rolled in and went, oh Lord, he coming. That's
I think a lot
huge.
Of it sounds like they're on defuse already.
Yep.
Oh, Newt, and it looks like what is that name there? Scoop Squad. They're hanging out at the bomb. They're looking for the defuse time. They're out of time. They're just kind of going for weapons at this point. They did win the round though.
Okay.
So Ikazo's taking round 2 at least in this battle. Yeah, this lineup is interesting from Ikazo, but I think something to keep in mind, especially of course when Ikazo loses the first game there. As much as you have the best, current team player, the best team overall is not just the individual captain, but of course all the players together.
Absolutely.
Makes for the best team. So it isn't always indicative of individual leaders' responses, and of course because you have such different kind of variations of people and variations of approach and things they like and dislike, it isn't easy to try and be. And there will be situations for sure where you have a team that maybe ends up in the losers bracket that way. That would be a bit of a surprise to see. So.
And it's not the end of the world if you go into the losers bracket again. It is double elimination, so for the guys in the losers bracket, it is do or die. For the guys that are in the upper bracket, though, that's they got some wiggle room. They got some wiggle room,
Yep.
but the guys here in losers, they have to play perfect. Either they lose or they're out. That's it. They're done. They go home. No swag, no Gucci brand Nike shoes. No boneless pizzas. That's it. So.
Exactly.
We've moved on, so it was a Kill Dome and then a C-Store.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if I haven't gotten a chance to take a look at the first map that they played on, but right off the bat, I see we got Surfront and Scooge, both power weapons on the attacking side here. That's kind of nice.
Oh, and especially on C-Star, a map that's normally it's pretty small, but this one, Fox Praetorian, is very, very long. You can see they're heavily stacked.
It's
up
quite
in
a
storage
long
and
boy. It
Indeed,
is quite the long boy.
It's a big chunkus here. We've got a lot of access points here and a lot of long shots. I mean, look at this shot here from Storefront. That's like the entire size of the map here. Look, this is crazy. This is not your standard issue C-Store maps. And C-Store maps are usually like a little sandwich.
Standard issue C-Stores.
Because C-Stores usually you have a storefront, you have a big storefront, and you have one here, but usually it's wide. It's not tall. This is such a vertically stretched out map. Looks like lasagna spread out or like pizza.
It's not wide Putin.mp4.
No, it is not a wide boy. It is not squished down. This is not your hamburger. This is it's a book, and it's a book on how they're going to win this one.
Okay.
Potentially from Ikazo's, but defenders though in a good spot. They are heavily stratted up here. Look at this.
That's a lot of barbed wire
on green door. It is indeed a bit barbaric, this approach here. They're setting up so many barbed wires and Molotovs.
I'm curious to see what they're going to plan to do. Okay, no, they are going to just run the mop. They're going to save the Saber. I was going to say, if they run Saber mop in at storefront entrance, that's fine. It's not the end of the world, but that's going to be, a potential overfire. One guy might unironically mop or Saber the other mop or Saber.
Yeah, nope, they can definitely shoot overhead. Oh, the Sorrento down Rachel from the get-go, but no! Oh, dropping down the guy in braces.
Clinical.
There. They run past the bomb. NTDs go for the Russian breach here, and it has so far been very, very effective. Tibber warning where to go, what they can do, but Sir Front will take down Roger Wilson as well as
Oh
Goof
my.
takes the Ikazo trading and rent.
Oh.
About the Goof. But on the other side, Tibber with a flick on the Newt. Sir Front, though, third kill onto Tibber Terran, brings in the win as Render gets team killed by Skook Squad, and Sir Front taking shots there from ultimately Sir Front there. Battling a bit of a team battle here.
Can you do it again? Can we restart? The round's already over.
Yep.
Hang on.
That
Wait.
was so quick. You could basically make a speed run match of due process. That's what it would look like. The only
Yeah,
thing
I'm going
fast
for
would
a
be if
world record
defenders-
frame perfect C-store start. Looks like we got
RNG,
book stack up. No wide Putin. Pretty good RNG.
Yeah, pretty good stack up here. Pretty good RTA push.
Yeah.
The only thing they could have done faster is go for a complete flash and then smoke the bomb for a ninja defuse.
Yes.
That would have been the perfect call there. So
that would have been down smash into frame perfect execution, but I mean that was just so aggressive. I mean they didn't even bother to like wait until if a Molotov would have come out, which thankfully there wasn't. But these poor boys, these poor guys here on the losers bracket, fighting against EK's team, it's feeling a little bit more leveled out here.
This is spicy.
Yeah, it's spicy. Oh, it's spicy, all right.
This is a spicy meatball, and it's just going to be a fantastic game here. I can
Team
feel
Tibor.
it. It's going to be flaming snow, and again another long map. Look at this long side, long. hallway.
That's a long boy right there. Oh my! Look at that long boy. Take a look at that snout.
Wow. I mean, this is as long. It's almost too long in a way. This is just what a weird map up and combination here for these teams. And look at this kind of interesting vent way here.
Yeah, it's going to be quite difficult. I mean, going through these little loops and then continue to push, that is, it can work. Especially because if you're doing some sort of like a timing attack, making sure that your guys are spending a bit more time on their loops before you push in for the boops, it can be important. It's those timings, it's the little timings.
And indeed, they do add up. Although I do want to notice as well, in Loans, there is no guarding wall here. It's all purely glass, which means if you're pushing vents, you have no cover. It's completely risky for the Bisky here. You're not going to get anything really safe in that push there. So they have to at least I think they have to use a charge on the red door there in entrance.
Yes, yeah,
or
no.
Maybe go for the manager push. There's
in
no
addition
way
to
they
that,
can survive that.
You got EK with the mop. I mean, this man is absolutely praying that you go Loans. That angle is I hope, try me.
I mean, look at this angle here. That is just like ready to go here. He's playing a good rotation angle though. If he does go somewhere else, but attackers, I'm excited to see where they opt to go. If they go entrance, they have a couple options, but there is a fast Molotov as well. Oh, the guy, Mr. Arrows, they're now where to go. Goofed as well, feeling a bit goofed on the push there. Has no access, but now they're finally going for the manager spot there. Newt rotating. Gonna go for they see the red door there in that position, so they can't go up just yet. There goes the entrance breach. We do see Skook Squad looking to try and push out their tellers. At least go for the smoke out of position. Newt shooting across there. Battling against Rachel did not get the pick up the killer.
You get the rotate?
Sneaking through vents. Mr. Arrows there takes out Render. Up on that flank there. Let's see what happens as they shoot through and push through to take control of the lobby. So front though, good spot there. Good knack as well. Will walk off the push. Newt trying to stay alive, but ultimately Mr. Arrows there will get the kill on the Newt as well. Skook Squad rotates down below on the other side here. So front trying to stay alive. Tibetarian trying to hunt him down, but ultimately Arrows a third kill for this player here. Ikazo now wondering where to go here. His team getting dropped left, right, and center. Going to ultimately hide at the vault here.
So far, a great entrance, and just kind of going for those picks and refrags here. As finally the second player finally falls down here on the attacking side.
No, Skook Squad takes out Goof as well, going for the push. Ikazo,
1v2.
Fourth kill. Is this about to be an ace? With this mysterious player, Rachel trying to stay alive, dodge out of the way. Ikazo dodging everything.
Asu! Asu! 5 HP! 1 HP! 1 HP Asu!
And he gets the kill as well. He is
my
to kill
God.
everyone in the server. Do not push this player.
This man's a god! Global Breakout, where are you at? Get this man a contract!
What an amazing play.
Holy cow. And he gets the clacker!
And the clacker!
And the clacker, the gamer!
And the clacker. What a play. What a play. You could not ask for more from this player.
Holy cow, he did everything. Read it all, put it all back. Oh my god.
Wow. Who would have expected that one from, just a strat that looked pretty set and done there. It was a tough map to try and push, but yet despite that, attackers bringing in the W. Ikezo tried his best.
Yeah.
Facing, 2 players at once there, getting pushed with just a mop. Almost, you got the kill, I think. Almost didn't get the kill. That was actually team
Yeah,
kill
he
from
almost
the
did. He
player.
had 1 HP, but he didn't.
He did,
But he
No,
didn't.
that was- and
Oh
now
my
on
goodness.
to grinding shade, which I'm sure the Ikezo team is grinding some shade right now as he got
Yeah, I'd be salty on
clutch
that
there.
one.
That is a tiltable match for sure, and tiltable round. Oh boy, 3 on the bottom there. That makes sense to go for that play, but where the attackers opt to go now, it's going to be interesting to see.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a north into south push. I like the idea, though the risk, of course, is you have these castle lines. And yeah, you can see Tipper is talking about it. I mean, you got 1, you got 2, you got 3 different, risky situations. You also have the green door, which, depending on how respectful the Team EK chooses to or wants to be, that red door is extremely risky. Frankly, I would, at least if I was these guys, I don't know if they have... They've utilized Saber or not at this point, but going for beach and just trying to kind of gain some security. And then, I mean, remember, at the end of the day, you only got to fight for the jungle bomb. So as long as you cover window, and then, the entire area over here, no big deal, no easy feat. But, you only got to worry about a few things, where with this, you're funneling yourself. And, rule number 1, when playing due process, never funnel.
Yeah. Or stay in the doorways.
Yeah.
Push UAV. those are also, well, honestly, there are times that push UAV where it actually makes sense.
Or shoot your friends.
If you wanted to, of course. They're, you get to that at the end of every round, of course.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the rule.
Last in the set, you got to kill your teammates. That is a law of due process. In case you never knew,
It's
Ranked is a
the
little bit different,
rules.
Matches are different, but that's kind of how it goes. But here comes the execution from the attackers here. I can see him, honestly. You can have a defender here push out and just do some heavy damage here, because I was going to opt to sit and pit here. Looking to pit up his performance perhaps from the last round there. But Newt's going to ultimately hang out back in castle. He's waiting for the push here on that red door. Beach also being breached there by Rachel. Rocking the Saber here.
Wow, those flashes were pretty nice. I like those.
Yeah, this is a good coordination there from the attackers. Good teamwork as well from the defender. Shooting across, and Ikezo will get the first kill there onto Roger Wilk, and his Skoog will drop on Tipper. Rachel will catch up Ikezo on the flank, though. Nicely done by Rachel, but Fred and Render holding off on the bomb site for now. Man with the brakes gets dropped pretty quickly by Skoog Squad as Rachel will take out Newt as well. Rachel doing a lot of damage this round. 2 kills already on the board in Sir Front, and Render holding off Rachel. Goof needs to come in there and help out his teammates, but so far he's just hanging out down below, playing the pit area safe there, waiting for the push potentially. There you go. There's the breach into the base. And Sir Front, I think he spotted the player but couldn't get the shot in time, but they are distracted, which means Skoog can now rotate on the other side here, push through, and maybe go for the battle here, but has just an auto shot, which is a little bit long of a shot there for that weapon.
Yeah.
See what he can do, though.
Oh, there's the flare.
There's the flare.
Lands right at his
Horribly-
feet, actually.
Yeah.
He throws
look
it
at the
back.
teamwork. Look at this. This is fantastic.
Classic
Power
big
up.
brain.
That's going to make a fantastic one. Oh, Rachel!
Rachel!
With the quick shot there to Sir Fred. Will she get the kill on the Render? Let's see.
She's going for it.
Rachel
Oh, she gets
and
another
the kill.
ace!
The clutch.
Another
That's-
ace?
Ace?
Ace? Back-to-back
Wow.
gamers?
Sheesh.
Sheesh! There's one man left. It's Scooge.
Wow.
He is trying to
No, that's
creep.
not an ace. That's the 4K.
Oh, it's a 4K.
Just 4K for now.
For now.
We're not at the ace tier yet, but
It's
don't
good.
worry.
Ace.
Don't worry. Oh,
Get him, Rachel.
shots.
Ace!
There's
He
the
does it
ace.
again! She does it! Oh
What a
my!
drop.
Destruction!
Totally clocked. Sheesh. You cannot ask for more from Rachel. on
Just
that
like the
push.
simulations.
Indeed, everything going to plan for the attackers here. Brings it to a 2-3 at the end of
And
this
she
one.
gets the nade and the
Wow.
NVGs. What? And the clacker! These
And the
guys are
clacker.
gamers!
Oh, that is perfect. You
Fantastic
cannot ask for
play.
more. Wow, what a push-up from Beach there, and what a good push from the rest of the team as well to
Mhm.
work together to lock down the pit, lock down that flanking castle. That is just solid teamwork there, solid gameplay, and just amazing stuff to see.
I think what hurts the most is the Team EK or Ikezo read that it was going to be a potential pit push. They had the auto shotty, but they didn't have anyone to deal with the potential beach. And Rachel just had free reign over the entirety of the map. So basically, you either got squished into castle, which we saw Scooge do, or you're just hiding somewhere in the back, in the southern side of the map, just praying that the Saber doesn't find you. And it did. It found every player.
Yeah. Wow.
That is clean.
Well,
We've seen double aces here from Team Tibor.
yeah, it's simple and clean is the way it's meant to be, and that's what we're seeing now from the attackers. Swap sides though now with Rachel on the attacking side here for Frox Praetorian. This is going to be a very, very interesting one to push and hold here for attackers. Defenders, they have to be aware that they saw a fast play before, but Ikazo, they still have the lead here. They're still ahead by just 1 round, which means if it's another good round for Tibertaran back-to-back, double ace,
Double
maybe
ace?
triple, or even quadruple, that's going to be
Triple
a
ace?
huge mind game play here.
Well, just the fact that they back-to-backed ace alone, that's going to set them up for a huge momentum shift here. Because we saw, I mean, that first round, Team EK, they rolled in like they were absolute ballers. That castle play, everyone was hiding. Not a single person was like, I'm going to just like run out 360 no-scope the Saber sitting on beach, and I'm going to just go back to playing the game. No, they were hiding. And now I think we're going to see, I don't know if I want to see how these guys spawn in here, but depending on how this initial push goes, I think if Team Tibor, even if they come into this and tie it, that is going to be a huge energy swing, because a lot of times with teams, you can just, as long as you got the power, as long as you're feeling yourself, you're gaming, that sometimes is half the battle.
Yeah, that can really be the difference between a win and a loss. There is the mind games coming into it and the attitude that the entire team is feeling at the moment here. So far, though, it definitely looks like the attackers are on a high right now. But let's see where they're going to go and where they set
It's looking like a 3-2 split.
Oh, yeah.
And Arrows has the wall charge.
Oh, all right. Well, so let's see what Arrows can do here.
Power?
Oh, nope, they're going for power. They stay hungry and they're going to devour this.
They're going to devour.
With this one. Oh, but Ikazo shoots across. Not going to get the shot in time there, of course, but definitely sends the message. There's a green door as well in that spot there, so it is a breachable point, so they got to be careful. Hold that off for now. While it's happening, off has also been breached here. We see Sir Front rotating up, going for the wall bang across there, going for the shot and kill there into Roger Wilkin, but did not get the pickup. They're still waiting Molotovs and the bottom as well, but the top now open Newt and Sir Front holding it off for now. Again, a good spray down from Sir Front, but not enough for the kill. Some damage being done, but not enough. And then a third Molotov here on the top side is Arrows. Well, there we'll get the pickup in the Sir Front, running through and just saying we've had enough of this business. Newt dropping Tibertaran. Rachel also pushing with the Saber. Danger close here. Newt's not ready for this one, but Ikazo.
Ooh!
Gets the second kill to Rachel as well. Ikazo, the flick of a century here. Running on the outside. He's not been spotted yet. Oh, no, but Goof gonna say, no, I'm not letting you get away with that one. Gets the gun to Ikazo's Skoo Squad trying to trade onto Goof. All down to Goof and Roger Wilson. This is a 2v2. Render and Skoo Squad versus Roger and Goof.
Roger sat in that Molotov for a second. He still has this grenade.
Yeah.
I think he's finally going to clear out that barb.
He's going to go for it. Oh, and Render will win the battle. It's 2v1 for Goof. A smoke and a KR and a dream. Render
30
and
seconds
Squad
left,
at full
too.
health. No utility on either of them. Less than 30 seconds. Lots of barbed wire here. He's going to have to make a lot of noise and go for the flank up on the push. Let's see what he can do here.
They see him.
Oh, they spotted him. He's going to have to go for the battle here and Tellers. Going to go for the partial charge. He could go for the smoke ninja defuse, perhaps, but Render's going to get the shot and kill it. Anyways,
10 seconds left. He's got to stick it now, or he's not going to have enough time.
Yeah, it's a little too late there. They're going to try and whittle him down. And there you go. Skoo Squad will get the flanking kill there onto Goofed. It's the round to Ikazo 4-2.
That Molotov at Freezer completely killed the entire push for the power play. I like the idea, but honestly, they should have just hit power and then said, forget it. As soon as that Molotov went, you need to bounce and go somewhere else, because they just tried to push in and make it work, and it kept almost working, but EK with that double completely shut down that push.
Yeah. That was a super deadly kill, and just the right position there for Ikazo and right position there for the defenders to stop that push. Maybe they could have gone for the top side, but you had that Sir Front also shooting through with a knack to where they couldn't really push as easily as they wanted to.
Very true.
So it was by no means easy for them to kind of rotate from. At that point, maybe go for a Star Front breach, but they already used their charge up. I think at that point they had to just commit to either the top breach there or go for the they were like half commit on the bottom there. They went full in, dropped down Ikazo, or at least died or did something to Ikazo. Maybe a different story, but I think they were a little bit too late on that call. That was probably the one that cost them the round there.
Yep,
but it was a good attempt there from, I believe that was Goofed to try and bring it back in, though. That was a good attempt of clutch.
No, it was very good. And then here we are now on Jackal Fury. So it's a C-store into a factory, which Ooh, well, let's remember they don't have they. We saw Rachel bring the Saber into C store, which, especially with how she
Yeah.
was pushing, I don't know if I really agreed with that. Now that I kind of sit there and ponder about it,
Wait a minute. Yeah.
but
Uh,
I mean, especially with Factory now, now that we see Factory, probably would have been better just to save it to here. I mean, as we always talk about, long angle, long angle, long angles, ahoy, Mr. Krabs, and I think Saber would have been a better call. And then even just knowing it was a Factory next map.
I believe this is a new set though, so you should
Correct.
still have Saber.
You might be right.
So I think we're good on the Saber one. I think at that point they're kind of using it for the clutch there. But hey, and it's easy to get mixed up. I usually do all the time with who's
Kind
got
of
what
cringe.
and
Color
who's on
caster
second.
don't
I
know what he's
who's on
doing.
third. Don't worry, it's all a beautiful color, even if it may be a little bit off on the shade here and there. It's all beautiful, and it all looks and sounds fantastic.
Thanks
So
for
I think, of
patting
course,
my
it goes
back, but
to,
I'm still a dumb. Anyways,
don't worry, we're
EK
all
with the
silly
mop.
here and there. Oh, indeed. Oh, EK. That is not someone you want to see with the mop there. Looking to
Oh,
mop up
boy.
these attackers potentially, but we're
Is-
seeing a good setup there. A lot of smoke and a lot of looks like
Oh,
flashbangs.
he did kick that door.
Or
He's
McMahon? Tibber, no gun? Question mark? Is he rocking
game.
pistol? Is he rocking pistolier?
No, he's just shopping.
there you
He's
go.
still
at the
yeah,
AP.
he's still
There you
shopping.
go.
EK
Understandable.
is about to murder somebody. If they all went
Uh-oh.
south, thankfully, but that could have been super sus. If they were
Newt actually going for some really aggressive peaks there.
That's
up
just
on
rude.
the frame.
Yeah,
That
no, he
is,
got him. He got a little bit of damage on it.
Ooh.
EK's still holding this angle, and it's going to be a southern push, which I think is a better
Yeah.
play. AP25 and oh my
There you
goodness,
go.
Render,
Oh, here
you do
comes
not
the
deserve to be
rotation.
alive.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Good smoke there from the attackers here on the right side of the map here. And on the left, a lot of smoke everywhere except for the monster on the other side.
Oh, goodness
It's not going to
gracious.
matter as Render will take out Roger Wilson and Arrows take down Newt in the shot. Arrows going for the battle against Render here. Render is still somehow alive. Tibertarian on the other side. They're trying to take out Render, but Ikazo drops Tibertarian as Render's dropped by Goof at the same time. Oh, but Scoop just destroyed by Rachel as Front takes down Arrows. It is all down to Front and Goof and Rachel, though. The support kill gets the kill out of Front. It's all down to Ikazo. It is Saber versus Mop with Goof coming in to try and even it out some.
Do
It
they
is a
know
battle
where
of
EK
snipers.
is though?
A dueling of the fates. Who's going to get this one? They're already on the bomb, and Goof will get
Goof
the kill.
did.
What a clutch there from Goof.
Oh my.
Brings it in for the win, 3-4.
Now, hopefully
Wow.
Rachel spots the mop, and then they go ahead and go shopping for it, which is fantastic. Okay, they
There we go.
did
And the
it
Parker.
again.
That's what we need to see, and that's
Yeah.
how it should be played.
Fantastic. So they're gonna go. Yeah, they're gonna pick up all. They're gonna go shopping. Which, hey, if
yep,
you win, always go shopping. Always go shopping. That's
course.
fantastic.
Indeed, it's free real estate.
It is. Indeed, it is. And as long as they get the, so they're gonna leave. I wonder if EK only brought a few rounds, or if he brought 4. He already fired 2, so it's not exactly worth bringing, trying to steal the mop. But again, defenders only have like 100 health, and one mop shot is a guaranteed kill. So there's some risk to it. Obviously, you only have 2 shots, but it can be very rewarding.
It can be, but it also depends on if you have a teammate who wants to use that. If they,
very
Rachel
true.
still had the Saber. If she didn't have Saber, I guarantee they'd 100% picked up the mop because even 1 or 2 shots is still enough for the kill and would have been devastating to try and push against. But still, they had the Saber, they still had the ammo. It's worth keeping it for now. And of course, going for the KR as well. That's the second, I think, it's the second best choice really for attackers to pick up in a situation like that.
Absolutely.
Gruber's good too, but I think a lot of people really do prefer the KR. It's like the AP, but it's got a unique kind of damage to it. That's it's especially effective against defenders.
Well, I mean, usually shooting anybody is quite effective against people.
Well, everything is. Everything,
Bullets are pretty
Yeah, that is
pretty good
true,
deterrent
that's
to doing things.
yes, the bullets do kill. So
Mhm.
and when you kill someone, they die. So
If
it's,
you shoot them to death,
understandable.
they will die. Yes.
Yes.
Trumpet spear though, kill house. Lot of very soft, flimsy walls, which is
This map just looks sus to me. Something about it. Like, look, you can see the feet here. You can almost see the helmet here. It's just looking a little bit sussy. And it's a very, very vertical map as well in Kill House, which means it's going to be shots from basically from 2 different continents here. You've got like North Africa and South Africa over here. Just well, North America and South America. Excuse me. My brain is working today. North
You're
America
good.
and South America shooting a long ways across here.
Yeah, no.
This is such a crazy pickup and shot here. What is going on with these maps? We've had vertical ones in the beginning and now vertical ones over here towards the end here. So interesting set of maps here.
A lot of very key angles though that we're going to have to be mindful of. I mean, you can see barbed wire already in Hall. This kitchen defense can be extremely important, and in this case, you've got a bit of a goober bar here where you can come into this room, but you can't actually defuse the bomb, which is this is honestly, in my opinion, absolutely disgusting. But I mean, what kind of a bar you have to hop over to actually get a drink? But either way. And the only entrance is through the stage, so hopefully no one's performing.
What?
That would be a bit weird.
This doesn't make. What is the setup? I mean,
Oh.
I think you know what, Barb. Maybe you have to expect someone to breach here to get in. There's actually the side. No, there's no side entrance on the edge. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this club here. This is maybe it's the Club California. Who knows?
That makes
Come in,
sense.
but you can never leave, of course. And then you're barred from exit. So.
Well,
We'll see how
four-man
that
through
goes.
reception. EK is probably going
Yep.
to sniff this out here as he's going to hear the noise and probably back off pretty quickly. Lot of those UAVs
good
just
barbed
able
wire
to
as
see
well.
people inside the site, which is always kind of sus.
Yeah, that is a little bit risky. They're kind of right next to because of
Ooh!
Roger though. Oh, pickup onto Skoog. That is going to be devastating. Oh, Newt trying to stay alive here, trying to avoid getting shot to the wall here. So the battle against Arrows.
Oh, he gets him.
Because will take that return nicely done. They trade though. As Arrows will win against Sir Front on the left side. There's Newt still holds on. Render. Good spot there. Good barbed wire for the push in backstage potentially. But it's going to actually come in through the bar. And is Newt waiting for this one? No, he's not.
my
Arrows
goodness.
gets the kill. It's all down to Render in a 1v4.
I want to point out they do have double grenades, and they could have easily just grenaded that barbed wire that EK was on. So I'm not sure if I agree with the idea of just kind of kamikazing a guy like, oh, he's gonna, oh no, it's a
Render.
game of which door is it?
Oh!
And it was
door
the
number
bomb. That's rough. I mean, the poor man was here. He had one angle, two angles, three angles he had to be mindful of, and there's just no way to stop that kind of madness. But Team Tibber, again, just coming in, and again, that synergy of these players is just showing itself.
Yeah, this really is good teamwork from the attackers and just a good defensive position as well from the defenders there, trying to hold on for dear life because this is a very difficult map to try and hold on for.
Yeah, this is a
because
rough
it's
map.
so big. There's not a lot of cover. Considering what they had there and who they were going up against, this is a very, very good defense, but ultimately it was, just as we saw before, good teamwork from Tibertarian, good synergy, brought them the win there for ultimately the tie of 4-4 here.
And it is do or die. If you lose this map, you're done for the entire tournament series. So it's getting close. It's getting close, Saber. And real quick, I don't think we've actually introduced. Have we introduced this tournament yet?
No,
I think we just started, and it just hasn't stopped. It's just been due process
No.
all day, every day.
That's how we do it, you know.
Yep. Why don't you go ahead
How we process.
introduce the tournament? We're only like an hour and a half into this set here.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and quickly introduce what this tournament is for those who are tuning in and wondering what in the world's going on here. We have a player named Red Commissar who has decided to pick up, and I believe this is run through him. He's running a draft tournament where everybody signs up. It's sort of like a pug tournament of sorts where you have set people as captains. They then have a list of players. They all choose them together. They had a stream last week where they all choose their players, choose who they're playing up against. And then they all go and have a little bit of fun trying to win this one. It's a best of one double elim. So it is, if you're out, you're out. But if you lose the first game, you just go into loser's bracket. Try to win it all there. It is first to 7, best of 7, of course, if you win. But it is just a one single game to play here. So if you lose this one, you're out. Plain and simple. Especially in the loser's bracket, which we are now watching now. As Ikazo was dropped by Jet, of all players, which is a bit of a surprise. I think Ikazo was favored to be probably the winning team here from the power of the captains, at least on their own. But Flago, I think, is going to be going the distance here for the win. But for now, we are watching, of course, this is Ikazo versus Tibertarian's team here. The Tyran Tourists versus the Ruby Rangers on now defensive sides here. And
Very nice.
Copper Shaka, what a map to see here.
Absolutely, and Bank no less. Again, it's gonna be Saber on Rachel. You know, it's lobby. There's a lot of space. It's basically factory, except there's a button now. And Bank is gonna be the last round with our Tibertarian team, or the TTT. Gonna be on the attacking side, so obviously they'll be switching. So definitely want to pull all the stops, get all the utility, get Tibertarian with the double breach. You know, just in case.
Of course.
It is possible. You can put a charge on a green door, and you can breach the green door. So if anyone's standing within 3 blocks of that, they will die. Which is it's an interesting strat, and it does work. Though, albeit it's a bit of a meme, and dying like that is kind of rough. It does hurt emotionally.
Now, what if they put the charge on the other side of the door here? They could
So it
totally
won't
just
breach
the
doors,
wall.
sadly, or walls.
Oh.
But it does destroy, you know, any kind of EK. Hello, EK, you good? Oh, he's just clearing out the TVs. Okay, I was like,
Oh, understandable.
homie, you good? All right, but it's gonna be a 5 through the front. EK is gonna be the first man in or to defend, and a Molotov just immediately stopped the push.
Oh. Yeah, that is a good call to make there. They don't want to have anything too aggressive on the push and hold there. Skoog Squad, though, ready and gunning as his render. What a setup here. They need to block off that lower half of the map. Arrows, the first one in there, taking a lot of fire, but staying alive through pure magic a little bit. Ikazo will finally drop arrows. Tibertarian go for the shot against Ikazo and will get the kill. Have to be captain there. Looks like Tibertarian wins it on this round. Skoog Squad rotating out of the way, trying to stay alive here. Gets the kill on the Tibertarian, but trades just as quickly by Rachel there with the drop of the Saber. Indeed, when they're trying to hide and escape for now, has 2 Molotovs picked up. Rachel going for the flash into security. Indeed, going for the position and rotation there. There we go. So front and render though in the hallway. This could be very, very dangerous as Newt has snuck through accounting now. Waiting for the push and hold on the flank. Roger holding the good support position now, waiting for the push. They still have to hit that button to go for the bomb. It's going to be a tough one to bring back from.
It's going to be tough, but they do still have the grenade that they can use to maybe even just clear out the area at the entrance of the base of Hall. It looks like Roger is just trying to figure out how he can get in there. The Molotov going to slow them down again. 50 seconds left on the clock. And again, this is a very difficult entrance area to play just because of the risk that, you know, you push in. There's the Molly. That's a flash, okay? So they're going to flash or Molly, not the end of the world. They still have the grenade and a smoke to utilize. But 35 seconds left on the clock. Goofed and Newt.
Oh, Newt. Oh, what a read there. Takes out Goofed on the flank, and now comes the push in from the attackers.
They got to hit the button.
Out of time, they have to go. They got to go. Oh, and Render and her front just locked down Rachel. It's all down to Roger to try and clutch this one. Goes for the ninja, does not get it. Good attempt there, but really was the front, and ultimately Render there holding off passive and brings it in for the lead. Back on Ikazo's side, 5-4. As Newt team kills her front, as is the law of due process. No survivors. Will Newt escape to the front and get zapped by UAV is the question.
There is only one.
Time?
Oh.
No, he won't.
He doesn't, but he definitely irritates my ears.
He irritates them, if they will.
Oh, Shark, why do you do this to me?
I have to.
Every pun you make, Ghost takes another drink after the stream. It hurts my liver. It can't take it anymore. But
well,
no, that was a big round because now if you know EK is even able to get 1 on the board, that should put them into the it's going to put them at 6. They'll need 2, but Team Tibertarian needs all 3 just to win it, let alone even to tie. They need 2 to tie, 1 to win it, or all 3 to win it. That's a tall order, and you've got EK on the offensive here.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to come back from, but I think they can do it. You know, they have. Man, this is a map though.
This is a map. It's a factory map specifically. Jackal's Fury.
Yeah, it is Jackal Fury, but it's just there's strange cargo hold bomb top on the office here. We saw an interesting push last time where they kind of went like back and forth here on this sides here and here for the attackers. I think on this one though, maybe the server farm push instead to go up and then go for like a side push through here, or maybe a side flank to the side here might be the call to make.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and interrupt you because it's gonna be a 5-man conga line towards Powa.
Oh, of course. Figures, right? Like,
I appreciate the analysis.
You know. It's the reason why I'm on action and not doing the.
It's all good. It's all good. This is why we're streaming it here at the best channel for dupe. No.
Yeah.
No, it is interesting that they're going to conga line straight for storage because if you have a single guy with a Molotov, this entire push obviously gets stopped, and then that gives you enough time to refocus and reset. You do have a guy with Allegros and server, which. Obviously not already setting up too well, but you've got arrows. He's gonna have the mop. He's gonna be able to potentially, depending on how these smokes get thrown. I mean, realistically, he will be able to see probably a little crack like right here, that he might be able to catch the attackers on. But he's actually repositioning, because he might have fallen. And this is gonna be a quick one. This is gonna be a quick hustle. Goofed out of position already.
Yeah, but they don't go for the breach. They had the setup, they had the charge, they went fast for it, but then...
Well, there's the Molotov, and Rachel's in position now. The entire team's stacked up, they're ready for this.
Yeah, this is interesting. interesting of a.
There's the smokes.
They go. There you go. They're going for it. They did delay it a little bit, but there comes the stack up and the fast reach of the short. Rachel being pushed to the side. Killed. No Newt. We'll get that pick up onto Rachel instead as Tipper Terran and Arrows there are holding off for now. Power is off for now, but as Skooks might go for the fast push in towards Roger Wilson.
Oh, silver fight in server.
Oh, indeed, a bit of a dueling of the fate. But oh no, it's a wiping on all fronts. Multiple kills.
Oh my!
Skooks got us in front.
Scooch
wiping the floor with the defenders. It's going to be match point for Ikazu's team.
Wow. Okay, so Scooch with the like slowest rotate or the push in history picks up 3 on that. Just first he has a silver battle with Roger. Finds Goofed by because I think he was actually sneaking around here on the rafters for the pick, and then he sees Arrow purely because of the flare at his feet, and that worked out so well for that timing. I mean, that was something you see from like TBD or the base department when they're just doing like, oh yeah, we're gonna have like a 4-man push dock, but also by the way, it's a 2-man push office. Like after a minute and a half of like contesting docks, like that was very well done and great. Pulling something out of the books there from EK.
Yeah, no, that was amazing to see there from Ikazu's team there in Strat. I think defenders had a good idea set up, but definitely was just a fantastic execution, and unfortunately, some unfortunate sides there for the defenders to win. So.
Yeah, and what's really more heartbreaking is that we've gotten double A's back to back there from Team Tipper Team Terran, and I think Global Breakout Team EK is they're really starting to they're clawing it back. They're finally getting to their comfort zone, and I think Team EK is actually a little bit more comfortable on the offensive than the defensive in this settings. They feel like they're more comfortable aggressive.
I think so. Yeah, it definitely favors that strategy and approach that we've seen them previously do on C-Store. But now on Operation Trumpet Spear, again, this is the one that was...
Among Us.
They all kind of got stuck and hung up. It was Among Us, but it was also stuck up in the bar and kind of a bit of a change for the defenders, though. So, indeed, it is... There we go. There's the end of the backpack. It was a little bit
Oh, yeah. No, I know exactly. I see what you mean. It's disgusting.
It was just a strange approach here from the attackers and defenders to hold this one. They weren't really sure where to go here, but it looks like they're now very confident on the aggressive, fast push in, run in, gun in, and just drop down club. That makes sense. The thing is, you got to watch out for bar and, of course, hallway to be pre-fired to heavens by, of course, a lot of knacks. But it is still winnable, I think, for attackers and equally defenders. They got a chance, but where they set up is going to be essential for the win here.
Absolutely, and
expect
it does look like TCT is starting to kind of prep themselves. They recognize the chance of a wall breach, and maybe even they were considering it. That's why they're prepping for this. Now it's really going to come down to the flanks. I mean, they have an idea. The question is, they're probably going to have one guy lockers, and where this guy goes is going to be really crucial, because that's going to be where the extra support for the rotate and the flank is going to come down. Maybe they just send an extra guy stage. I mean, the one good thing about defending this location, it's extremely compartmentalized. So you can have one guy, one guy, one guy. Oh, wow, yeah, look at that. So, I mean, the entire team, they know it's going to be a reception push. They see it. They know it. But where is Goofed going to go? That's going to be the really goofy thing of this match is his movement, depending, he might just kind of fall into stage, but that's fine. They just need to know where he can support.
So this could be either a complete slaughter or a complete disaster for the defenders here. But they have everything lined up. You see Arrows and Roger getting pushed very quickly by 3 people. Render gets the kill. Will Arrows be able to trade the question? He goes for the spray down to 1. Oh, but Ikazo, actually no, Render will still get the kill. Rachel gets the trip on Ikazo. They go for the breach. At least they go for some kind of grenade defusal there of the barbed wire. They're going to sneak through the side here, going for the possible breach. They're setting up for it.
Yep, here's the wall.
They're ready to go.
Clickety-clack, the attackers are back.
Oh, but a Molotov block. Oh, but Nuke gets killed to Rachel rotating. And Goof trying to take out Render on the flank. Goof back, going for it. He gets the kill on the Render. So Front and Skook are going to have to go for this pusher. They have bomb site control, but Tipper and Goof on the outside don't have control of the bomb. Oh, but Goof coming over rotation, battling his.
He's got to hear him.
1v1 on the top. Who's going to win the battle? It's going to be Newt. It's all down to Tipper Terran. Can he clutch it for his team to stay alive, or is it going to be a GG? Favor of Ikazo. They're already on the bomb, trying to defuse it. Tipper Terran shooting wildly across here. Has the clacker, but will he be able to clack this one? No, he will not. Skook Squad, the final kill of the game, secures the win for Ikazo. GG's.
GG's indeed, and the defense started to work, but then I think just the rat spot from Roger was immediately sniffed out by EK. He knew that there was going to be someone sitting in that corner. I think the other guy on the other side of the left leg of Amogus reception, if you will, was there to support, but it didn't line up in time because, again, that aggression that we saw from EK's team just came in and took a dominating position. It's like, we will take this spot. You will not let us, you will not stop us. And they were able to get it to work. Again, that's just aggression. That aggression really paid off for them.
Indeed, it pays the bills, and it paid its way for that round to go in favor of Ikazo and ultimately the game. So,
absolutely,
GG's well played. Both teams did great. Tibertarian had some good comebacks as well here and there, but ultimately it was just a good play and ultimately good composition and strat there from Ikazo for the win. So, GG's well played.
GG's well played indeed. But let's take a quick look at the rosters as they stand, as quite a few of the other teams I think you're still kind of working through. It looks like we've got Merchant and Jet currently duking it out, and Floggle and Zigalo also going, but EK's now probably waiting for the winners between Dylan and Reptar. So definitely a lot going on here. Let's quick predictions, and then we'll see if there's another match that is already underway to maybe jump into, or maybe one hopefully we can join in at the beginning.
Yeah. So, of the certain teams that are battling right now between, of course, Dylan and Reptar, Floggle and Zigalo, and Merchant and Jet, Ikazo got dropped by Jet, but Tibber to be dropped by Merchant and to battle that closely for most of that round there, I think maybe Jet's going to go into the win there for round 2 and go to semifinals in upper bracket.
I mean, 7-1 is an absolutely commanding lead.
Yeah. I think the onus is on him to probably win it, but equally, Floggle and Zigalo? I don't know Zigalo personally, but I think Floggle, we saw the team do pretty well there battling against Dylan, so I think we'll go to Floggle. Personally, I think Floggle will probably get it, but I'd like to see Zigalo's team play too. So
it would be quite the reversal, absolutely. But what about Dylan versus Reptar? That match is still going on from round 1.
What? Still?
Apparently,
multiple overtimes. What is going on there?
Apparently.
What? Yo. Okay, maybe just that's a long game. What is?
Well, it looks like no.
Reptar?
So Dylan lost to Floggle, and then Reptar lost to Zigalo. So they're playing out their match right now. But
Gotcha.
those two will play. Well, they'll naturally progress from round 2 into the semis. So EK versus the winner between those two will play for the final, the kind of losers bracket side of this series here.
Yeah. So, I don't know who's gonna win between those two teams. Maybe Reptar. Dylan did well.
Maybe
Dylan already won the match, right?
Correct.
So
And
Dylan already won that one, but
it does look like most of the matches are actually already kind of pretty well underway. It looks like Dylan's team has lost a player, and so they're in a 5v4 situation currently, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-1.
Yeah.
Oof, that's rough against Reptar. And a bit of an upset here. Jet currently on the back foot against Team Merchant.
Yeah, wow. I guess my predictions were way off, apparently. Yeah, what a comeback there from Merchant. I think we're probably going to take the game, from what it looks like here, at least on the predictions. But, wow.
And Floggle. Wow, okay, so it looks like every prediction we've had is going wrong, because also Floggle is also currently down a round against Team Zigalo. So I think what we need to do is just root for the team that we want to lose, and then they will probably win.
You know what? That's actually a brilliant idea. I'm in favor of this.
Caster's Curse, baby!
The curse is real, and it is a deal. But thankfully, we predicted this before the actual game started, so we didn't know beforehand, of course. So
very true, very true.
It's only a curse if you know before.
So why don't we go ahead then, let's take a quick maybe 2-3 minute break, let everyone go get some water, get some snacks, give us a chance to go find some more water, since it looks like there's quite a few of the matches that are, again, they're already underway. Don't want to, give you guys a half-baked cast match and then try and roll it directly into the next one. We should have at least a good, probably 3 or 4 minutes here before the next match starts. So real quick, let's... Stuffed, if you'll just kind of give us a quick, let's just, let me bring up the brackets real quick one more time.
All right.
And let's just run through how each of these teams have done so far. And, again, we've talked about the predictions, but, what have been some highlights so far between the first sets that we've seen?
All right. So, obviously the biggest set we just saw from the last game, there was a double back-to-back ace from Tibertarian's team there. Unfortunately, was eliminated in the last battle there against Ikazo. But really, we've seen a lot of fantastic teamwork, a lot of fantastic plays here from, I believe it was Dylan and Floggle's team, going Floggle with some amazing clutches and back and forth. Dylan just as well with some really, really good team kills back and forth and good overall teamwork on that side there, back and forth. They did amazing work on that side there. On the previous game we did see, I believe it was
Floggle versus Dylan.
It was Floggle and Dylan. We saw that one, but we also saw Tibber and Ikazo battling in the losers bracket. We've seen those two games so far, and they have been fantastic on teamwork, fantastic on overall cohesion, as well as these kind of max-ups and mix-up teams and matches and tournaments. Usually they're very, very haphazard. They almost play like a pug, where you don't really know everybody. You don't know what's going on. We're not seeing that at all on this kind of tournament so far. We've seen very, very good team cohesion, good overall effort, good overall work, and good synergy across the players, which is something very, very unusual from this kind of style of tournaments. This is fantastic to see here. This is like a... it feels almost like a Smash, where you have these like different worlds combining and colliding here, and yet it makes for fantastic combinations. Fantastic to see. So
that's actually a really good analogy to it, because I mean a lot of the tournament brackets for Smash, there is a level of casual to it, but there's also, you want to win, so you want to win it. And I do like, shout outs to Red Commissar for creating this tournament series where it almost feels it's a casually competitive tournament. You want to win, but it's not the end of the world if you lose, because it's like, hey, I'm learning, I'm getting to interact with new players. I would really love to see something like this become more of like a monthly event, where it's just like, hey, let's get a bunch of players together, no money on the line, but we want to get some matches in, we want to get some players going. This has just been a very great tournament.
Yeah, I gotta agree. This is fantastic. I would also too love to see this in the future. Continued on, even if it's once every 3 months or even once a year, something like this to get everybody together, have some fun, meet some new people, see what works, see what doesn't, and if it doesn't work, yeah, it's okay. It's, we got another one eventually. It's not like you're playing for money or playing for some real serious bragging rights, right? It's not. It's all for fun, and it's all a good time. And so far, we're getting, and despite that, we're still getting great matchups, great combinations, great skill on display. You can't ask for more.
Absolutely. Excellent. Well, let's go ahead again. We'll take a quick 3-minute break here, so please do not run away. Probably cycling back here.
Not yet, at least.
2:54 Eastern Standard Time, so we'll probably come back here at about 2:57. Yep. Thank you guys, and see you soon. There we go. Alrighty, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here for the Due Process New Year's Draft Tournament. I am one of your wonderful casters. My name is Ghost. Joined with me today is, of course, the one, the only, the stuffed, the Shark.
Indeed, I am many of those things, and altogether I am Stuffed Shark. Indeed. How's it going, Ghost?
Doing well, doing well. While we were away, it looks like there has been some movement. Merchant's team was able to overcome Jet, excuse me, in their 5v4 match. Jet able to put up a respectable 5 rounds to them, though, excuse me, at the end of it, it didn't really work out in their favor because they were down a guy, so they do end up losing that match. Floggle and Ziglo is still currently underway, from what I can see. Let's take a look. Let me see if I can find. Oh, actually, it looks.
I believe up by 1 by Ziglo.
Okay.
Ooh.
And then, of course, we are still waiting on the outcome between. Oh, so Jet is now going to be playing Reptar in the losers bracket, but I think it'd be better if we go ahead and hop to the upper bracket side of this and see the match between Merchant and the winner of Ziglo versus Floggle.
Yeah, I think so. Just waiting on that last matchup to finish now with, so far, only 1 round difference here for the win.
It's going to be a close one. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at Ziglo's team at the moment, they have Sachi, Lebdo, Ziglo, of course, Mace, and Med, which is a very, very stacked, very, very strong lineup here. I mean, by no means is Floggle's lineup weak. Of course, Voxel is fantastic. Kuko is amazing, usually tagged up there with Floggle, and Shlowy and Bishop Wallace are all fantastic players. But what a star-studded lineup for this matchup here. It makes sense for there to be a possible win here. Closely won, mind you. Only 2 rounds difference here. Only 1 round difference, really, for this matchup here, 4-6. So, yeah, it makes sense for it to be close, but, I think ultimately we're going to see the win here, potentially.
Potentially. There's a chance. Just a chance.
There's a chance. I'm still rooting for Floggle in my heart, even though he's probably not going to make it. But,
right,
that's how
right.
it'll all shake out.
Well, all they need is 1, so I mean it's definitely doable. The only real challenge now is just let's see. We gotta get an answer to this. I need to know. But we should have. Let's see. I wanted to take a look at the bracket for just a second here because I do know Jet versus Reptar should be popping off here in a little bit.
Yes.
I assume that those guys are probably taking a quick little break, and then they'll probably hop right into that one. And then, of course, we do have the match. EK's team is actually going to get kind of well, they might be waiting for the loser between Floggle and Ziglo before they can proceed. And then once those guys have that match, so what we might do is we'll probably watch the match between Merchant and the winner on the upper bracket between those guys, and then we'll hop down to see the match between the semifinals for the losers bracket, and then, of course, we should have the finals immediately. Oh, no, I guess we'll just follow the upper bracket from here on.
Well, we'll have the semifinals there. We're waiting for the winner of the losers back at that point, so then we can drop down to either the match 11, which will be whoever is, I think the losing side of. So whoever loses between Ikazo and Jet will then play in a matchup against whoever loses against Merchant and Ziglo. They'll then play for losers bracket grand finals, and then we cast the grand finals.
Yes.
Combined, because that's how the deadliest works. So.
There we go. Okay, so at least someone knows how this is going to play out.
Yeah, it's a little bit counterintuitive because you're like, oh yeah, winners just keep winning, right? Well, no, I mean once the winners bracket is done for semifinals, you're just waiting for the losers bracket to finish up, which always is a little bit delayed because you're waiting on the waiting for the winners bracket to be processed. So there's a little bit of delays involved with that, which is just kind of how these tournaments flow, and it depends on how fast the games go. So it's going pretty quick though, with best of ones compared to like a best of 3 or best of 5 between all of them. It can get very, very long for teams waiting for a long time, but that's kind of how tournaments go,
That does have a factor into it. I mean, when your guys are playing hot, you want to just roll right into the next game, just keep it going. Don't slow down. All gas, no brakes. But especially the struggles, the suffering from success, as the old saying goes.
It is. It's a bit of an equalization factor as well. As a team that's been doing super strong through the winners bracket, they go to play the final. They gotta wait. They're gonna cool down some partially against a team that's been going through losers bracket, getting their going on a bit of a training arc through the sides there, going through the tough battles back and forth.
Yes.
All winning up to this grand final match. They're gonna be warmed up, ready to go. They're gonna be tired, of course, which will have an effect to counter it. But they're also warmed up, ready to rock and roll. They haven't slept. They haven't stopped at all. They're ready to rock and roll. Compared to the winners bracket, they've been hanging out, they've been coasting, they've been chilling, which means they're also going to be a little more energized, perhaps, but also going to be at a bit of a disadvantage. So
Yeah, and
how it
you
all
know,
plays out is not the best part.
and getting that minute to kind of just reset and relax, especially in a tournament series, that does have a lot of, it does sometimes help your mindset when you're kind of, you're in the losers bracket, you're just kind of chugging along, just trying to keep it alive, and you're like, all right, let's just take a minute to settle down and relax, go to the bathroom, get some snacks, get some water, get yourself into a good mindset. That also has a very profound impact on players,
Yeah, it does indeed. And it looks like that match we were expecting is now concluded.
Ooh.
Who won is the question.
Who's the
I think
winner?
Yeah,
Who
I'm
is the
excited to see
winner?
who's going to do it.
At
I'm gonna guess
EK,
it was
bracket
Ziglo.
didn't update immediately. Kind of cringe.
Oh, man. Sleeping on the job.
Man's sleeping on the job. There isn't even a player. His team isn't even playing anything.
So, maybe it could be a tie for all we know, too.
That would be spicy. That would be really spicy because you were talking about the length of everything, and that just puts a giant monkey wrench in all of it because now they have to play again.
Oh, yeah. Are they going to play the whole match again if they do tie up? Or should it be just like a quick best of 3 or whatever to try and close
That's
it?
a great question. I have no idea. That is above me and beyond my realms of understanding.
Was that ever calculated for by the tournament organizers is the question. I don't know.
Good
I
question.
hope somebody
Next
thought
question.
about it. It's one of those kind of questions and answers. So we'll see how they opt to do it if that was the case. But I'm guessing probably not. I'm going to guess that Ziglo probably won that one.
Yeah,
then we'll
seeing
see
how
Merchants and
Flaglo's
Ziglo.
team's currently kind of breaking off, it looks like they're taking a break for something here.
Indeed, most teams are.
It's hard to tell. What if
You say.
what if monkeys and typewriters? Well,
Oh,
maybe
Rep
we'll
and
just
Jet?
hop over to the
Oh.
Jet versus Reptart match then, since it does seem like those guys are taking a break. So at least until that happens, let's get a game in at least.
Let's get something in, indeed. And I
Something
think that'll
for
be
the
only
people.
game. Exactly.
Okay, well it is up. So Jet versus Reptart is
All right.
popping off.
Let's go.
Let's go. And I'm trying to get in, but of
Okay.
course the spectators is not working.
Yep, that happened
There it
to
goes.
me too.
Rivals Gaming. All right. Oh, upper bracket is. Oh, that's right. The upper bracket's tomorrow. This is
Oh,
2 days
yeah.
of gaming. Shark,
What?
you didn't know?
2
We here
days
for
of
2
gaming?
days, brother.
2 whole days?
2 whole days of due process
Wow.
madness. Violence in the streets, gamers in the sheets, spinning attackers. You know how it, or defenders. You know how it be. But yeah, I forgot there is a second day because monkey brain go burr.
There is a lot to do and, of course, process as well. So it makes sense for it to be a 2-day event.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, with that all due said, now it's time to process this game here in the losers bracket. This is the quarterfinals, perhaps. This is semi.
This is semis.
Quarterfinals.
No, this is quarters. This is quarters. I'm being stupid. Yeah, it's
Quarters,
quarters
yeah.
then semis, then finals. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, because
That
quarter
is
is 4,
how-
semis is 2. Yeah. Okay,
Math
cool.
is sometimes confusing, and tournaments can be too when it's all up to you to figure out. I'm noticing there's some purple corners here. It looks like there's some textures bugging out a little bit on this one. Blessed Arrow.
It's a feature.
It's a bug feature, of course, to have highlighted corner points here. Interesting. Blessed Arrow, blessed by something, that is for sure. Big storefront here. Look at this long access point. A nice bit of cover as well on this side here for fridges, which means it's going to be heavily shot through pretty quickly by, I'm sure, the defenders and attackers. Well, actually, no, they can't shoot through. Can they shoot through that? I don't think you can shoot through this one in here.
I would love to tell you, but I'm still loading in, so I can't. And actually, I don't know
Oh,
if I might have
well.
even connected in because it's showing me a loading screen, which makes me think that I might have.
Not a
crashed
good
out.
sign. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, here, let me give you a quick...
I was gonna say, can you share your screen and then I'll just try and connect in while.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh
Let's
no,
hope
I'm in.
this
I'm in. We're
works.
good. We're gaming.
Oh,
We're
you
gaming.
made it?
Woo,
gaming.
baby! That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
well,
All right, blessed
My movie's
arrow.
busted anyways, so don't even... wouldn't have even mattered. Mine was broken as is. Of course, Discord being the best.
Of course, it's the best. Of course, a horse, a horse.
Of course. Well, within that course, though, we still have the setup here. Looks like they're going for a standard bomb defusal kind of spot here. Not a lot of plans being written up for the attackers or defenders equally. They're expecting the shed push, though, and it looks like that is being called. It's going to be a tough one for the attackers to go against, though.
All right, you got 10 seconds, Shark. Who do you think is favored to win this one? We're on the losers bracket, so both guys have taken an L.
I'd say Jets can be favored to win compared to the other lineup, but equally Reptart, they had a pretty good series and run-up so far, so anything can go here. Anybody can win this one. Let's see who ultimately will take this first round here. Setting up for the shed-style breach, and ultimately Reptar and Roach in a good spot to counter it. So far, it's just Reptar, but let's see what they do here. Making a lot of noise. Oh, there.
Commit.
Red door breach, and good. Oh, good. Molotov there.
They don't know Reptar's in the corner.
Barbecue Index. But Index,
now he does.
Oh, look at that flash throw all the way to Tellers. From way down the bathroom, Reptar will win against Index. Ultimately, it's going to be Jet going to clean it up. That bathroom there, taking out Reptar. Six-sided trying to stay alive and trying to flank through here. And here Tellers are going to dangerous spot, pushing through here. Six-sided staying alive. Good Molotov to block off the push and stay alive for the moment here. But they've taken control of Tellers. They take control of bathroom and storage as well. Six-sided takes out Argo. Oh, what a push.
And
Shadow now trying to recover. I know he baits it out and stays alive still. Oh, but RDR through the side takes a six-sided. You couldn't see that side for sure as Roach will push through there. Looks like Sosick is trying to recover that one, but ultimately couldn't get the shot to ADR in time. Jet, meanwhile, on the bottom here. Maybe someone to watch out for. He had the shadows are open. Goes for the flank onto Roach and almost gets the kill, but Roach, with the flick of the sentry here, gets the kill on the Jet. It's all down to this last two remaining attackers here. Defenders have now centralized a good Molotov spot there. ADR in a tough spot. Sentry about to get the kill here. No, but ADR will take him out instead. Goes for a flick on the Sosick. Trying to reload, but Roach gets the trade up. All down to Shadow with just an AP 2v1 here. Can Shadow get the kill is the question. Oh, he gets the kill to Sosick. Can he get the kill to Roach? Roach almost alive here. Shadow 1 HP in a dream. This is KR versus AP. This is winnable, but man, this is a long shot across here. Shadow trying to figure out something. Has a grenade utility. Oh, is he going to nade the corner?
Kobe!
He's aiming for it. Going for the Kobe. He's going to run out of the way in time, but Roach going to have to push aggressively.
1 HP in a dream!
Defuse. Shadow, is he gonna have time? He's running out of time to defuse the. I think he's out of time at this point.
Now he's out of time. Yeah, Roach has done it.
Yeah, he's totally done. Roach is clutch. He gets the kill anyway. So Shadow.
Who cares? He's got an HP.
Wow.
Wow. Well done. I mean, yeah, good. I mean, it was a good call about. I'm surprised. So Six-Sided is actually a former DP gamer, and he's definitely be a guy to kind of keep an eye on. But Reptar, ironically, so he threw the Molotov great. He backed off into the bathrooms, but he started jumping up and down, and so the attackers actually saw him repositioning in the bathroom, which is why he got wall banged. And then, obviously that angle from ADR, I'm very curious. I think. When he tried to check the door, thankfully. I mean, if he started to defuse, he would have been, KRU'd to death. KR82U, no more food for you. And they were able to get it. They were able to get it. Just that defense was so close. That was absolutely, literally down to a health point.
That was an amazing clutch there from Roach there at the very end. And then now it looks like we're on. Now, maybe my screen's bugged here, but it's saying Copper Shaka.
Yep.
That's what we had last time on the previous map, right?
Oh, yeah. No, it is the same map. It's because it's bank, but thank goodness we don't have double banks anymore. That bank is a fun map, but one too many times.
Yeah, that's something we can definitely bank on not being the case anymore. Copper Shaka, though. Double Copper Shaka. That could be a bit of a Shaka for the attackers here. They have a lot of options though to push around the sides. They have a lot of sides and angles they can push through into managers. But man, oh man, is it going to be a tough one for sure.
Absolutely. And obviously with the way that security is kind of set up, the logic dictates that just getting control over security is really kind of the most pivotal part for the attackers kind of rollout. Now, I do like the idea of going 5 into manager just to kind of potentially avoid security, but the problem is if you've got, defenders watching this way, defenders watching this way, defender watching this way, well, all they're going to just do is just reposition to be watching for accounting's door. I mean, it's just really difficult for the attackers so much just to get the button, more so than actually securing a lot of the map.
True.
And you can even see it that grenade kind of it went back and forth to accounting because it's like, well, we're gonna need to clear one of the barbed wires. It's either gonna be the one in security or it's gonna be the one in accounting to haul. And ironically enough, I think that we're gonna see barbed wires on both sides here for the defenders, which is the right call. But you can see it. The defenders, they just want to hold the west side. There's no reason to defend the east or even lobby.
Yeah, that makes sense though, because you don't have a lot of utility and a lot of necessary need for that one. As long as you can hold them off from hitting the button, you're good to go there. Which the problem is, if they lose the bottom angle here and push through the side here for the button,
Yep.
they're kind of out of luck if you're in loads and in the upper areas of hall here trying to rotate over and counting. Because I guarantee you're going to have attackers. Looks like they're setting up for the manager breach. It's excited going for the shot there into shadow potential, but ultimately no damage being done just yet to the attackers. But Six Sided in a tough spot there. Has his position. So he's going to be able to rotate back safely for now. Oh, take some shots, but Argo will drop down Six Sided from a long shot through accounting. Roach in a good spot though to counter it.
And again, that aggression. I mean,
wire.
Six. It was a good call to get the information, but there was no reason for him to commit that hard. Oh my goodness, that angle!
Though. Nice drop down on the index and the shadow from a long ways. But Jet now with the saber in bank, looking to bank it, and he gets the shot in the Sussex from a long ways away. That's what you want to see. Argo and ADR waiting for the time to strike here. Good Molotov from Roach. Going to force Argo to push aggressively, and Argo will still get the kill. Reptar and Centraio last alive, and Reptar will get the kill into Argo. Going for the button. Down to ADR and Jet last alive for attackers here, ready to go for the push and the strike here. Centraio trying to hold on to the bomb. They don't hit the button just yet.
Oh, they're just hunting for him.
Yeah, they're going for the kills. It's a little bit risky though. Jet, oh, we hit the button at the wrong time. They're trying to shoot across. Jet just hunting them down, takes down Reptar. It's all done to Centraio, hanging out in Tellers, trying to stay alive here. They have not gone for the button yet for the bomb defusal. Looks like ADR's finally setting up for that now. Centraio escapes, he goes into the kill, but Jet will wipe the floor and ultimately secure the W for Jet's team. They're tying it up 1-1 after an amazing set and opening there on the upper side here.
I liked the idea from Six trying to gather some information and maybe even trying to play in like a rat spot over here, like in the corner where they're gonna be pushing. Where they're gonna go. There's only one direction that they can really go in this, especially in accounting. But the idea that the defenders had the right angles. They wanted to play these long angles, but they didn't really set up for refragging. They wanted to. You had Roach here. That Molotov was great, but it's almost like Roach didn't expect the push from Argo and the rest of their team just to kind of come in and be like, hey, Papa Booey, and you're dead. It was a lot of the defensive moves, just the defensive calls and the decisions from their team. They wanted to back off and buy the vault. Okay, great. Are either of you going to watch, in case they chase you? No? Okay, well, one of you is going to pay for it then.
Yep, and that's just kind of unfortunate. I think it was kind of a haphazard last-second call to try and move things around, to try and stay alive, but I think it wasn't fully thought out, which unfortunately will cost you the round if you aren't thinking about that stuff and keeping it all in mind. But, they still did a good job despite that. They brought it to a close one, at least, to only 2 remaining attackers, at least, on that push and hold there. So they did a good job holding it off. But, yeah, I think the push from Argo there was not expected. They thought they were going to run back out of the way when the fire, and flame started. He just said, nope, I'm going through. Here I come. And it just came in and surprised the heck out of that defender and ultimately secured the lane, pushed down, and just ultimately forced it into the win there for attackers. But now on Operation Razor Queen, an interesting bomb on the bottom here, facing towards jungle and towards castle. But equally, Beach Breach here. Oh, this is going to be a good one to watch.
Absolutely, and Jet was able to recover the saber. I saw he was running around with the KR for a little bit, and I was like, okay, well, as long as he gets the saber, he did get that. He got a barbed wire, which I guess that's a bit of a flex. And it's gonna obviously. Oh no, they're gonna go for power. Okay, I was gonna say if they go beach, that's fine. They just need to be careful of all of these, mop locations that potentially Jet and the rest of the team will have to deal with if they push beach. But I like this. I'm not sure about the wall charge to use to get to open up. I feel like that's a bit of a sussy play, but
I think it's just unexpected. That's like a Floggle kind of thing. Dude. It's like out of the blue. No one's expecting a breach and pit. I guarantee you that one. That is not,
but what can they see though? Like they might be able to see this window and maybe this angle, so it could catch some people off guard. But I mean, well, it's the last round, so I mean, get creative. Absolutely. Yeah. Here you go. So. Rotates.
That is certainly a rotation you could do. That is a meme and a half.
It works.
I like this push, though. Actually, I do like this push here if they do go for it, because you have access to. You have a fast rotation into here with good smokes and good coordination. You could really do some damage in that spot there.
Absolutely. We do have Six with the mop, and he's going to be watching for pit. So they didn't read it, but they're definitely setting up just in case it happens. But I mean, they're completely ignoring the jungle red, which had they pushed again, that's a game of wonderfully dangerous game of if. But right now, it's going to be Six hearing the stompings, and he's going to be in position with a mop, no less.
Check out ADR though. He's in the bottom there with it looks like a possible charge there. They're stacking up for a red door breach in jungle, which they aren't really expecting. They're going to change their call at the last second there. They thought pit, but nope.
Ooh!
Taking down Sosok with a fast peek in on beach. While on the other side there, we see ADR and Index waiting for the time to strike here. As Argo, Shadow, and Jet ultimately, they do go for the pit breach. They go for that bottom access point to try and run it for power, but they opt to hold back for now. Oh, and Six-sided from a
Jet
mile
had no
away.
idea.
Drops down Jet. He wasn't ready. He was just jettisoned off of the round here. As Reptar on the top side of the castle looking to hold off the push here. Argo rotating down below, waiting for the time. There's the red door breach. Six-sided going to have to rotate out of the way. Manages to escape in time, but is getting pushed very, very closely. Argo going in through the fire and flames here. Ultimately, Roach will drop down Argo, trying to cut him down. Saves his teammate, but Shadow on the other side, though, is snuck through. In pit is Centrio holding this one. ADR is taking a lot of shots there from Roach, but looks like Six-sided wins against ADR. It is all down to Index and Shadow. Shadow will take down Six-sided on the flanking pass, and Trey is still holding up the upper angle there. Takes down Index. Has one more to go for Shadow, and that's the last player alive for the attackers here. It is all down to Centrio holding this angle. Centrio is going to rotate out of the way. Down to Roach. Reptar from the top side gets the kill on the Shadow. Fantastic teamwork. Brings in the win and the lead back to Reptar. 2-1.
It was a great idea with the push.
Wow.
I like the idea of trying to, breach in and pinch out the mop, but the problem was it was so uncoordinated that Pit started to push and he instantly got picked. Then, Jungle started to push and it was the timing. It was all about the timing. On paper, it's a great idea, but it just wasn't the best execution-wise.
Yeah. No, it was a good idea in concept, but really was, defenders especially, doing a fantastic teamwork together. That is the kind of synergy you see at a very, very high level in due process, and we're seeing it in a kind of a casual, fun team for a fun tournament, which is fantastic. This is definitely amazing. We're back on Operation
C-Store Bank Dome. We're gonna swap them up and set them free. Bah.
Yeah, this is like some Beyblades, perhaps. We're seeing some interesting Beyblade edges here. Once again, this is a bit of a buggy map, perhaps. But in any case,
don't worry about it. We got again. We're gonna have
we got
this
pink highlighted corners. Yes,
we're gonna have this very.
And we do have a bomb.
It's kind of just like when we were talking on the Kill House, where the bomb isn't exactly super consolidated or forced into a corner, but you've got one angle, two angles, three angles that you could get picked or shot from when you're trying to defuse because of its angle or its the bomb defuses direction. But you have an entire map that is arguably not even facing the right way. It's going to be this tellers and this office. So I'm very curious to see how our attacking team, and you can see it, they're actually going to be going for this kind of conga line freezer push, maybe even go for power in bathrooms, or more importantly, this will give them more control of this eastern side of the map. So as they try and kind of push to the western side to the east, they'll have a little bit more time, maybe even get some more picks and stuff, because again, that'll give them an opportunity to at least look and start contesting bomb.
Yeah, I like that actually. It's a good approach instead of going for shed and kind of like doing a bit of a clustered train here we saw last round. This time, going for the shed and going for the storefront breach, kind of standard, but equally, I think with the cover and the options available on freezer, going for the split push on this side here and here, that totally makes sense to go for it. I think it's going to be a very, very successful push. Let's see how the defenders set up for this.
Six is going to be running the Saber for his team. However, Jet is actually going to be running the auto shotty this time instead of a mop. So again, as we saw with whenever there's like a factory and then a bank back to back, both teams usually want to bring out their power weapons, but that's a huge gamble. And it looks like Jet isn't too comfortable with risking his Saber. Maybe he wants to save it for bank or even dome.
Yeah. Well, it definitely makes sense to hold off for now on using that mop actually for the defenders there. But still, let's see what they do here. They're auto-shotting in the spot is very, very effective as well. Index in a good spot, trying to hide and rat in the freezers here. Hiding for dear life. They are setting up for the green door breach. So does get the breach started. Hasn't opened the door just yet. Index doesn't rotate in a good spot, as is ADR ready to go for a nice Molotov if necessary. It's a good barbed wire in position to try and make it a little bit tough for the breach. They do go for it. So taking some shots there from Index. Coming across wildly. There is the breach storefront. Index rotating back in position to try and hold off this push. Here comes the pretty down, and Index takes out Reptar. Trey will trade up with Jet, takes down Sosek on that push. Jet now trying to run for his life there as ADR tries to save him. Takes some fire from Roach, but will stay alive for the moment here. But a good Molotov will stop the push and keep, hopefully, our ADR alive for now. Jet is already rotated up in the top side of the map here. As Six-sided on the bottom is shooting a long ways across and gets the kill onto Jet, trying to run through Teller. That will be very telling for the rest of the round here. Centrio and Roach now trying to equip storefront, trying to go for the split breach here. Shadow is still holding on the right side here in office. ADR on the left side as well, looking to try and get some kills here. A lot of damage on the Centraio, but will ADR get the kill in time? No. Centraio will win that battle. Argo on the top side, trying to battle through into Tellers here. Very, very risky. Argo is looking for information at this point. It is Argo and Shadow last alive here. Both players full on health. Centraio is very, very low. Waits are partially on the bomb. They have a lot of time still on their side, though, for the attackers. So defenders still have some room to move around. It is 3v2. Shadow just pre-fired the spots here. Did give away his position with that pre-fire there, so a little bit early, perhaps. Situation's going to go to the other side of Arcade and sneak through here with one DDR pad. Make that two, actually, on the side there. Oh, huge spot there. Argo. Oh, no. Oh, but Shadow wins against Centraio on the right side. It's excited. Takes fire from Argo. Still battling, but ultimately it's going to be a trade back and forth. It's down to Shadow and beats his Roach. Who's going to win this one? Shadow taking all the fire. Oh, Shadow on the bomb. Oh, actually, Roach on the bomb here, trying to go for it. Time is running out. They have to win. Roach will win with the pistol. At the last second, Roach, the MVP, brings it in for the win and continued lead for the attackers, 3-1. What a comeback. So, what an amazing comeback and clutch there from the attackers on this side here. We did see an amazing push and hold from this left side here. Defenders, they try to go back and forth a little bit here with rotations back and forth here, and that was very, very good to see. Ultimately, it was really just a fantastic read and ultimately good play up from the attacking and defensive side there. It really was just a last-ditch play there. 3v2. Yet defenders brought it to a 1v1 at the very last second there. So ultimately, it was the attackers bringing it in for the clutch, as did Roast. Doing an amazing job, Roach, excuse me, doing a very, very easy job there of holding on the position, holding on the angles, staying alive, staying calm, and ultimately winning that battle there at the very last second through that tiny little spot, brought it in for the win, and brings it on to Copper Shaka, second map up in this set. And so far, Reptar's feeling pretty good about himself. Jet, definitely not bad by any means, but definitely struggling a little bit here on these last two rounds. Roach coming in with the saver potentially. There's a couple different spots you could play that one, but where they position the attackers and defenders is going to be a surprise for sure. I could see the attackers maybe going for they had the split push before and managed race to accounting. That worked pretty well. They got kind of hung up in here, but by a Molotov, but ultimately it was just the kind of do or die, and they finally made it through. But now, I'm excited to see where they opt to position this one, because I think we're going to see an entrance breach.
Yeah, absolutely. And, just to kind of bring it back, when we had the Jet team on the attack, I believe, when the six-sided, or actually Team Reptar was trying to defend and they actually didn't opt to hit that button, it was actually kind of big brain for them not to hit it to a degree, because, I think, as we had mentioned, not having the defenders kind of immediately start kind of crawling themselves in and defending this easy choke point there for them. It was surprisingly a big brain. It kind of forced them to have this almost like Wild West Tellers shoot off in the main lobby. But bringing us back to Copper Shaka again.
The second edition.
I like the idea of going entrance. The issue is that's going to naturally funnel them into the security match. And we've seen it time and time again where teams, they get to security, there's a barbed wire, and then you throw the grenade, there's a Molotov, there's another Molotov, and this door, it just becomes inaccessible as, defenders just run up, throw another barbed wire, run up, throw another barbed wire, throw a Molotov, and it's just becomes so difficult for them to get in.
There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, like clockwork. Wire. Great. I like these bar positions though. These are very clean. Again, it shows us that the team, except ADR being a little bit of a sussy boy, gonna be. Oh, okay, yeah. ADR is going for huge aggro. Not even gonna try and hide behind Tellers. That is just aggressive.
No, maybe. Oh no, he's committed. He's gonna be hiding in plain sight here.
A lot of indecision.
Centraio. Actually, I like that smoke on that corner edge into accounting. They take control of the lobby for now. No find no shots just yet. ADR hiding in plain sight here. Trying to hide through the smoke. And a good spot to counter it. They do take control of the lobby for now. They're going to have to breach the security. They're going to find the barbed wire. Again, as we just predicted here, we're going to see this push here. Six-sided. Uh-oh. Six-sided gets the shot into Shadow from a long ways away. Shadow looking in the wrong spot. Index trying to recover it, but nope. They're going to hold it off for now. They are all stacked and managed here. It is a total cluster of attackers. ADR getting just destroyed by Reptar there. Had nowhere to go. Trying to play sneaky angle. No chance in that one. But Argo also shooting across towards Sosik. On the left side brings it to an interesting one. Centraio will take down Jet. It is David. Control of accounting is now to the attackers. Index trying to stay alive. Hiding out in loans. Has Index.
Oh, dang.
Oh, six-sided. We get the trade just as quickly on the Index. Argo taking out Sosik and six-sided. Taking down Argo. Brings it into the win for the attackers here. They have to go for the bomb. Easy set, easy play, easy days for ultimately Reptar's team there, 4-1 at the end of the fire there.
They were looking for copper by pushing entrance, but they found gold in accounting. And I gotta say, it was almost an identical setup where, you know, one team, the initial plan was to push for security, go in through or lobby into security, but then they actually decided to opt for this accounting push, and it just worked. They found 1, they found 2, they found 3, just kind of out of position. I mean, Index finally got himself set up to watch the obvious door position, but by the time he was finally there, his team was dead. You know, Argo was covering the rotate, but then it's a 2v3 and 4, and it's just, that's just a tall order for the last 2 defenders to try and, you know, make it work.
Yeah, that is a very, very difficult situation to try and win. 2v4 is, especially when he's facing people at multiple angles at the same time, especially, it's just so difficult to try and come back from. It is nay impossible, but it was not impossible, at least for today, and for that round at least. But I think the comeback is for sure possible. The main thing I'm curious about is whether or not, if they do play it again, which I don't think we're going to because that was the second half of the same map. This next one, though, the Kill Dome, are they going to go for the same split approach? Because last time we saw an amazing back-and-forth battle here on left and right side, kind of locking down the angles here to where it made a fantastic set of dome maps. Are we going to see that again on Razor Queen?
It works. It works, and that's about all I'm going to say is it works, but I don't like it because the defense was clean, but I mean, just trying to do this split push, it can work. It just has to be well executed. And the problem with that, the biggest problem with that, right, is if they can get the execution right, yeah, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. If not, then I think pushing in Beach with your boys, you know, the Beach Boys, just kind of keeping tabs, having one Black Tar watching Castle, having your Saber guy watch these jungle angles, you know, that's it's arguably a little bit easier. I mean, I think at that point it kind of comes down to how confident you and the boys are feeling about trying to win gun trades. I think the score is pretty obvious that we'll probably see Reptar or Team Reptar being a bit more on the aggressive side because they probably do feel after quite a few of these they have the confidence to be able to take these trades in these gunfights. And yeah, you can see that they're already talking about trying to go for this more aggressive. There's a lot more risk, but there's also a lot more opportunities to get control over the map.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of different places they can kind of control and lock things down from. I'm curious to see where the defenders are going to set up, though, because they haven't really drawn out a whole lot on the map and haven't positioned themselves very far in their spots and areas there to where it could be a good read on the counters. They could expect the green door breach. So, I'm excited to see how it'll do and where they're going to opt to set up and position things. Where they go is going to be very, very telling of how this round's going to go. And it looks like they're setting up for a pretty standard hold and breach here. Heavily focused on Castle and heavily focused on the jungle, which is where the bomb is at, so it makes sense to guard that spot. Pit and Beach being open, though. ADR in a good spot, though, to counter kind of what we saw last time. Played inversely now from ADR. Let's see where they go to set up, though.
This is looking like a 3-2 split for jungle here, which I like the idea. Again, it's going to cause this nice little pinch towards the middle, which hopefully will create opportunity. But with having 2 players in Castle, I mean, that's also a very good, solid defense. Okay, Argo's going to see them. He's going to see their entire team stacking up here for this red, and that should pull. Yeah, that's going to pull their entire team. And as they kind of move away, that should kind of cue them to go ahead and head back to their original positions, and that's exactly what they do. So very good heads up, heads up awareness from the attacking and defending team.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is a factor of the game. Of course, there is windows on the outside of the map, and they go for the Beach breach, 2 smokes as well. Reptar still on the outside, though, hopefully distracting Index there, looking at Reptar.
Yeah, Index has got them up. He's not watching Beach.
This is not the one place you do want to miss, but it looks like Index will whip a shot out towards Roach. Roach was not in position to be shot at anyways, but perhaps is more of a shot of intent, as Index will get the kill there. Obviously, a little too far, too close to the sun, and Sosek trying to trade. Argo to get spot to counter it as well from Sosek's shot. Let's see what Argo opts to do, though. Good Molotov as well for the Beach, but there is a barbed wire to watch out for. Ooh, on the other side. Oh, it's going to be Shadow getting the kill there on Atreyu. Yeah, but Sosek will get the trade just quickly on an ADR on the top side, evening things up very, very well. The base hold is very, very good, but Jet drops on Reptar trying to sneak through Pit. Won't be happening in Jet's Pit today. But will Six Sided go for the push is the question. He could go for the 1v1 against Jet, but Jet is going very aggressive here over towards the base. Trying to take down Sosek. They're trying to stay alive, but Sosek on the other side trying to transfer. Not going to get it just yet. Shadow as well is pushed up now towards the bottom side directly. And Sosek goes for the push and hold, sneaking through the tubes. Oh, but Six Sided takes down Argo. Jet, nowhere in position, unfortunately. Sosek, what a play from Index. Close shot there. Gets the kill. It's all down to Six Sided versus a 2v1. Jet dropped by Six Sided is down to Shadow.
He's stuck on the artillery piece.
Sniper. Oh, no. trying to go for the defusal. He gets it started. He has to go for the shot. No, it's going to be Shadow. Staying calm, staying cool, hanging out in the round, and gets the final kill to secure the win, at least for the moment, for the defenders. 2-4.
Very. I mean, great defense. That was just a good defense from. Great defense from the attacking team. I mean, obviously, with just how that played out, if again that cohesion. Again, we're gonna keep talking about that in this game where only the captains got to pick the teams. The players really didn't get to pick who they're with, and so just that balance of all right, let's do this, let's do that. The attacking team felt aggressive and confident they could win their trades, and they didn't. Index on the mop was huge. Jet with those rotates was great. I mean, they saw that they pushed from beach, and then they collapsed and consumed them.
Exactly. That was a fantastic play there. Attackers did a great job as well, but ultimately it was just a good read. Index coming in as the MVP of the round by far, able to lock down the pushes, stop the holds, stop the base push there. It was essential for the win, and that's what we needed to see, and that's what they saw, plain and simple. So now on to Operation Sublime Blood. Interesting no man's land bomb facing the outer edge here. So that's going to be an interesting one to hold, at least to try and stop the defuse from. So this is going to be maybe a more attacker side of map, perhaps, with Office. Interesting push and hold there into the docks area here with Toxic being truly toxic. Nothing really around it to really push around from. There are 2 entrances and exits at least, but yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how they go for it. Looks like they're going to setting up for a server farm push in the meantime, though, so it won't really matter where they go on that side there. And of course, the free entryway into the bomb going to be big, but really this long shot across here. I don't think you can wallbang these walls here, right? These ones up near the bottom.
Well, if you've got a knack, you can, I believe, but anything else has a difficult time.
So that's going to be actually pretty big, though, for defenders, because you can shoot from possibly in the side here, or even all the way back here in the top side if you're holding off Office. You can shoot here and then shoot all the way. Now, mind you, the spread's going to be probably too far for
Well, I was going to say, a knack, usually anything that's farther than maybe 2.5 feet, the knack kind of struggles to hit, especially unless you've got, god tier recoil control.
Even then, it's still not really going to be a feasible thing. So you're probably going to see somebody here with a knack.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Or just ADR with the tub. That'll work.
All right, tub thumping. That is just as effective. Yeah. Tub not used as much as it used to be, but it's shotguns are one of those mystery. It's a mystery of due process, and it's honestly one of the best guns in the game. The tub and the little super shotty.
Yeah, when it works.
That is, of course, when it works, and you have to have a little bit of luck, a little bit of good timing on your side, and you can definitely do some damage with it. I've seen it happen before, but it has been a long time since then. Centreyu baiting the bush on the toxic side there. Argo not really at all, not going to react.
Is he aware? Okay, yeah, he backs off.
Yeah, that was a good call to make. Gonna go up to push. Jet the battle against Reptar.
Nothing.
Get that kill ultimately. Good attempt there, but ultimately Reptar taking a lot of damage though to get at least a little bit of chip damage there, but not enough for the kill. Shadow gets by the counter, but 6-sided a second kill onto Index. A long ways away. Drops him down there just as quickly. ADR wondering where to go now. Has no cover, no options. As Shadow just hides out in plain sight here. He could go for the breach in the bottom here, but I think he's going to opt to stay in the top side. Just stay down below for now. ADR on the bomb there. Texas Sosek goes for a shot.
Oh, some people call him the Space Cowboy.
Finally. Indeed, he drops him like it's hot. Oh, excited about trying to battle against ADR, taking a lot of flashes, a lot of utility. Centreyu got an Office. Oh, but Centreyu catches Argo on the rotation. All down to ADR, who gets dropped. It's down to Shadow now. Last battle approach. Gets the kill to 1. Can he get the kill to 2? No. Centreyu on the top side, the ultimate support player, takes down Shadow and secures the round for Reptar. 5-2.
Honestly, with Centraru just sitting here and holding Argo like this, they were sitting here and playing this like 1v1 game for a good 10-15 seconds, which was enough to get Shadow, Index, Jet, who pushed super aggressive. These guys, there's a bit of a doodle battle going on here, but it's those kind of things where it's like, even as the attacker, if you can pin down one defender, that's worth a lot more than a defender trying to pin down an attacker. You know exactly where one guy is, and now you can worry about where the, all you gotta do is like, all right, where's the other 2? We know somebody's somewhere. Let's just get the other 3, It's very well done. And then, Index getting found and just annihilated by 6-sided with that saber. That's always rough, because now your most powerful weapon on Factory has been, nullified, and they actually just go ahead and opt to not even grab it.
Yeah, that was an interesting call to make. For Factory, at least. They had the option. I think this next map may be a little bit too close together. Or they expect to be too close together. This is the second half of maps, I believe. So maybe this one isn't as favored for it, potentially. We'll see where they opt to go.
But can you really know? I mean, Kill House and C-Store, even having a...
Those are smaller... we've had long maps so far, and this one is just as long. Clover Tide. This is a big kill house, and with a lot of cover options too. So, you know, it varies, right? I mean, obviously we got a pillbox down in the middle of nowhere down here, not really doing a whole. It's good for for defenders actually, because they can sit here and basically take out attackers trying to run in, going for reception plays potentially. But it's such a big map. This is kind of a tough one to try and tackle for the attackers.
So normally what we see is we'll have one guy sitting here with maybe a Mop or a Gruber or something, just to try and get like a cheesy pick if possible. Like you'll have either one guy here or one guy here is normally just to try and catch that guy. A lot of times, yeah, you'll see attackers either they'll go for this reception push to try and get a wall charge into clear backstage, and then while you're doing that, you kind of get Hall. And after that, it's just a matter of getting club, because as you can see, the attackers are talking about it. This bar completely stops this office door again. So there's really only one and two different ways that you can get in. So as long as you can secure those with a wall charge, that'll be perfect essentially. There's not nearly as much risk that you have to take in terms of you can just ignore this entire half of the map. You know, if you're not going to push, you know, then don't bother.
No, you don't have to. Although you could be held off there by enemies shooting across.
Well, bullets are a pretty big deterrent, yeah.
So, I mean, there is a lot of cover in kitchen that you could shoot through and shoot across into clubs. So there is a concern for sure. It is also one-sided because as soon as you have that option to be shot through, you can also shoot back through. So there's also the option of kitchen as well down here. So there's a couple spots there weak from for sure. And of course, this one over here, not doing a whole lot for counters, at least from that spot. But kitchen's going to be definitely a spot where we're going to see at least one or two defenders hold off the push from for sure. Where the attackers opt to go for, it's going to be...
Real quick, before we hop in, I do want to go ahead and make a quick announcement. It looks like Floggle's team has decided to forfeit their match, so we won't have that match. So Team EK in the losers bracket will move on to the semis. So the winner of this set will be going into the semis against Team EK.
All right. Interesting.
And here we go. Again, Argo's kind of in that little cheeky corner. He's probably looking. Six should hear him. Yeah, he does see him and hear him.
So that's that. Unfortunately, Argo's going to have to rotate back out of the way. Oh, no, they're just going to drop him. Index through there. And six-sided. Wow, what a shot there. Takes out Argo on the bottom there. ADR now going to do the same thing again. Just saw a teammate die and says, no, I'm going to do it myself. Hides in a really good spot for the push. If they do go for it, the bar is still in position to hold off the push for now. ADR spring wildly across trying to get somebody. But no, it's indexing the six-sided. It's again trying to sneak through there. Reptar, the third one in to finally make it through there with just a shotgun. And a Dream goes for the breach. Jet and Index, they're holding out the push for now. They're trying to shoot across. Roach in a good spot. Index team kills Jet at the last second.
No.
That is an oof and a half. Index trying to run out of the way. They go for the breach in the middle here. Shadow about to be surprised by Reptar, but no. Shadow gets the kill, but Roach trades just as quickly. It's all down to Index with that Ingmar. Battling against Roach though with the KR. This is a bit of a weird battle. Defender weapons.
Wow, that flash didn't get him? Are you serious?
Index, the clutch, the flash didn't go.
Yo, he ate that flash. What? Oh my! Oh man, I would be tilted. Oh my goodness!
Just drops it. That is what you want to see. Index earning his keep for sure. Getting extra cookies for that one.
Wow. Yeah. Very well done. There. Oh man, I would be if I was on the attacking team. I would be in low orbit in terms of salt accumulated for fuel. Oh my god.
That would be.
We saw the flash. It bounced into his face, and he went, "Oh no, it's fine." Wow.
Wow.
That is a complete game changer. I mean, they're still down, you know, pretty rough here, but I mean, just the fact that he got that double, that's great. Well done. I mean, credit where credit's due. He saw an opportunity, he capitalized on it, and he did not let go as soon as he got ahead.
Yeah, and that is essential for the win there. But, man, that is definitely going to be a mega tilty situation there when you have a flash just basically fail to...
do nothing.
You have a dud flash, never is fun. Of course, looks like they're playing tic-tac-toe, and they should tic-tac. No, they should be focused on the map instead.
Ayo!
In any case, if it's one way to distract it, receiver, I almost called it Onion, Orion.
I've done that all the. I do that so often. It's not even funny.
It's right there. It's just at the end. Onion.
Sea stores have layers.
I know, and they. This one does have layers. Look at this. You got cover here, here, and here. Look at all these layers of the Onion Orion.
Well, I mean, you got one layer, you've got two layers, you've got three different layers that you have to peel before you can get to the big meaty center of the storefront here.
Indeed. Maps have layers, and this one is no different.
Real maps have layers. Hashtag update C-Store. Don't make purple corners.
Indeed. Looks like there's a little bit of funny business on this corner here, but honestly, this one's actually not too pink. A little bit of funny business.
No, this is one map where I always love to see how the attackers want to go in. I mean, obviously with tellers being in such an obvious position, you never really want to defend it, but you kind of have to because of the shutters button. So sometimes you'll see like one guy sitting here with like a barbed wire or something. But if they just that is a very well colored in arrow, and I appreciate that. But like, you know, Jet with the auto shotty, that's gonna be kind of important to note. But like sometimes you can have teams that they'll kind of cowabunga like one or two guys in, get the button, and then this entire, again, that meaty center of storefront gets completely opened up for a Saber player to just go to town on it.
Definitely is going to be a potential. It looks like it's going to happen. Well, almost happen, but looks like Arg's going to hold out the push on Sword for now. On the other side, though, Roach, Six-Sided, and Reptar are going to sneak through and Shed, perhaps go for the freezer push here. They're sitting up before that charge. They're ready to go. So they're kind of holding off that battle of the Sword for now. The good Molotov's going to hold off the push, but the red door breach has occurred.
Grenade!
Argo. Oh, the Kobe takes out Argo. Jet in a good spot with the auto shot. They do go for the breach. But here comes the flash. Jet's going to be definitely blind on that one. He should be, at least. They take control of the freezer in the meantime. But so far, Shadow is rotated up in the bathroom, hiding out in the stall. Perhaps stalling. Six-Sided going for the long shot towards the bomb. Did not get the kill, but Index, gets dropped by Six-Sided. Oh, it's going to be a Six-Sided W right there. Shadow shoots across, goes for the shot through Shed there. But Roach is holding off the angle on the outside. Shadow has nowhere to go. Taking a lot of shots through the sides here. Reptar going to sneak through. Jet in a good spot to counter, though. Oh, this is going to be a devastating one if Jet pushes out.
He's waiting.
Going to hold the arcade for now. Oh.
But
This
Shadow
is going to be risky. ADR. Oh, he's going to go for the play here. Reptar spotted him. Sosic will drop down Shadow on the other side in the bathroom. They're going to have to push out into the main area there. And Six-Sided drops ADR's Jet. Takes out Centrayu on the flank. Jet's the one spot on the bottom side. He's going to have to push around. Sosic going to go hunt him down. Jet, the last one alive, goes for Ingmar instead. He's going to battle against Sosic through the fire and flames. He's going to go for the push. He does, but no. Sosic drops him just as quickly. It's going to be match point for Reptar, 6-3.
Ouch, that was rough, and you know I think this really came down to that communication. What was it? Reptar deciding to call the guys from storage to come and support and push freezers. That was great. It caught Argo was out of position, ADR was out of position when they tried to, when they finally realized they weren't there anymore. Jet sat at that green door for the entirety of the map, and no one was aware that they had moved. No one checked or tried to make a peek. And that was that was great heads-up play from the attackers. We need more awareness from the defenders if they want to be able to try and even crawl back in. We're 2 away from potentially seeing the end of this match.
Actually, no, we're 1 away now.
Oh, we're 1 away. Excuse me. It's match point. Do or die.
It's right there. Yeah, we've seen a lot of rounds. The last couple actually go in favor of Reptar. Jet is on the back foot here on Sublime Blood once again, and it's going to be a Six-Sided has to be stopped on this map, period. Last time he came in through, he got huge kills on the Index here. Huge kills on the opening here in the server farm. They have to stop that push if they're going to go that way, but I don't think we're going to see the attackers go for that approach instead. I think they're going to go for probably Office to maybe into Toxic, perhaps, for a surprise flank. We're seeing them set up for a server farm breach and potentially Office breach. Although it would be a real surprise if they go for Doc, but I don't think they're docking on that one. Maybe Toxic? Maybe? But I think they're probably going to go Office.
I think Office is probably, the most strategic, if you will. But, of course, as soon as we say that, there's the Doc call.
So figures, right? Call everything but the one.
Yeah, anyway. So I'm thinking it's going to be probably like another 3-2 split here from the attackers, which I think is probably the best move. Unless you are confident that you're going to win that initial pick, one Molotov and all 5 guys that are pushing through the barbed wire are going to get toasted alive. And that's a lot of risk. That's a big gamble. That really comes down to, again, these teams are not competitive, set due process teams. These are all a bunch of draft picks. So really, how much does Jet trust his guys, and how much can the guys trust in Jet to say, all right, we're going to go all through Office? Well, Jet's saying that's a lot of risk. So it is going to be a Doc. I do like the idea of ADR on Saber, so they'll be able to clear Office, and then they can just use all of this open space. Again, Office has some great window, line of sight into almost the entirety of the map, and then you're going to have Saber to watch these other little angles. The biggest thing that they're going to have to be careful of course, is behind these silos. That's where you might see a couple of the defenders playing, and then, of course, Toxic, where they'll be able to kind of get some nice long angles if they're able to utilize them.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for them to bring it back from, but I think they can do it. The question is if Jet can commit on the dock and survive long enough to push in and take the win. But it is they're on the last. This is the last possible round for them to lose. There is no more options there. They're going for the pre-fire through office. Going to give away some positions there. But Jet, meanwhile, is going to go for the grenade on that side there. Or at least ADR is going to throw that grenade there. Getting ready for the breach. They're going to take control of office for the moment. The rest of the team is on the bottom. There is the breach in dock. And
Ooh!
Take down Roach. That's a good opening. Sosic has to hawk this down as Centrayu. The Centrayu will get the kill on a Jet on the bottom. But ADR still alive. Centrayu did not die to that one. That is going to be a tough one to come back from. But they take control of Toxic in the meantime. Able to lock down the side flanks here, but Arco has not spotted Reptar just yet. Index trying to shoot towards Sosic, did not get the shot. But there now where the players up in that top area there. Shadow not discovered yet on that offense position. ADR going to go for the shot across Centrayu. Reptar does take down Argo, trying to make the play on the outside there. Holding on to the bomb for dear life. Looks like Centrayu will take down ADR as well. It's all down to Shadow, last alive for Jet's team. Can he come up clutch in a 1v3? Or is Centrayu going to secure the win here with his final kill? Could be Reptar, could be Six-Sided, could be anybody's game, but Centrayu is dangerously close to pushing Shadow here. Can Shadow get the kill? Or is it all down to Centrayu? Just tries to rotate out of the way here, going for that side instead of possibly Toxic. Good hold off, but now it's going to be down to the wire here. 42 seconds remaining. Time is running out. They're going for different weapons at this point. They are pretty much sure they're going to win this. But let's see if they can bring it back.
Absolutely, and you know, I do appreciate the fact that Shadow's still moving. He's still trying to find an angle here. I mean, he's not just trying to push into what is obvious, you know, a death's position, but time is ticking out. Like you said, Six-Sided, he's got them up, but one shot, he misses.
He gets the kill.
This is huge. He's got time now,
no.
but the line of sight.
They gotta go. And are they gonna make it in time?
50%. Oh, he's gonna pause.
Oh. GG's, well played, but it's going to be Reptar securing the win with the final kill on the Shadow there. GG's, it's going to be 7-3. It looks like Reptar will continue on in the losers bracket. Jet has been eliminated in game and in the tournament. So GG's to the teams, but it is Reptar continuing on, battling very, very soon.
Absolutely, and again, I think this can really be summarized as, you know, one team was just more aggressive, and though there was more risk that they took, they also got a lot more achieved through that. You know, when they pushed confidently. There's that aggressiveness. And in a game like Due Process, that sometimes is the deciding factor of, can you beat your opponents in those kind of situations? And in this case, Reptar said, oh, you know, they were the winners. They said, yes, we can do that, and they did.
And yep, that's simply put, that's how it went, and that's how they played it. So GG's, well played. Reptar had a really, really dominant play, as you just said there. And honestly, fantastic game all the way around. So GG's.
Absolutely. So that means there is one more, I believe, that we should be seeing. It should be the match between Reptar and Team Reptar and Team Ikazo, as we'll have the semifinals, the finals, and then the losers round tomorrow, I believe.
Let me confirm.
Yeah, just double check that real quick, please.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's headed off for the first part here. Best of 3. It looks like everyone's headed off for the day. I'm guessing that we did have some teams leave, so I'm wondering if maybe we're going to play the other part.
team did decide to
bounce. Yeah, which that's fine.
Let me just take a look at the scheduling here, because that'll tell us. So we have for tomorrow.
Yeah.
There we go. So we have upper bracket semis, lower bracket finals, and grand finals. So,
yes. So I think Reptar and Ikazo still have to play, but will they play today is the question.
I don't think they will, because if we're having the upper bracket semis tomorrow, then the lower bracket finals, then the grand finals, then that tells me that we're probably going to be holding here. Well, yeah, we should be holding here because we would need to. Yeah, I think that's that.
Because technically, game 11, we're waiting for whoever loses the semifinals is going to have to play in the grand finals for the losers bracket.
Yes.
So Ikazo and Reptar still have to play. If they don't play today, they have to play tomorrow. But maybe that's on a different stream. Who knows?
No.
That's the last. Is it? Because that's the last game to be played, and then you have.
Yeah, first, second, and third place match placements. Yeah.
Yep. So.
I don't know. No one tells us anything. We're kind of just figuring this out as we go.
it is all by catch the wind, whatever is being played, and thankfully, thanks to the system of Due Process, where we can see matches and who is in. We can see if anyone's playing or not. And right now, they're not. So, I'm guessing that's it for today.
Yeah, that's looking like that's going to be it, which is fine. I mean, we got some pretty good matches of Due Process in for today. I think this is pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, this was a fantastic day today. We had a lot of amazing clutches, amazing 1v1s, amazing teamwork on all sides. Despite it being kind of a pug tournament here,
Hmm.
it really was a fantastic set of games here today. So, proud of everybody. They're all fantastic. So, it's all good.
Excellent. All right, let's go for what was your biggest highlight for today, Shark? What was the one thing that
Ooh.
you went, dang, dang,
You know
boy?
I think Rachel's clutch on Kildome.
Yeah, that was
Amazing.
clean.
Where
That was really
everyone's
clean.
Everyone's passive, everyone plays cool, but then all of a sudden she just comes up and starts dropping people left, right, and center to where they had no chance, no recovery. They weren't even trying. They were just trying to hide for dear life, and Rachel just hunted all of them down. That was just fantastic to see. That's why that was the clutchest moment, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was gonna say for me, I was gonna say it was the double back-to-back ace. I mean, if you're gonna
Yeah.
go for Rachel's ace, I'll go for Aerosign's ace. I mean, that was just
That was.
it literally started and you were like, oh my god, he's going wild, and then Rachel goes off and we're just, I mean, the hype is real. It was great to see. It's a real shame that, you know, they did eventually, Team Tibber did lose to EK after the end of that, but I mean, that was just fantastic play, and that's just kind of those things that you'll very, very rarely see in a competitive setting, just because, you know, you've got these guys are just the best of the best, just playing against each other. But where you're in this more competitive, this more casual environment, that's just one of those opportunities that you don't often get to see, that you were able to kind of bring to the audience, you know.
Exactly. That's fantastic.
All right, so yeah, Reptar does move on. That's just been updated on the challenge bracket. Let me go ahead. Let's go ahead and switch over here real quick. And
Yeah, let's
you know,
take a look at it.
let's take a look at it. Let me get your thoughts. What, you know, who do you think we're
All right.
we're gonna be seeing? I mean, obviously we got Merchant versus Zigolo, who I think kind of came out of the blue here.
Yeah. You know, a bit of a surprise for sure for Merchant. Had a pretty strong lineup. Zigolo did a really, really great job against Floggle there, but Merchant versus Zigolo. I'm thinking Merchant is probably going to take it to the grand finals, but Zigolo, they're very strong too. They did a fantastic set there. Losers bracket semifinal though, that's the one to watch. Ikazo and Reptar, two really strong teams, very, very powerful. I am very excited to see those two play against each other in losers bracket, and grand finals going to be just as fantastic as well. I'm excited to see it.
Absolutely. So we're thinking Merchant will head to the finals. Then between EK and Reptar, who do you think's team? Now that we have seen both teams play, which is actually quite the opportunity to get some in-depth knowledge. Who do you think is going to take it between the two?
That is actually very, very difficult, as both teams are pretty well matched. They're both fantastic in that regards. I want to give it to Ikazo by a little bit, maybe
Really?
51-49 kind of split there. A little bit more. Reptar is fantastic as well, but I'm rooting for my buddy Ikazo. I know he's a strong player. Reptar have a strong lineup as well, but I think Ikazo, they have the teamwork, they have the motivation, they're hungry, they're going to devour it.
See, I was actually favoring Team Reptar on this one, just because from EK's team we were seeing it was solid, it was comfortable. You know,
Yeah.
EK was definitely pulling some memes out of his hat to make things work. But the one thing, and again, this is just the preference I always see for very solid high. Like, I would say almost like if you're thinking like Rainbow Six Siege level, you know, strats, you're like like low platinum kind of play, is that confident aggression that you see that we were seeing from Reptar's team. I do favor them in my personal opinion. Now, obviously, you have yours, and I can't wait for tomorrow to see which of us is actually right. But you know, it's those kind of things that usually you see from the more confident teams, that there's a little bit more synergy because they can trust each other. EK is playing as I think he likes to play when he's playing with the Global Breakout guys. We do this, we do this, we do this, they're dead. You know, where Reptar's team's like, all right, you guys are going to push, and then we're going to, you know, without even speaking, another guy's going to flank, and it's just, everything's just going to work. So it's going to, I think it's kind of just like when we were watching the finals between Yakuza versus Global Breakout, where Yakuza were playing a lot more creatively and more fluidly, and it was the rock versus the ocean, you know, or the mountain versus the ocean. Will the ocean erode away the rock, or will the rock stand firm, and not, you know, be broken down by the waves of pressure that the ocean pushes onto it?
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, with my deep philosophical debate going on, I do believe that is going to be the end of it. Let me just double check, because all I see left, it looks like Reptar's team is the only team that's still actually organized. The rest of the other guys have gone off. So with that, I think we're good to close it for today's Shark. Do you want to go ahead and close us out?
Alrighty. Well, with that all being said, and after every game today has been fantastic, after all this fantastic action. Thanks everybody for watching. It has been me, Stuff Shark, alongside Ghost, doing some fantastic stuff. Thanks everybody for watching and all the teams for playing today. All fantastic to see. We will see you all tomorrow.
Yes.
I believe on the DPL main channel. It may end up being on Ghost's channel, though. We're not sure just yet, but be sure to keep your eyes and ears open. Be sure to, of course, follow Ghost on Twitch, on Twitter, on all the social medias, of course. Definitely someone to watch out for. One of the fantastic casters in the Due Process League. One of the best, if I may say so myself.
Yeah, of course. And again, credit where credit's due. Shoutouts to Stuff Shark, who has been kind of the voice of our cast here for a good majority of it. Yeah, so we do have a quick timings check. So tomorrow, January 16th, 2022, the first match will be the upper bracket semifinals at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just be aware that is a lot earlier than we normally have, but I do also believe that these will be a best of threes. So we will have a lot more action between these teams, a lot more opportunity to kind of really get to know how these guys handle a lot more of this pressure. So we'll have 10, then 11, and then the grand finals, the grand finals is the best of three. The other two are just, I guess, best of ones. So semifinals, best of one at 10, lower bracket finals at 11, and then the grand finals, a best of three between those last two teams at 12 p.m. here on the Due Process channel.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. My name is Ghost. This has been Stuff Shark. We will see you guys all hopefully for tomorrow, and definitely please do find what is your handle information?
Stuff Shark, just about everywhere. On Twitch, it's with one F because someone else has the other F. So and just one Fed Shark on Twitch. On Twitter at Stuff Shark, just about everywhere else as well. So yeah, I mean I don't really do a lot of content creation myself, but honestly, go follow the Due Process League on Twitch and Twitter and all those fun stuff. That's where you'll find me almost 100% of the time. Not really, but definitely follow those.
Excellent. Well, then we'll go ahead and close out here. Again, thank you to everyone that was here for this stream. We will be throwing it over to someone else in the community, so that way if you guys would like to continue to enjoy and experience more Due Process, more on a player's level, then please go ahead and see that then. With that, we see you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, hang on. All right, so we're back live. There's going to be a delay, of course.
We're live?
So we got like a 3-minute delay. Switch over.
Are we hot?
Okay, hang on. We're not done yet. Hang on, don't call it a comeback. We never left. Q just popped. All right.
We were just hanging out. We're ready to go here.
So they are going to do their round. What the heck? What?
Man.
All right, it's fine. Think of it like the tournament or the stream is actually over. This is like a, you know, when the audience starts cheering encore because we were doing such a great match. That's what happened. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yes, that is definitely what has happened here. Definitely nothing else going on. You know, that's sometimes how the cookies crumbled, and you know what? We're gonna get an encore match.
Yeah.
How fantastic is that? Definitely not. You know, a little bit of spots there. It is indeed live. This is the second semi. I believe the losers back at semifinals. Ikazo versus Reptar. I predicted Ikazo. You went with Reptar.
Yep.
You know, I
Right.
think it could go either way.
Do you know how to do channel bets and all that stuff?
Yeah, it's been a while, but I can probably figure it out.
Okay, yeah. Let me
me
know
a
so that
second.
way
I
I
think we
can
need mods
try and
for
get
that.
these guys to.
Oh, we need predictions. That is just a must.
We need predictions. It's the rules. There's still like a 3-minute delay.
So if you mind, if you make me moderator, I can probably do it for you. I do need to have that access.
Mod. Username? What the heck? How does this?
/mod, and then I think just the name. So this is one F, by the way. So
slash
send that to you.
mod.
1 second, buddy.
And
Here you
then
go.
at stuffed.
Boom, 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 boom.
That work?
There we go. Okay. Yep, I have access now. Let me do predictions. Who?
There's like this
will win?
obnoxious like. How about rating Reptar DP gamers? Like, go away. The X button doesn't even work. You're a terrible function.
All right. Predictions are yes. Oh, we have to wait for the delay though. So.
No, just throw it now because
now?
the
Enough.
channel will pop up. So it's better to do it now because as soon as
Okay.
the delay kicks, then that usually means that they're caught up to where we currently are.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, it is live now. Who will win? Ikazo, Reptar. It's up to people to decide if they want. It is Operation Legion Hour here on the cast. I don't know if we're live or not on stream, but are we hot on the air?
Yeah, we're hot. Oh yeah, we live. Oh yeah, we live.
Oh, okay. I mean, I wasn't sure. You know, we were doing a little bit of a scuffed approach here. It is Operation Legion Hour here, gearing up and getting ready for the breach here. On it looks like a factory starting map here. This is an interesting one. So they're setting up for, it looks like a long shot there through the, yes, finally a fantastic play here in Pipeworks. Finally can fulfill their fantasies of shooting a long ways across those sides and shoot all the way to office as well. I mean, look at this shot here. This is just nutty with a capital N. And they're also going for a storage breach in the top side of the server farm. What in the... Oh, no, they're going for the top... What? Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. Maybe it's misplayed on the button, but they're going for the breach in storage.
Okay, so the encore match has begun. Here we go. All right.
Indeed. We have
apologize for the scuffed ending. So it I guess it is gonna be. We do get an extra match, which is great, and 6 is gonna go for the. Oh, he misses though.
Oh, he's going. Really try it at least.
He's going for it. He's going for it.
That's the start at least. They're going for the setup and breach here. Going for the storage breach. Centrayu on the top side though could be a surprise factor for sure if they do go for that storage position there. Render looking to clear things up partially. They see the barbed wire. A little spicy. It's getting a little bit risky on the bottom side there. Skook Squad. Got someone to watch out for. They go for that breach in server farm. They're playing towards Sosek. Take some shots. Almost down all the way, but it's all still alive, at least at the moment here. Going to run and escape at the last second there. Long shots there. Centrayu from behind will take out Ikazo. Roach will take down Skook Squad. And
wow.
Going for the fan players. So front and Render drop down those players. Wow.
I'm just amazed that he got to rotate off, but then they both just died for nothing.
You know,
wild.
That is sometimes how it goes in due process. It can be a wild bit of chaos. And indeed, it looks like that is the case. It is still 3 defenders alive, though, and 3 attackers. Good grenade.
Barbed wire gets clear now.
Yeah, that's good. Render and Sir Front, though, working well together, but Newt, what is he doing? I do not know. But 6-sided is in a good spot there with the mop. Drop out something. They go for the opposite. Reptar's just in there to counter it. Ooh.
I like that the defenders have backed all the way off into the more bomb side of the server farm. Or this factory here, excuse me. And, well, Reptar gets hard flash, but he's going to get completely annihilated. Goodness gracious. 6 and Roach, last 2 alive. 30 seconds left, though. They've bled this bomb pretty well.
Alrighty, well, they're down to the wire here. 6-sided gets the kill there onto New Trading. All down to 6-sided left to wire here. 1v2. Of course, he's rocking just the pistol here. This is very, very risky. No power, just a little flashlight and a drink. Off the bomb, trying to get the kill. It's all down to Sir Front, low on health. Has the KR, has the nods. He is ready to drop some bods. Can he get the kill on the 6-sided, though, is the question. Running out of time, he gets the kill, but is he enough time to defuse? No, there's not. Too little too late to make it the mop, but it is all said and done. 6-sided, and Reptar's team take the lead 1-0. Wow.
Very well done. I mean, that was great. The Team Reptar did a great job at just bleeding and slowing down that aggressive assault there from Team EK. I mean, again, EK came in, they had a plan, they had a system in place, and honestly, Centriari did a great job at, with the rotates, but then it's almost like he tried to go back in aggressive, and then him and Sosek just fell over for free, so it kind of put their momentum, it reset their momentum. And then 6 and Roach with that very decent Pipeworks defense, it was just enough time that they were able to just bleed, and they are going to draw first blood on EK.
Exactly. That was a fantastic position there, and really, both teams had good ideas back and forth, but really was just a good read from Reptar's team there. Now on to Operation Shameful Exile, with another breezy breezeway, with another same fence. Yeah, this is the map we saw beforehand, but how are they going to play it, though? I am curious to see. They have to go for a club push, perhaps, and maybe even a reception-style push. Once again, a lot of cover in kitchen, though, so they can keep pretty safe on that side there.
Fantastic. So I do like this. This is good. I like this decision here from the attacking team. No need for a bar or for a red charge, and then as long as they're able to get in, the biggest choke point is going to be this little cubby room right here. Just because don't know if that door charge is actually accurate or not, but obviously you're going to have the issues with Nax. You're going to have Molotovs. This is going to be a very difficult door to get in. If they are able to get in, it's going to require probably a grenade and then quite a few flashbangs just to try and force people from throwing their utility to slow you down.
Yeah, it's going to be a really tough one to try and push. They could maybe go on the other side into club, maybe go for like a split push on reception, partially into lockers through here, or maybe just like a half, like 3 and 2 split.
Yeah, maybe one guy to rotate would be really, really nice.
Yeah, there will be a barbed wire there to stop the push.
Yeah.
It looks like being done by Sosik there. So they got to be a little bit careful. But as long as they can push through there and not die or use a grenade to get rid of that, maybe worth it. But it's still pretty rough. Let's see if they can do that. Here's Sosik with his barbed wire placement. Almost there. Reptar has a good one there in reception. Oh, this is going to be a tough one to push on hold here. I almost wonder if they could go for like a fast push in here with the barb, but or with a breach, but I don't think they're going to do that. They're probably going to stick to their plans with reception.
Oh, they're actually going to commit with a... well, they do have a... Oh. They have a breach, but are they going to use it on the kitchen door, or is the intent to actually save it for that green? I'm very curious to see what the game plan is here.
Yeah. I almost wonder if they're going to go for a surprise, maybe on this wall here, maybe go through that side, or maybe even through club. And go for a fast breach that way, or maybe just through, you know what, club to office, boom. Total surprise. We can go for reception push. Reptar going with a pretty good pre-fire here. Render taking a shot or two from that one, but still alive. A couple chip damage back and forth, trying to even it up a little bit. So far, defenders just yet. Is Newt going to break down the red door on the outside here? Ikazo has broken through into the breezeway here. We're just waiting for him to make the play here. Ikazo, very, very dangerous spot here. Not a lot of cover. As well in the top side, just shooting wildly across here. Focus on the spot here. Good smoke.
There's the smoke.
Here comes the play from Newt. Again, the kill on the 6-sided. Dangerously close, but Ikazo takes down Roach with the wall bang as well. As Newt comes in and just shotguns and trays to the front, takes on Sussex as well from the other side. But Reptar still up, gets the flanking kill to Skoog Squad. Reptar still in the battle here. They're already on the bomb, defusing it. Reptar has to go. Running out of time. He's going to battle. Through the wall, but no, Ikazo comes in for the flanking kill to keep it alive and ties it up 1-1. Well, it really was just Newt putting on a show there with that shot he dropped on him like it's hot.
I was going to say, the barbed wire, I like the idea from Six to try and get that barb, and yeah, you can see Roach is even talking about it. Had they gotten that barbed wire up, I think they would have had a better chance of actually getting up into position, but because Six got knocked, as soon as he tried to throw the barb, he panicked, he dropped it, and then started to run off, but he was in his own barbed wire, so he was a freebie.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate placement there from 6-sided, but it's tough in a situation like that where you're getting pushed, you don't know what's happening, you have no time, nowhere to go basically. So it's a tough one.
Absolutely. Well, the map they have evened out. We're going on to our third one, and not a lot of huge utility. No saber, no mop. That was really kind of used, but with this last map being was that look like bank? Yep.
It looked like bank.
So,
I'm wondering how they're going to bank this one in for the win here. If any team's going to come out on top, maybe pot. I almost wonder, because if you have defenders in a good spot to counter attackers from the lobby push, we've seen a lot of so far today. We've seen a lot of attackers win on the bank here on Helios Brutus, which is a big, sort of a big lobby here. Kind of an interesting layout as well. I'm curious to see how they're going to play this one. My manager has good access points there. This is such an interesting map. I wonder if they're going to go for the hold here on manager and maybe go for the counting push into the bomb, or just go for a straight up entrance, just dive bomb for the button, go past security, and just go straight for the vault. So there's a lot of cover in vault too. It's got a big access point here. So
it does, and also the door does close against the wall, so there's no kind of extra funneling that you have to really worry about. But I mean, again, as you mentioned, this these long angles here that the defenders can utilize. Again, as long as they know that they're not pushing loans, which is actually what it looks like the intent is, then even then, unless they plan to double breach, you have this long angle, you've got this long angle, and then you could even have the guy in tellers. So this just becomes kind of like the lone zone of death. So I am a little bit worried about EK's push.
Yeah, this is gonna be a really tough one to hold back for the defenders here. It looks like they're setting up though for the entrance push, which is not the call to make here. Unfortunately, though, they're not ready for the Ikazo push, so looking like Ikazo's probably going to take this round, but in the same regard, though, Render rocking the knack on attackers, and Skoog rocking the mop on bank. That is, he's going all in on this bet. That is for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's see where they go.
They weren't able to get Saber, so yeah, mop is going to be what they're going to be running. So it looks like we're going to be having these guys, yeah, it's going to be a 5 into loans.
Yeah, it is. Well, they're definitely loaning nothing up for grabs. That is for sure. Reptar holding on the bomb for now. Six-sided to get a spot to counter it with that Ingmar. But they're just waiting for the time to strike here, ready to go for the breach. And there it goes. Reaching the loans. Good flash as well to clear out the hallway. The pre-fires in the positions that they would most likely be in if they were expecting the loans push, but looks like they have not done that at all. They were expecting the entrance breach, which means they're actually in a good position to counter the loans breach here.
NVG's on the attackers just in case. Always love to see it.
Of course. Yeah, on a daytime map, that is certainly an interesting call to make. Let's see what Newt is going to do here with Render here. They go for the breach, double breach and vents. So it's like trying to shoot across his long side, six-sided as well. But Centralia holding on for dear life. Reptar will take down to the front and bathroom with a nice long shot there on that side. Newt does drop Sosek at least on the push towards the bomb. And drops that six-sided as well. Wow. No, but no. That is an
big mistakes.
They locked in the defender on the bomb. Ikazo is going to hold out for dear life. Reptar doesn't have to worry about a thing. Ikazo, that was an oof and a half. He locked him into the bomb site. Oh, that is unfortunate there for the defenders. What an oof and a half. Oh my goodness. They do take the lead, of course, for Ikazo, but now you know there's definitely be some tilting on the Reptar side for sure after that one.
Oh, yeah, that's... I think
that's going to be frustrating.
Newt kind of like, he got locked in the vault and then wait a minute. I'm not supposed to be... Oh, the bomb. you could see
like,
it.
Wait a minute, where am I? Oh,
yeah,
no.
you could see the synapses firing for just a second.
Oh, man, that is funny. But looks like we've swapped sides on the same maps, though. So back to the Factory of Legion Hour. And I think this hour we're going to see the comeback. Maybe the comeback from Reptar's team here on attackers, but on defensive, Ikazo is very, very good on defensive. I'm curious to see where they position themselves. It looks like they're going for the standard smoke for a push on Doc. I'm wondering if they're going to go from that fan play there. They could go for a pretty easy counter on Pipeworks by having good defenders here and here and here. On these kind of sides to counter it from positions as well here. So you have a couple positions that can go here and there for, but our attacker is going to go for the breach there or go for the setup there. Indeed, setting up for the flashes. My guess is they are going to go for that fan breach.
Yeah, it's looking like a fan. Yeah, because even the fact that they've got this little line here, they're kind of saying like, hey, heads up, this might be where if we are going to try and push this is where the risk can be associated. And again, another mob. Super aggressive. I mean, I like it. It's absolutely like just meme-ish, but it's also, you know, there are good opportunities.
Yeah. Although putting that mop up there though, where there's not a lot of like
it's going to be in the wrong position if this is a fan push.
Yeah, which even if it wasn't a fan push, it's still kind of an aggressive peak angle here to go on the outside here with a mop, especially because if you had like the KR or something, if you had the same level of not at the same level of damage, but at least a high level of damage for that kind of push potentially, but it's a little bit, I think it's a very, very risky call here from Ikazo to put the mop there. If it is going to go there, it could change the course. It could go, you know, maybe somewhere else. Oh, the fan play is going to be countered by a good. Well, actually, no. The charge should get rid of the barbed wire there, right?
Yes. Yes, that will happen. Which is kind of how do I say bronze level strats to put a. Oh, don't do it, please don't. Disgusting.
Oh no. Well, you know, maybe it's for added insult or to try and throw off the team, perhaps. They also threw a flare on the ground despite the power still being on, so
well, no, that makes sense. I mean, that's preemptive flares just in case, because you can actually. I've seen EK do this a few times, when I've watched him stream. Is he'll throw flares in specific areas, so if you're kind of down the way, you can see the shadow reflection in case someone's kind of walking past. So, for example, if someone's coming this way and you're sitting here, you'll see the shadow before they actually get past, so you'll know that they're coming.
Oh,
it is actually kind of big brain. It's just not the biggest brain. And here comes the clickety clack.
Indeed.
Disgusting.
The clackastrophic strat there. Skook's going to have to rotate down and away, realizing that he just wasted the barbed wire. Reptar going to run through the smoke, not a care in the world. He just drops down Skook Squad. Just shows him who's boss. So front though trying to hold off on the bomb for now, but six-sided roll drop down Newt. Ikazo trading just as quickly onto the six-sided. So front though will take down Reptar, trying to go for the bomb. So Centralia will take down Render. Sosek battling against Ikazo with just a black tar and a mop. Oh, Surfronto should get a kill on the Sosek pretty quickly. Oh, but no, Sosek drops.
Hello?
Surfront. Hello. Oh, lag detected. Oh, but Ikazo drops Sosek. Centralia last life here on the bomb. Can Ikazo clutch it? Already 2 kills on the board. About to be 3K here for the clutch. he going to get it is the question. Trying to battle for the bomb here. 51 seconds. More than enough time for an attacker to go. Centrario going to go for the push here. He's so aware of it. And he gets the kill!
Wow.
Ikazo, the Clutchmeister, gets the clutch and the win for Ikazo's team. Of course, his own team. 3-1 now. What an amazing comeback after a bit of a missed call there on the strat.
No, that was, I mean, initially I was going to say that push was working out pretty well. Then they kind of just slowed down at the fan. They needed to get in and get past. Those smokes were great and very well timed. But then, obviously, the smoke dissipated. And EK went, all right, I guess it's mopping time. And bodies started to drop left and right. You know, I'm very surprised that Centrari decided to actually push EK in that situation. He had bomb precedence. There was plenty of time to kind of, sweat him out or even make him make a mistake. But by playing that aggressive, well, he played right into EK's position. I mean, we saw him come around the corner. And I was like, wait, where'd EK go? I know he's against the wall. And then he came out of the wall, and I was like, dude, where were you?
Yeah, that was a crazy strat there and crazy play. But ultimately, it was just Ikazo, as you said before, just kind of wiping the floor and ultimately mopping up the enemy there on that push towards the bomb. Kind of a weird spot for the bomb, too, but now on Operation Shameful Exile. This is an interesting map for sure. We saw that kind of a weird scuffed smoke kind of hold there on Office. Are we going to see the same thing again, you think?
Well, just based off of the arrows that we're seeing already, I don't think so. It looks like these guys, they're going to try and go for a club with the wall charge, which, I mean, again, it's two different approaches to come towards this angle, because with Breezeway, you've got to deal with this really bad choke point. With club, it's going to be this door and just lockers in general because of kind of the angles that defenders can place. And then obviously you've got backstage, which you have to deal with because you can have some really disgusting angles that, players can take. So there's a lot of risk just in general with either option. Frankly, I like club. There's a little bit more space. You have more kind of breathing room where, you're not dealing with this absolutely cluster truck of an office room. But again, you can already see, I think EK is planning to try and go for a bit of a cheeky peek if he hears the breach.
Yeah. The only thing I'm curious about is why this, they changed away from this spot here to more of this kind of like, it's not a lot of room though in this spot here for the
That's
breach,
a funnel.
so,
Yeah, that's an even worse funnel.
Yeah, that just seems like a bad idea. Maybe to try and give you more. There's a little bit of cover here, but it's not enough to really stop somebody backstage from just wall banging the heck out of you if they hear it coming. As soon as you hear this breach here, they can just en masse just all field of fire here and just destroy anybody trying to use it. So, oh no, Ikazo going for the pick did not. It's so sick though. Took a lot of damage.
Didn't kill.
He tagged him and didn't drop him. Oh, Reptar takes out Scoop Squad. Oh no, the strat's been called. Reptar does take out Scoop Squad at least, but there's a lot of damage being done. Reptar taking a lot. 6-sided, already low on health.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Dropping Reptar. Oh no. Roach gonna push through, trying to hold it. Ikazo just putting on a show. Render in a good spot, and Newt in a good spot as well. So front on the flank though, this could be devastating with the neck. Oh, Newt gonna come in, tub thumping. Has them all time to get position. Oh, Ikazo, a second kill to Sosic. Oh no, Reptar actually 6-sided trying to shoot across into Ikazo there. Centrayu though gonna get dropped by Hasser front, but Newt running to his own fire there. That was getting a little too fired up. Perhaps 6-sided will take out Sir front on the flank as well. Good read and good play from 6-sided holding on to the defenses. It is 2v2. That's unfortunate. Newt there making it a little bit even there, more than it probably should be. Ikazo on the backside flank though. Are they gonna keep with the same strat? They're gonna go for the push and hold here. Good flash for club. They double flash. Again, the attacker's going to be hit by a flash. Oh, Roach picks up Render through the wall. It's all on Ikazo to clutch, and if anybody can do it, it's going to be him. But no, Roach through the wall comes up clutch with the kills to secure it for Reptar's team, 2-3.
Now, there's an old saying that I think is kind of really applies to this. If you know where the mop is, don't peek it. And, first we had this peek. Okay, sure, that was pretty cheeky. Then they ran towards the second. Now, Reptar, the door was kicked, and EK actually kind of read where the shot was and wallbanged the poor guy. I mean, that just sucks. And then, obviously, again, you know that the mop is going to be heading toward, has backed off into club. So I'm very surprised that Sosic decided to then kick the door when I believe that they had a combat shotgun. So just they paid to get the mop away from them in blood and bodies, and I don't know if I agree with that one. Now, it worked out because thankfully, the attacking team was able to try and get picks, as they were making these plays, because the defenders, I think they started to get aggressive. They started to kind of smell the blood in the water to try and get the picks, but it didn't end up working because they were so aggressive.
Yeah, I think it's maybe perhaps a little bit of over-aggression there from the defenders a little bit here and there, but really, that back flank wasn't a bad idea. I think they just held passive with like, okay, cool, well, somebody tries to go for the outer flank and you take them down to where it's just a 1v1 or like a 1v1 on the back side, on the front side of the push, and then you have someone coming from behind. That would make sense, but I think both on the back side there was a little bit too aggressive, especially after the first guy died. At that point, it's like, okay, don't go for the push, they're going to hold that angle. The second player who died there definitely was a bit of a missed call there. So,
Yep.
and especially you got to call out Newt dying to his own Molotov there.
Well,
could've
yeah,
been
that's a whole nother
that
conversation.
really could have.
Yeah.
That could have seriously been the round that they could have won on.
Yeah, no,
might have
absolutely.
cost them.
And again, there was that aggression. You know, they just kind of went. There's a level of going hard and then going a bit too hard, and I think they went a little bit too hard. But speaking of cheeky rat spots, I appreciate it, Newt.
That is a floggle spot if I've ever seen it.
Yeah,
The best thing is you sit right here and you aim right like this, so you can't even see him, or aim it towards the wall.
That's Chrome
just hiding
trigger
in plain
level
sight.
stuff, man. That's like I'm about to push in security. I kick the door. Yeah, there's Chrome with an auto shotty, and it's just like, why, God, why do you hate me?
Oh, they're not. Well, will the charge actually hit that far away? It's only
No,
2 or 3
it's
blocks,
three.
like
Yeah,
that, right?
it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So no, he's gonna be in a
no.
clean, safe spot, and I guarantee you, if you got one guy in tellers making a bunch of noise, or even one guy bathroom, you'll be fine. Or a hallway, excuse me. This guy will be fine as long as they don't check for him. That's the real. Does Team Reptart have the sensibility to not, skip those little steps?
As if they do or not, but man, this is going to be a tough one to come back from. Yeah, well, there's a good setup, at least from the defenders, at least to counter it, but I don't know.
I like this wall charge from the attacking team, just because what it'll do is it kind of opens up a counting, so they don't have to fight in this miserable security spot. And then hopefully, okay, here we go. Let's see how Newt does first.
That was fast. Yeah, they're going all out. They definitely want to bring on the heat.
They don't know.
Oh, but Newt! Oh, he drops one, but 619 kills Roach by accident, and Ikazo drops Sosek, trying to run in. 6-sided, the only one to escape through. Oh, he's going to try and battle against Ikazo with the swap to Legros now. Oh, but Reptar drops down Ikazo through the shot there. 6-sided battle against her front. They go for the opening of the vault for now, but Render is going to hold in position and go for the bomb position there. Oh, no, and Skook Swat still holding on for dear life. Oh, but 6-sided will drop down to Skook Swat. It is down to Sir Front and Render, last alive in a 2v2. This is winnable for the team, but Sir Front is with the Molly. Could get in some barbecue here, but will he be is the question. 6-sided in a good spot. Oh, good Molotov throw, but 6-sided is going to run past it, and ultimately drops down Sir Front. It's all down to Render in a 2v1. They go for the breach a little bit late at this point, but perhaps for style points, I'm not sure. They're still on the bomb, though. What is going on with the button here? It should have been open already. Looks like it's
I don't think
closed.
that they.
No, it's open. They
Yeah,
just
it is
ran away.
open. They're just backing off. I think they're looking for more utility. Yeah, Reptart wants to grab more utility.
Yeah.
Which
Okay,
I appreciate that slowdown. That's a great call.
Yeah, that actually is a really good idea. Render excuse me, to be 5 potentially. Bring up the shot towards 6-sided. No, it's going to be 6-sided. Getting the ace kills here. That is a pure ace for 6-sided. And the clutch defense. And defuse as well. That is going to bring it to a tie, 3-3 at the end of this set.
That was
what a clutch.
Reptar made a great call, or one of the dead guys made a great call that, hey, there's a flash on my body. Go grab that. Well communicated. That was fantastic, because you saw they were like, what's Reptar doing? He's going towards the button. No. He was getting utility so that they could guarantee whichever angle Render was holding, he would die. And that was so clean. That was fantastic from the Team Reptar. That brought them that round to a tie for this half.
Exactly, and that was essential for the win there. And it really was a good pace break, as you kind of mentioned before, to try and throw things off. And it really was a good recovery after a bit of a weird push in the center there, where things kind of went a little haywire with Newton the side there, dropping a lot of the early entry, where they didn't really have the full push that they wanted to, and they kind of planned for originally. So, of course, plans usually go pear-shaped as soon as you get into combat. So, what is the next map is the question.
So it is going to be Killdome Blood Dusk. We're going to have the castle on the west. We're going to have the observation on the east, with the jungle kind of taking over the middle space, and then with that lovely pit at the southern side of the map. This one, it's both
I like this.
Busy and like simple at the same time. You're going to have teams always pushing obs. Sometimes you'll see pit, but it's extremely risky. But like it's a case of, it's such a simple map, but there's so much complexity to how teams approach the simplicity. It can be so fascinating to see just between different teams and different players. Mop
Yeah.
is usually going to be sitting castle because it's kind of the best spot. Sometimes you'll have auto shotty sitting in observation, but you could also have him sitting in ramp to try and push for this. You usually want to have someone, sitting on the second pillar here of jungle, so that way you can support your Mop player. This is one of the maps when I really look back at, having a very good, solid, setup and design. Now, Pit's obviously just disgusting, but we don't talk about Pit because Pit is Pit.
Pit is pitiful, but honestly, I like Pit. It has such a fun dynamic where you force the lines and angles to be kind of difficult, right? You have good cover on a lot of spots here to where you can't just cheese it and just kind of run through like it's going to be jungle. You have to really keep your ideas in mind, keep good strategies flowing through to win. And with the way it's positioned, especially with the drawbridge here, I like where they're going to go over this one. And if they do go for the push and reach into Pit, it looks like they are planning indeed. This is for all the Killzone maps, this is like a map you could have as a standalone map in the game as someone just plays every time repeatedly and be amazing. This is like one of the best maps, period, for Killzone. And I love Killzone. So I'm excited to see how they play this one. Looks like they're going for some early breakage of stuff.
You better be careful.
Oh no.
Oh!
He gets the kill. There's a Treyu pushing out. Oh, he guts in big. That's what they needed to see.
Oh, they weren't ready.
Oh no, he wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready.
No.
Where's? Oh, there's 6. I was about to say, where was 6? No, that was.
Yeah, 6 was. He's vibing out here. He's not even worried about a thing. He's just going for the angles, going for the distance.
That was extremely risky, but that worked out so well.
Sometimes you got to go all in.
That's the gamble. Yeah, that was the gamble. And you can see EK's actually talking to his team. He's sitting in Pit, letting him know that they're still committing for this ops push.
Exactly.
Look at this fear.
Here. Oh, they're spooked.
They're not
ready. They don't want to go for it, but they have to. They have to commit, and they're going to go in. They're going for the push and observation. Newton, a good spot to counter once again. Oh, as Reptar going to clear this with the question. Here comes Newton pushing through again, but Six-Sided will save his teammate this time. No more kills for you. No more surprises, but Render in a good spot to counter as well. The KR in a good spot as well as the front on the bottom there, waiting for the push. Render going for the shot towards Reptar. Did not get the kill, but a good Molotov should force him back.
Oh no, not
Render!
again!
Oh no! Oh, he whiffed the Molotov, forcing himself in a tough spot here. Some more access, but Skook Squad dropped by Six-Sided with a nice long shot across. Oh, but Six-Sided, he gets the kill into Sir Fred as well on the bottom. Just flicks around. He's just dropping the teams here. This is Six-Sided's game, and this is his map. Ike's on the backside, though. Could get the kill. He's broken on the roach. The second one, possibly on the Reptar. Reptar gets the different. No, Ikezo, double kill. It's all down to just now. Sosick and Six-Sided low on health. Render's still in the fight, though. Oh, he takes down Six-Sided. It's all down to Sosick. Low health, just an AP and a dream here. And Render will get the final kill of the round. It's going to go to Ikezo, 4-3 for the lead.
Fantastic patience from EK on that rotate. He heard them coming through the green door, but he actually waited. I kind of watched his POV for right before he started to go for the rotate. I watched his gun kind of follow them as they went into the jungle. And then he was like, "Okay, they're past. Let's go." And he just rotated, and you could see they didn't call him. The first guy that died to EK didn't say, "Hey, he's behind me," but he didn't really specify. So the guy on the other end of the pond of jungle just kind of flicked around to the green door, but EK was already inside the water, just kind of fishing for more kills, and he did hook another one.
Yeah, that was a fantastic read there. It really was good teamwork there from the defenders. Holding strong, held him cool, and really was Render staying alive at the last bit there. That was a
big anchor play.
That was. It's oftentimes easy to say, Ikezo's doing super good work on the backside, clearing things up. It's easy to focus on the guy getting the kills, but it's the guy that are anchors, the support players in the back that aren't getting kills, that force the team to think about them. That's the winning factor in a lot of matches, and that's what was the winning factor in that round. Back and forth. That was a very, very close 2v2 there. Winnable on either side, but really was Render distracting the team, making them think by the other side there. That got them the win.
Well, talking about distractions, Newt with that initial push, I mean, had those guys been aggressive, Newt would have died.
Oh, totally.
Like that is a real hashtag Chrome Trigger moment there for you, man. That is like, okay, guys, let's prep and get ready to push for this stairwell standard stuff, and then hey guys, it's auto shotty. Like, oh, that is rough because I've been there and I've had that happen. I know that pain.
Yeah, that is an oof and a half because you're never ready for that push. You're never expecting a player to be right there in your face with an auto shot, ready to just gun down your whole team, which thankfully Newt just got one kill and escaped before the UAV zapped him, or the machine gun perhaps zapped him on the outside there. But now, on to the next map here of Operation Legion Force. A big storefront here. I kind of like the size of that one with Freezer. Good access points from here, and as well Arcade. Nice long shot across here. The bomb in an interesting spot, definitely favoring the storefront breach here, but equally, I think the bathroom side flank could be effective. You just have to be careful on their angles.
Yep, it looks like it's going to be kind of like a 3-2 split. They want to open up storefront and then try and kind of push the defenders into these really uncomfortable angles. Again, like you said, if they're able to, yeah, you can see Centurion is even talking about once they get control over storefront, all they got to do is just watch this door, and then the guy that's at teller, all you need is one watching tellers, one guy watching arcade, and you're pretty much good to go. But again, it's really going to come down to how these attackers want to play it out. Ooh, this is, oh boy, that's disgusting. That is them, the defending team, feeling themselves. And oh man, this man is step walking. He knows that he can get jumped in a dark alley.
Yeah, Newt deciding to maybe not do that play instead. Centurion, though, aware there's probably somebody over there. Perhaps it's all the mind games distracting them, and Centurion just gonna say, yeah, whatever, okay, bye. He'll have his gap in case they do try and go for the shot, but Newt, he's committed, but he's not gonna risk himself as well. So Reptar, they go for the shot through bathroom, trying to clear things up partially through the wall there, and through the access point there of the window. Nothing done just yet. They're just waiting for the time to strike. You're waiting for the clock to run down to then go for it. Green door and bathroom. They're going to now push through. They got a good grenade to clear things up. Turn the first one in, clearing things up. Centray second in. Oh, but Ikazo gets the spread on his Centray, but still alive in the fight. Oh, but Roach
there it is.
Squad. Oh, that is going to be unfortunate for Skoog Squad. So Front trying to clear it up, gets at least 2 kills. He actually stops the push, nearly dead in his tracks. Reptar takes down Newt in the meantime, but 6-sided drops her front, keeps the push alive for Storefront for now. But Ikazo in a good counter spot here. Render as well, and Teller looking to be telling for the round here. 2v3 in favor of attackers so far, and Ikazo trying to push back. Will stay alive for Teller. Already on the bomb, though. They have to get the defusal started. Will they go for it is the question. The answer is Ikazo already being pushed and held out. Oh, Roach drops that Ikazo. Running through the fire frames. Render has to shoot across the gate to Reptar. He has to, but Reptar will drop him instead. It's going to be a tie once again, 4-4, after an amazing clutch and hold there by 6-sided and Roach.
I mean, bad timing for the guy that was sitting in fridges. I tell you what, hate to see it happen, especially live casted on a tournament setting. It is what it is.
Man.
But very well done from Storefront, though, to immediately kind of go for the repick and get Sosik. So, I mean, it sucks that it happened, but at least there was someone there to kind of refrag. The thing that I really hate is whenever you have one guy kind of sitting off by themselves, and no one is there to capitalize on it. So he gets wall breached. All right, it happens. But then, hey, there's Surfront immediately on the pick, so he gets so sick. It's a shame that he then gets 2v1'd, but at least they're getting some trades, so they're making them pay for it.
Mm-hmm. Which is good, at least. It was a good play there from Surfront. That was kind of his strat before, and positioning himself in case they do go for the breach. So he played the strat well, and ultimately it was taken out pretty quickly. But still, he had a good amount of force there to try and chip down the damage, try and chip down the attackers, and force them into a tough spot there, which they did do. They did ultimately come up clutch in for the win, but still, fantastic job from defenders there, and ultimately attackers keeping it cool, keeping it calm, collected, and in for the win. So nice to see that.
I do think that the Newt and EK kind of roaming around like roamers. Well, roaming, haha. But sitting there going for that cheeky spot. I think honestly they should have either committed or just left, because they went there, they came back, and then they were kind of like in this weird. Well, we know that they're pushing green, so we'll kind of defend it, but it never solidified into anything because they weren't really prepped up and ready for that kind of push.
Yeah.
So
but, it makes sense.
Moving on, though, Factory is going to be our last map. So let's have to. I mean, I'm really curious to see what we have left. It looks like Reptar actually he's got himself the auto shotty. I don't know if that's really the best call, but based off of where this truck is, I'm definitely expecting some sort of fans play. And yeah, you can see these guys are definitely setting up for that. And which means if these guys are starting to read this well, it's going to come down to, you can even see Surfront's even trying to call for a five fan, which is, I agree, that's definitely going to be the biggest risk. But that means, how can they capitalize? They know where it is. EK is going to get them up. So he's going to need to be sitting, probably somewhere like right here, probably here to try to hold, or maybe even have a guy run all the way across the fans and then sit like right here at this little corner of docks. So you have this nice little kind of crossfire on fan. And then as long as you have one guy, maybe two guys watching server farm green door, just in case, you're pretty much all stacked up for all opportunities.
This is kind of an interesting map here on the angles where office isn't going to be possible to breach, but server farm for sure, split push, definitely going to be an easy call to make here. The thing about fan is it's such a high risk, high reward spot there because it is so open. So many angles can cover this one, but equally can be countered just as quickly by shooting through the fan. So it's it's a little bit risky, but if they can get the good smokes across there from the outset there, this could be devastating in favor of Reptar's team. But it is tied 4-4 here. It is anybody's game, and so far, 6-sided is the only one out there. Or is the team kind of slow out of the truck? But defenders, they're definitely expecting that. Oh no! It's Scoop Squad on the outside, drops 6-sided. That is going to be frustrating. Not the start they were looking for sure.
And that's going to kill a lot of the momentum. Look at this.
Oh,
again, they're absolutely terrified of trying to push this fan because there's a mop watching it. They need to not commit to this fan. They need to go somewhere else.
Yeah, they need to go. They got to go do something else. And they are still, they're fantastically committed. I'll say that much. But it may cost them the round if they're not. There they go. They go for the fan play. Reptar's going to push out. They go for the flash. Ikazo and Skooks are going to have to push back out, but Newt is still committed. Going to surprise Reptar here. Will he get the kill? No, they both trade us, and Trey will actually trade up onto Newt instead. But still, Sosek taking a lot of damage, and ultimately Ikazo will drop him with that mop there. Which as well, try to battle against Render. Well, actually, Centreyu's in there, and Centreyu will get the kill there onto Render as Ikazo pushes up to her hand, hold off this push here. 2v2 here. Scoop Squad, though. Oh, the trade is down to a 1v1. Who's going to win it? Roach versus Scoop Squad. All comes down to the guns, and who's going to come out on top? It's Roach with the clutch. What a play. After a bit of an interesting fan push there, they committed. They said, we're all in. We're going to flash in. We've had enough of this one. We're going in for the win. And you know what? When it came down to the gun battle, it came down to Roach coming in for the win. So, GG's, well played.
I mean, very well. I don't know if I can really reward because they made it work. So it's like at the end of the day, it worked. But they knew Mop was watching that fan, and Mop was going to keep putting rounds down. We were able to see that EK, he literally brought every single Mop bullet that he could for this round. So even if he misses a shot, he's going to reload and try and go for another one. And when you're trying to, push in against that, again, it's just like what we saw in Kill House. How much blood and bodies are you willing to sacrifice to get rid of one guy with a gun? The only way you're going to do that is either with a smoke, a flashbang, or you just bum rush him and pray he misses. Now, thankfully, when two guys came from the northern side of Pipeworks, it was too fast and they were able to kind of capitalize on it. But in that, there's so much risk associated to that the Reptar team is really taking every single time they do that. It's working. And as long as it's working, it's fine. But as soon as it stops, we've seen the EK team capitalizes and dominates them immediately with it.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I definitely think it was a bit of kind of a sloppy performance perhaps from the attackers. They did get the win, sorry to complain, but yeah, I definitely got to agree that it was haphazard would be a good word to describe the overall strat from the attacker side. And defenders, they kind of were not really sure where to go either on that one. So definitely a haphazard round, to put it mildly.
Yep,
but,
absolutely.
Now on
absolutely.
Operation Blood Dusk, one of the GOAT Killdome maps in the game here, one of the fantastic ones that we saw Newt last time running with the
that auto shot was amazing. So yeah,
they were not ready for it, but now I think they're going to have a change of pace here. It looks like the attackers are going for the same strat now on the opposite sides, of course, up ahead by only one round. This is definitely going to be a close one.
See, what really sucks is when we're talking about these kind of things and we're like, wow, Newt did so great. You know darn well for the next 3 or 4 days, every red door that is outside facing, there's going to be one guy with an auto shotty trying to farm Reddit points for they won't expect this as they immediately shotgun open the door and go for these crazy cowabunga pushes. It's going to happen, and the problem is it's going to happen to me, and I'm complaining because I know I'm going to be that guy that eats it.
Well, you just have to pre-fire it.
Oh, yeah. Pre-fire the red door, of course. How foolish of me.
Okay. That's a little,
no, this is kind of interesting though. We do have them potentially pushing Pit, which, as I said last time we were looking at Blood Dust. Excuse me. It works. But there's also a lot of risk, especially if we see a mop or, at least two guys. You can have one guy watching Button Line, one guy watching Pit, and then one guy watching Castle. But because this is such a unorthodox push, there's actually only going to be Reptar, and he's not even really in any position to try and stop this.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to try and push and hold. They do go for the green breach and go for the barbed wire breach early. Reptar still holding on the bottom here, just pre-firing the spots here. Oh, no, the defenders. They have the read-in. Oh, this is going to be bad. Centreyu in a good spot as well to counter the push here. Newt's going to be the first one in. Going for the charge here. Sorrento drops Centreyu. Oh, this is going to happen. They're going for the Molotov. A little too late there. Scoop Squad coming in, flashing, get the kill to 6-sided. Going for the push well towards Reptar. Reptar managed to escape there. Scoop Squad's Wrath of Terror there. They go for the power early on, and now they're going to push through. Roach and Reptar in a tough spot here, hiding out amongst the covers. Sosek up above. rocking the tub from a mile away. I think he's expecting the observation push there, and unfortunately that was a bad call. While Ikuzo, he can spot Tree's body. Uh-oh, this is going to be risky. Doing to the top side, looking to clear things up. Oh, this is definitely a tough one. And they come up big as the question. Roach in the bottom side there. Reptar and Roach trying to stay alive for the moment here. Sosek. Oh, but Roach will take out their front. Oh, no. Reptar takes out the trades. Back and forth. It's all down to Reptar last alive here. Hiding out for dear life as it looks like the attackers there. Clearing out here and there. Only one pickup. Either side. Reptar still alive. Trying to escape cover for now. Newt trying to find these players. Oh, Render. Yes, he will get that kill. Oh, but Newt gets the trade just as quickly. And it's Ikuzo tying up the game once again, 5-5.
Back and forth and back and forth. How many times will these guys just send haymakers where one gets the lead and then the other one immediately follows up? I don't think we have seen a single round, where either team has gotten priority. It's just 4-5, 5-5, 6-5, 6-6, and then someone has to win.
Yeah. No, it is down to the wire here. And, honestly, this is a hard one to predict.
Yeah, no, we were saying, it's going to be pretty easy. One team might win it, but no, seriously, this has been an absolutely
amazing,
wonderful encore match here for the New Year's Draft Open tournament.
Yeah, this is like premier. To be frank, this is premier due process.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a little bit scuffed here and there. There are definitely some strats that are a little bit questionable, but for closest of game and for how fantastic these teams are battling, it is all down to the individual gun skill and the clutch factor on all of these individual players, which is unique to see. For the most part, usually you see teams kind of, one team will be a little better, one team will be a little worse, and maybe they'll come back and forth, but usually one team will kind of have that clear lead. This is not the case at all, and it's fantastic to see this one. Now back on Operation Legion Force, a map that had the accidental fridge kill early on, but now I'm wondering if they're going to go for maybe a storage push. They saw Newt going very aggressive here before, but swap sides. Maybe Newt's going to be the one on aggressor. Who knows?
Well, it looks like the defending team is actually kind of prepping for the possibility of a arcade push, which is quite interesting since the attackers, on that pit push, they did hit power, they did use their NVGs, so there's only maybe one or two guys that would have the luxury of NVGs, if you will. Now EK is going to be running Saber, and this is an interesting call here, having Freezer and Storefront get open like this, because obviously they'll be able to see into Freezer, and they'll be able to kind of get into, they'll have some line of sight over Bomb, which does give them the prioritization that they want. But the problem is all of this northern section of C-Store can hold defenders, and that's usually you'll see it'll be like an east to west, so over time you'll kind of come in contact with the enemy, and you'll either you'll win or you'll lose, and so there's a little bit more kind of natural flow to this. But with this, they will secure Storefront and then Freezer, and that's it.
Yeah,
and that's very restrictive. Usually if you're going to use two reds or two breaches, you'll maybe open storage and Freezer, so now you have an opportunity to try and secure all of this, instead of just one place. So a very big commitment, long story short.
Yeah, it definitely is they're fully on this spot here. I could see maybe good smokes. If you throw smoke here, and maybe a smoke on this side here, they can maybe block off kind of a good wall defense to try and go for the fast defuse, because you do have the bomb facing to the south side to where this entrance is facing and kind of advantage of. So I could see that being a play, and I think that's going to be the call they're going to go for here. But while the four of them down here are going for the breach, on the top side, Scoop Squad is sneaking past. Centrayu in a good spot to counter it, though. They do have the window here to watch out from, which Excited is watching if they do go for the push. Very, very risky. There is the breach onto one and the breach onto two as well. Reptar getting pushed fast. Newt get the kill to Reptar. They are going all in, going for the bomb fast. Not a lot of utility. Only, I think, one or two smokes left alive. Let's see what happens here. Scoop Squad running through, gunning through. Roach trying to stay alive here, taking a lot of fire here. Taking distracted a lot of the attackers. Oh, but Kazo, nice shot across and Six-sided. Put them out spot. Render, though, takes down Sosek. Oh, what a play. And it's all down
I didn't even get to click on him.
Yeah, Roach died too quickly there. Ikuzo just dropping him like it's hot. Really, really good counterplay there. Was very effective. As they tried to rotate out, they just gunned him down, and straight simple.
It was such a goofy defense or attack that it just caught them off guard. I mean, Sentry was by himself. Reptar got flashed on the initial, or died on the initial flash. Sosek just I think he pushed from tellers, completely just haphazardly, which again, that just gave them free reign over him. And then Six-sided, I think he was aware. I don't think he was aware of the Saber positioning and just paid for it.
Yeah, that was what an amazing round there. A total amazing spectacle, and the lead and match point, mind you, going to
Yeah.
Ikazo. 1 round left to play.
And
Possible.
now they have both weapons too. Render
Yeah.
has Mop, so if I recall, we're going into Factory for this last, the last map, or yeah, for between these
last
two
round.
teams,
Yeah.
and that's, I mean, both power weapons on attack. That is a good day.
Yeah, that is that might just be the deciding factor here for this next round, but anything is possible, and we could just maybe see a tie come back in for Reptar here. But wow, what a round on there on that C-Star map. That was fantastic.
Well, we'll have to see.
Man,
We'll have to see. I mean, they might just squeak it out, but my goodness, this has been a back and forth. I mean, this has been a great match. This has been absolutely fantastic to end the stream a second time on this.
A real ending this time. This is the bonus round.
This is the bonus round.
There's definitely been a bonus for sure on Timber Minotaur to finish this one out. 2 snipers already for the attackers here. This is going to be a pick and a half. My guess is split server farm, maybe fan push again. They have both options here where they can kind of go for long picks. And Ikazo, yeah, not someone you want to try and push with the Saber there or Mop. Man, Render as well, pretty strong with the spots there. A really strong pickup from all of the attackers here. Rocking the neck and looks like silence groupers as well.
I would say that their best bet then, if they are expecting a full man, double range weapon, they need to have 1 guy, 2 guys, a 3rd guy, and a 4th guy just holding these super tight angles. So that way, because as soon as they give up this range, that's 1 sniper, and this is 2 snipers, and that entire bomb is, completely locked down. But if they try and fight them in these more kind of like messy, scrappy, close range fights, they'll have a better chance, throwing some Molotovs, throwing some, other utility just to distract them and try and slow them down I think is going to be the defender's best move. You can see though on their overall lineup, there's not a lot of, I mean, there is some range. They do have a couple KRs that they can use, but it's going to be very difficult to try and defend something like this without a lot of Molotovs, and they only got 2.
Yeah, that is kind of the thing. They don't have a lot of that kind of, I guess, positional blocking for the moment here. They can do it for a quick second or two, but they don't have a lot of that flexibility in approach. They're limited. And also not a lot of barbed wires as well. Only one on the top side here in the boiler area here. Not a lot of flexibility. That means it's going to be a pretty fast push here for the attackers if they do go for it.
Well, here we go. Render's going to be on that Mop, and he's going to be looking for those angles, and EK is going to probably get himself into a very aggressive position just because, exactly, they're going to get there. They're going to come in thinking that they already have this they have this area for free, which is true.
Yeah. Yep, and they already do, and they already have a good fast Molotov there to block off the push, but it's actually in the wrong spot, but that's okay. Good flash to push it up, though. Centrario in a good spot to try and counter it. Oh, another good throw there. But Noose can be able to escape, and ultimately Skook's will drop so sick. As Reptar trades back and forth. It's even 3-3 so far. But Six-Side's a good counter as well. Oh, he's going to take it on Surfront, but no, Surfront will drop Six-Side instead as Ikazo drops Roach. Oh, what a comeback for sure. It is all down to Centrario last alive here in a 1v3 push. Takes out 1 of Surfront, but has Render and Ikazo to watch out for. But Centrario focused on the fan play here. Should be pretty.
He sees one.
See what he can do. Oh, he's going to be getting it. Oh, but Render, the final kill of the game, takes out Centrario and takes the win. Ikazo. GG's.
Yeah, congratulations. I mean, that last round really, factored in having that extra Mop, that power. It definitely scared the defenders into a more defensive position, and then they were just trying to kind of take these 1v1 fights, which it didn't work with ranged weapons like the Saber and the Mop. You have to sacrifice. You don't always want to sacrifice one, but you have to be willing to give one and then refrag with another. So you need at least 2 people to try and take those matches. But congratulations, Team EK is going to be moving on. And let me actually go and dig up the bracket here. Give me just 1 quick second, and we can kind of take a look at the lineup for tomorrow.
Yeah, this is going to be a fantastic set of matches for tomorrow.
Alrighty, so, and then also if you can go ahead and pay out the winner for the bet.
I will do that when the stream lines up.
Oh, that's true. That's
that
true.
would be a tell. So.
All right, let me switch over to, there we go. So obviously EK is going to be on the winner of the losers bracket. Mm-hmm. So they will be playing the winner of the Merchant versus Zigolo match, and then obviously the losers of those two will be playing for second and third place.
Now, from what we just saw there,
Hmm.
from Ikazo and Reptar, if whoever wins between Ziglo and Merchant, who do you think is going to beat Ikazo? If Ikazo is going to be beaten in the first place.
That's a tough one. Since we really haven't gotten the opportunity to look at how Merchant and Ziglo have done today, it's really tough to choose. I know Merchant, he's a great guy. He was actually a coach for a little bit for the NBC. And then, actually, speaking of which, shout outs to Havoc. He's a great guy. But I'm gonna lean in Merchant's favor just because I know him. I've seen him play. He's an absolute gaming god. However, I've never seen him I've never seen him be a captain for a team. So it really depends on how they're gonna do. You know, now I've seen chat popping off about Zigalo and Rose Robbins. They've been talking about how Zigalo's new player. He is going absolutely fire in terms of being, you know, a new threat here in the DPL scene. But Ruby Rangers, EK, the guy's been here. He knows the grind. He's put in the time, and he's ready to try and get himself, you know, a match or two in a spot for this final.
Yeah, I think it could really go either way, and I gotta agree. We haven't seen a whole lot of Merchant so far, but if he's somebody who dropped Jet, who dropped down Ikazo in the opening set here,
Mhm.
that's a pretty big tell there. Because 5-7 is close. That is we just saw a 7-5 ourselves, and that was very, very, very close. So my guess is, if we're gonna see a matchup between Merchant and Ikazo, between Merchant and Zigalo, I think Merchant will take it against Zigalo.
Mhm.
But in the grand finals, I think we're going to see Zigalo come back after beating Ikazo. Because while Ikazo is very, very good against Zigalo, both similar names, I think Zigalo might just be a little bit better than Ikazo's current lineup here for this tournament. So I think grand finals, we're going to have a rematch of semifinals. That's my call.
That's what you're
Who
thinking
wins
of
the grand finals, though?
Okay,
I don't know.
okay. No, I agree. I think that's probably going to be the most likely outcome. But the wonderful thing about due process is there's always the chance upsets happen, things
yeah.
move, and again, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end here for us. We won't go through too much of the goodbyes since we kind of already did that, but I do want to make sure everyone is
Indeed.
aware one more time before we do close out here. Of course, tomorrow, the first match for the finals of the Due Process New Year's Draft Tournament. Though it says 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm looking at the time. Let me actually just double check with EK just to make sure that these times are accurate. Shark,
Sounds good. Yeah.
give me a breakdown of today's
Oh.
match. You know, what went well for EK, what went well for Reptar, Team Reptar, but what kind of, you know, what do you think both teams need to do to improve?
That's a great question. Well, these are Pug teams, so they're not quite the same overall teams that line up together and play together. But the big thing I think that Ikazo's probably learned from this matchup against Centreu and against ultimately Reptar, and equally Reptar's going to learn too, is that flexibility is essential and winning rounds is important, but having utility at hand is, of course, the most important. And ultimately, I think it was just a good play, a good read there from all the players, but ultimately it was definitely Ikazo with the win. And ultimately, I think it was a very good game here and there, back and forth. Reptar, I think the biggest thing to learn is that everyone's a little bit different on their approach and strats and stuff. It's not always super easy to predict where people are going to go. And against Ikazo, one of the strongest players in the game, but for sure is a tough one to predict against. I think a lot of it came down to execution and a lot of things they did right. I think Ikazo had a Newt with a lot of really aggressive peaks that were very, very good to see. Honestly, I expect that more from Floggle, but since he's no longer here playing in the tournament, still fantastic to see nonetheless. So all around, fantastic set of games here, fantastic matches. I think both teams are going home feeling pretty proud. So they made it all the way to the semifinals here in the losers bracket, which is very, very good.
Excellent. So I'm not able to confirm the times right now because I think EK might have gone off to go just chill out and maybe, you know, sit underneath a waterfall and prepare his chakra for the next big battle because that man is a god. I don't know how he does it, man. Watching some of his matches even today was just wild and crazy. That he's got a clicker. That man's got a clicker. But of course, Merchant and Ziglo, they're going to be gunning for that first place for a reason. They have put in that time and that struggle. But real quick, just to make sure, so that way there's no, no one goes home upset or sad. We got a response. Should be, he says. I asked him, are the challenge times right or the scheduling right? Well, they're both different times, so which is it?
So I think the answer is 10 a.m. for sure on tomorrow. So 10 a.m. PST, which is, I believe, 1 p.m. EST. The match should start by then, but of course there are technical issues. Sometimes there are delays. Be sure you're here by, of course, 1 p.m. EST if you want to catch it for sure. For the best of three, I believe the winners bracket semifinals, and then we'll have the losers bracket grand finals, and then the whole chimichanga, the grand finals, the real grand finals this time. the grandest of finals will be at that later time. So most likely, I'm guessing 2 hours or so, but it might be longer. But you never know. It's
Right.
going to be a best of 3, I believe, for the grand finals on the losers and regular grand finals. So it's going to be a long one. Should be good, though.
Okay, excellent. Well, then make sure you're here for those times. Make sure you're ready to go, and it's time for gaming. And of course, be sure to tune in tomorrow, as we should have the production staff for tomorrow. So we should have the matches
Cool.
being hosted on the official Due Process Official League tournament. So go ahead and make sure you also like and subscribe and follow and whatever for that channel. Of course, join with me today for the first half and the wonderful second half has been Stuff Shark, who has been an absolute gem to cast with. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, and thanks for having me as well, Ghost. You did a fantastic job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And with that, we will be ending it here officially.
Yes, for real this time.
For realsies this time. On God, for realsies. Everyone, hope you guys have a good day, good afternoon, and good night. And for tomorrow, of course, can't wait to see, not only Stuff Shark, but of course the wonderful other casters and teams on the production staff for the finals. So thank you, everyone. We will see you tomorrow.
Yep, bye-bye.